Okay, hold on, guys. Getting upload. So we're live watching the polls right now. House primaries, all the different ones that are going on. Checking to see who's going to, if it's going to be the socialist, the Democrat, or who's going to take the seat, man. We're watching a couple things, guys. We're watching the Michigan Senate candidate Abdul on the bottom screen. That's Quinnipiac on the top left. We're gonna listen to
best. So if he can survive the way he is outside of Ingham and then get to Ingham, I think that's certainly what he wants to see. Let's take a look at the 11th district here. We don't have any results yet to talk about. Let's take a look here. It's Missouri's first, excuse me. Okay. And I wanted to look at the 10th district here. Can we get the
acting boogie?
Get the 10th up. Now, this is, okay, Christina Hines here. She was the best funded candidate. This is the seat here. This is the Macomb County-based district that John James, he's giving this up. He's running for governor on the Republican side. Christina Hines had the most money in this campaign. Tim Greimel was the former mayor of Pontiac. There's a portion of this district that actually bleeds over into Oakland County. That's where his base was, not the base you want to have in a district like this. Eric Chung had been in the Commerce Department. Hines leading there. Again, that's Oakland vote that's come in, too. That's Greimel's. We've got some Macomb, too, but you've got some Oakland vote as well. That's Greimel's base, Oakland County. Republican side here, no surprise. I don't see a check mark yet. That might be coming soon. Michael Bouchard, this is the Trump-endorsed candidate. He's winning this thing. He's leading this thing easily right now. Again, this is a Republican district. Trump had won this by 6 points in 2024. He won it by 1 in 2020. It's represented by John James right now, who is giving up the seat to run for governor. Let's see how James is doing in this race. Remember, James here endorsed by Trump. He's run twice statewide as the Republican nominee, 2 Senate elections. He lost both of them. This is his 3rd statewide campaign. Perry Johnson here, a businessman who has spent a ton of money. If you remember the name nationally, he actually ran for president in 2024, spent some money, didn't get a ton of attention. Now he set his sights on the governorship. He's really going after James hard in this campaign. You can see here, just taking a look at where the vote is coming from. I'm seeing, that's the James shade of red there. A lot of the James effort was focused here. His base is down here, and a lot of his effort was focused in Southeast Michigan. The criticism of him was that his campaign might not be aggressive enough, that he'd been skipping debates, that maybe there'd be, he'd been a little bit presumptuous about being the nominee after picking up the Trump endorsement. But taking a look here, again, Livingston County, you're seeing consistent numbers here, about half the vote in these places. These are not quite as big in a Republican primary as they are in a Democratic primary, but they're big. They're very big, and you're seeing something consistent there in Southeast Michigan. And to the extent we're getting anything up north here, the only place you're seeing Perry Johnson ahead is by 1 vote. There it is. The only county where Perry Johnson's leading, he's leading by 1 vote right now. So that's what it looks like. How much time we got on this?
Less than a minute.
Less than a minute, okay.
Let's see if I do have a note for you.
Yes, okay.
For Wesley Bell in that district, as you're watching that one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I remember being here 2 years ago in this primary when Bell went after Bush. That was a very close race here. Bush, obviously, her affiliation with the squad, she'd been a national figure. And the story of that race 2 years ago is this district is split between St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, and then right over here, these are the inner suburbs of St. Louis County, some of them St. Louis County. And the story then had been Bell was strong in St. Louis County, Bush was strong in the city of St. Louis. But take a look at what we're seeing so far. St. Louis County, no big surprise.
What's up, Dante?
I mean, Bell getting more than 3/4 of the vote right there.
I don't know, my mic was acting buggy today. What's up, Heavy?
It's not as decisive, but you do see a solid margin. At least this is
I don't know. My mic be acting like buggy sometimes.
Dominant here. Bush
Okay,
may do
I'll
better.
figure it out, guys.
Will do
I'll
better
figure it
with
out.
the election day vote. But you see it extending across county lines, and this split with the early vote is not something you saw in 2024 when these two candidates ran against each other and Bell won in a close race. And so, yeah, it kind of bucks the trend that we've been seeing. How many primary nights have we been up here, particularly in city districts? You know, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. in the mayoral election there, Denver, New York City. That's where we've been seeing these sort of left-wing candidacies succeed, topple incumbents. Here, the formula didn't work.
Yeah, right now we're
Bush
just
doing worse than she did
watching
2
to
years
see
ago when she lost
who's
the
going to
seat, and
win.
Bell, certainly the establishment candidate here,
Like
based on his,
you said,
based on his
is
endorsements, his
the
backing in his
jihadists,
campaign,
the socialists,
securing a seat.
the them.
Question
Like,
tonight,
who
Steve.
knows?
Would we see a sweep for progressive candidates? Would there be
That would
a
be
patchwork?
crazy.
This is certainly a loss for progressives, for Senator Bernie Sanders, who
Hmm.
endorsed her, and of course the big race, the big marquee race that
I really
we're
hope
watching, the
that
Michigan Senate
they don't
race.
win.
Bring us up to speed there. What's the very latest you're seeing?
Yeah, let's take a look back.
So
up
again,
in
guys, we
Michigan,
have
and I'm gonna just,
Michigan
have to go
Senate
ahead and-
candidate
okay, so,
Abdul in
again,
the
about
bottom.
20%
We have
of the vote here
Kunikiak
is
on the
in
top
statewide.
left, and
this looks
we're
about
keeping
what
an
it
eye
looked
to
like
see whether or
last
not we're
time
going
we
to put
checked
boots
in
on the
in terms of
ground.
The margin there for Al Sayed over Stevens. I think there's a lot here.
Precious
Zoom in
jewels.
on Wayne
Thank
County.
ya. That's
So
going
Wayne
straight
County,
into
where
the
Detroit
melon
is,
fund.
you'll hear me say this a lot
Thank you
tonight.
so much, Heavy Hook,
A fifth of the vote
for the jewels.
statewide is coming out of Wayne. We only have 2% of the vote right now, so there's not much to be read into
Oh
that.
yeah,
But what
that
there is
definitely
there
sounds
is
super,
from
super
Detroit,
fishy.
largely from Detroit, what you're looking at right now. But Wayne, keep in mind, is
But we
not
already know
just
they're
Detroit,
cheating.
Okay, there
Like,
are inner
I believe they said
suburbs
they
in
found
here.
like, I
There's
think
also, this is where Dearborn is.
200,000 ballots
Dearborn is the first majority Arab American city in the
that
United
in
States. There's
New York
110,000
that
residents,
weren't
in
legit.
Dearborn. Abdul
So
Sayed ran for
I don't
governor in
know.
2018. He won Dearborn big. Dearborn Heights, very similar demographically.
crazy,
That's
guys.
in
It's
here.
crazy.
Hamtramck, that's a majority Muslim city. That's a place where Al
What's
Sayed
up, Cindy?
did very
How are
well in
you?
2018. They are all also in Wayne County. There's also a lot of other places in here too. So
My
there's
mic was being
diversity
buggy.
in here. In some
I
of
had
those
to
cities,
fix it.
I expect Al Sayed to do very well tonight. But the opportunity, and this may take a while for us to see.
You
and we'll
guys
see how
are
it
so
shakes out
funny.
in other places around the state if it comes to it. But the opportunity for Stevens, we're saying, is in the city of Detroit because the polling has been
I wonder which
indicating
one is going to win.
that
You know
black
what? I'm going to do a
support is
poll
very
for you
strong
guys.
her.
We'll see
And
which one you
Detroit
guys think is going to win.
Three-quarters black. And this is an opportunity. If she can run up the score in Detroit among black voters, she could get a big number out of there. She could get a big number out of Wayne County. That could carry her a long way. In terms of looking at where black support really can swing, a primary, or at least loom large in a primary, there aren't a ton of counties where there's a very significant black population. Another place we'll look tonight, though, that does have a pretty large black population is Genesee County. This is where the city of Flint is. We don't have any votes coming in right there yet. There is a substantial black population in Saginaw, too. We don't have many votes coming in right there. So from Stevens' standpoint, we'll be looking at those places, but really going to be looking at Detroit as the night progresses because I do think it's been interesting in some of these counties, the degree to which we're seeing this difference between the election day vote
I was trying to
and
make
how
the poll for you
overwhelming
guys.
it's going for Al Sayed and that vote by mail and how strong that's going for Stevens. In a place like this, I'm just checking in because we're slowly getting more and more updates here. What's been happening in this county, this is sort of the suburbs of Lansing here, outside of Lansing. A little bit of Lansing's in here too, but it's largely outside Lansing. This number for Stevens has been ticking up all night because basically what happened was they counted the election day vote. Al Sayed got a huge number on here.
That's crazy.
Now as the vote by mail has been coming in, as this percent in has been ticking up, so has Stevens' number. And so what we were looking at the start of the night here were numbers for Stevens that were like, whoa, these are, I don't see how.
I'm curious to see what you guys think who's going to win.
Can continue to tick up
The
for
socialist
her. That could get interesting
or the
out of a place
Democrat.
like Eaton County. Also,
The
same
Mallory
thing
person
here,
doesn't look
the
like
same
they're
thing
going to
has
even
been
get
happening in Livingston
anything.
County. This is like the fastest growing, one of the fastest growing counties in Michigan. It's big. There's like 200,000 people here. This is like the exurbs of Detroit right here. Okay, it's very high income too. We expected Stevens, to have maybe an opportunity here to do well. Well, she looked like she was getting clobbered early.
I saw that.
We got that.
Oh, you think the socialist
vote was counted right away? Al Sayed went way ahead.
Communist,
but
socialist,
as the
same difference.
vote by mail has been coming in, getting more vote in, and that Stevens number has been ticking up more and more, where it's not looking as much
it feels
for her
like that,
like the disaster it initially did. And so to the extent that can continue in
what kind of
places
pizza?
like that, and another place we're looking here,
I ate burgers today.
Saginaw.
I don't know why. That's really burgery.
That's a huge question. It heightens the stakes for what I just outlined in Detroit.
But yeah, I understand
Steve
about
Kornacki,
the legal things. They're like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just 6,000. It's like,
what's so interesting here too?
that can be a big deal.
Okay, and I just
especially if somebody wins by like a small margin, that would be like, okay, what if they won by 6,000 votes? Then those people shouldn't have counted, But we know it's probably way more than that.
And of course, you know what I did? I mashed my fingers together.
Ooh, stop, crap.
I typed a word that doesn't exist. Okay, there it is. Okay.
I love stuffed
Did
crust
anything
pizza.
substantial come in, Adam, while we were doing that? I think I was going through. I didn't see anything.
No, nothing super significant. I'm trying.
Definitely.
This
I
would be
was
if we got
reading
more Iowa County,
different
where
like
Holland
things
has
that
Western
people
Michigan.
were saying
It's
about
only
how
2%,
China
so
was
we'll
like
hold off on that. So what you're saying?
funding
I'm
all
just
this
trying to go
stuff,
through these
which I'm not
Fulton County
surprised,
results right now and-
because they
and pull
definitely
out.
want
We are
to
getting our
push us
first look
off
at
the
some of the precinct results. So
off
I'm
the
trying to take
hill,
a look into those right
and they
now,
want to take it
I'll
over.
get back
So
to you.
not surprised,
Let me.
right, Cindy? That's what I'm
Let me just
saying.
check in on Kansas for a second, and then we're going to take a tour back around Michigan here. But we
Oh
did,
yeah,
I
we
wanna
know
update
that.
you on
We
this.
know that.
In the Republican primary for governor
But
of
it's like,
Kansas, the
if we even have
Trump-endorsed
one,
candidate,
it
Ty
just
Masterson,
shows
we saw him
how
leading
corrupt
in
our
those first
voting
votes
system
that
is, and
we,
then
that
you're
we
not
came
going
in
to be
real
able to
fast
trust
there.
it.
We've now
Both
called
sides of the
NBC's
coin won't
decision
trust
desk
it
has
because they'll
declared
think
Ty
the left will
Masterson
think we
will
cheated,
be the
or the
Republican
right will
nominee
think
for governor
that the other
of
people
Kansas.
cheated.
Again, with that Trump endorsement. The track record that's had this primary season, not necessarily a big surprise over there. We are not
It's
calling
frozen. It's
what
gotta
you're looking at
be.
right here on the Democratic side.
You don't
Cindy
move.
Holscher, I think the last time we checked in, this was about 1,000
Oh
votes.
yeah,
It's moved up
I
to
wouldn't be
about
surprised. Did you
we
see?
got about half the vote. She's leading by
There was a
about
person
3.5
who went
points
to
right
Michigan. It
now
was on
over
X,
Ethan Corson. Again,
and
both
they walked
candidates
into the
right here
store,
from Johnson
and
County, where we
I
still
believe it
got
was in
2/3 of the
Detroit,
voting.
Michigan.
What's changed, I
Man,
can see, is they've
it looked like a
full
whole nother
leapfrog here.
country in
Holscher has
there.
taken the lead in Johnson County,
Like,
not much, but she was trailing
where the
Corson
good
there
old
last
boys
time
at,
we
man?
checked in. Corson
Like, I'm
continues to
surprised this
lead
is even being
in
allowed.
Kansas City.
It's insane. And then what happened to Jake Lang during
Shawnee
his
County,
protests, where the
Topeka is.
Muslims were
Holscher
attacking
with
him
a-
and
a
like
solid
stoning
margin right
him?
there.
Like, where are the
Wichita,
cops?
Holscher with an advantage there. Next door, Butler is smaller. We had a quarter of the vote. Holscher leading there.
Yeah, vote early, vote often. Yep.
And again, the candidate, the outgoing
The
Democratic
old
governor,
commercials.
backing Corson in this race. You see, the Trump endorsement has carried the Republican candidate.
Right?
We'll
I'm
see,
saying it
on
really
the
isn't.
Democratic side, if the leader of the Kansas State Democratic Party,
It's insane, guys.
is able to get her candidate over the finish line right there. But right now, trailing by about 3,600 votes to Holscher.
I miss the good old days when the mob was in
I want to make
charge.
sure you see this, but I know you're really interested in Michigan. We're all interested in Michigan,
Right?
So
I was watching it. I was like, holy crap.
still sitting at 18%.
That was
Nothing
crazy.
substantial's happened. Every time I see these small rural counties, I want
And
to
then,
check
like,
just in case we-
it's funny because he got
showed you
saved
I
by a
asked
female cop,
earlier.
but
Okay,
it's like,
so we got half the
I feel like
vote
nobody's going to get
in
arrested
Alcona
because
County. I keep
most of the
wondering-
police force is
Not that
Muslim.
Alcona is
They'll just let it ride.
county with about 1,000 votes coming out of it. But we're trying to see if Al Sayed
We need a real
is running
dictatorship
better
from
in these
Trump
areas
for-
with older
We
white
do. I
voters
keep saying
than
that he
we've
needs to
seen
hit that
than the progressive
insurrection act
candidates did,
already.
like
Like, stop
Gavin
playing
Whitmer
already.
in 2018. So looking at Alcona County here, what our benchmarks would be.
Right?
Whitmer got
Cindy, that's what I was
68% of the
saying.
vote
Like,
here. In
I wish the
2018,
mob would
this is
come
one of
back.
his worst
Like the
counties
old
in the
school
state
mafia,
in
not
2018. He
like
got
these new
13%
people.
of the vote here in that gubernatorial
Where
primary in
you have
2018.
respect, you
Biden
know?
got 63% of the vote here.
We gotta go
Clinton got
gangster, like the
49.
way you guys were
Clinton
talking about, like the
actually lost it to
Godfather and
Sanders.
stuff
That's
like that.
interesting. It's a point to note here.
Capone
Because
days.
Sanders won this state in 2016 is what Sanders did in 2016, what Al Sayed.
Right?
is that the
Because they're going to
roadmap
win
for Al Sayed?
exactly about the
I
amount they
think one of the
need,
things
you
that
know?
got
Like the way they
revealed
stole it from,
between,
what was that,
this being the
Pratt
number
guy?
for Clinton and this being
That
the
was
number
just
for
bull
Biden in
crap, straight
2020,
bull crap. Especially
was
because the
that
chick
Clinton had some
literally was
particular
already saying, like, I
struggles
lost,
with
you know,
older
giving my
blue-collar
speech
white
that I'm not going to
voters.
win.
And
And then
so
all of a
these
sudden the next
areas
day,
in
oh my
Michigan
gosh, she
primary,
won. and she booted out Pratt, and now it's just the two, the socialist and the Democrat that's running. It's like, get out of here. She won exactly the amount of votes she needed to pass
in
him.
November of 2016, when that was a big reason why Clinton, in a
Right,
shock to
Heavy? That's what I'm
everybody,
saying. It will, like,
lost
we
Michigan
need the
in
Insurrection
general
Act, like,
election. First time a
today.
Democrat lost in 28 years. So I
The
read
Godfather.
that
Yeah,
Clinton number
because you
not
guys were
as
talking about it, so I
necessarily
remembered.
a sign that Sanders had strength that would be transferable to another progressive candidate in these places.
Exactly.
Because you
We do.
see,
We
4
need to
years
clean
later,
them out.
Sanders
We
won,
need
and he got
to,
clobbered
like,
in places
start
like
putting
this
America
by
first
Biden.
and saying, like,
So
if you can't
Whitmer got
assimilate, then you need to
68,
leave.
Biden got 63.
Plain and
I think
simple.
these might be
We're
the
not
two
going to have
most
that in our
relevant,
country.
sort
And
of
I know a lot of people are going to be like,
establishment numbers
that's
here
just
in a county
Islamophobia. And
like
it's like,
this.
nah,
And here's Stevens
we
running
just
with
don't mesh, you
39%.
know? And
I
if
think
you're
that might
going
be- that
to,
might
like,
be,
install these
we've
rules
been seeing that might
and
be
these
election
laws
day vote
that literally
got
don't
put
go
out
with what
there
our
first.
country's doing,
And
like, for
if it is
example,
Stevens,
like
it's
child
maybe
marriages,
move that
it's like,
number
nah,
north.
y'all need to
But
leave.
that's,
You can't
in these
comply.
small counties, that's the kind of number she wants to be landing at here.
Yeah,
Again,
they're
these
both
are
communists.
small. They add up. Everything here adds up to about 8%.
Not 100.
But that we're trying to detect the pattern. We're trying to get some counties that are
Yeah,
close to
that's
complete
what
or
I was
completed
keeping
so
an
we
eye
can
on
do that.
the
Yeah.
wins that they were
So
getting
I was looking a little
in
bit
regards to all the
Oakland
mail-in
County.
ballots.
One of the places that kind of piqued my interest was Southfield City. We have a 65%
Right? You know
black
what?
population.
That's what I'm
out
considered,
there.
okay?
And so I
I'm
was just going
considered
through some of the precinct
racist, white
results. I
supremacist.
saw a lot of the Southfield
Still
precinct
out.
missing election day vote. So
I don't think
I
Coconut
can
plays
give
to
you
mine.
kind of what I have right now is unofficial
But yeah.
totals.
Well, so
I
how
know
much
that
of
they're missing
Southfield? Yeah,
election
how much
day.
vote do you think we have in Southfield?
So right now I see
like they're giving
2,500
speeches right now,
votes
but the
out
main
of-
guy
out
is
of
not out yet.
Southfield.
Okay. Do we know roughly what we're expecting total?
I don't have an expected total for Southfield.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh
but
my
the
God,
margin
for real,
right
Cindy.
now
That's why I was
has
saying, like,
Stevens
all these people that
61,
are protesting on
El Sayed
behalf
36
of
in
these
Southfield.
people, we should just ship them
And
off to the
so
countries
that's
that they're
interesting because
protesting about and be like,
Southfield, this
just
is in
live there.
southern
Y'all be happy
Oakland
there.
County in 2018.
They'd be so quick to want to
so
come back to America, you know?
Stevens right now, again, we're going municipal level here right now. Again, in the absence of having big numbers in these others, let's
Yeah,
zoom in on
heavy.
the
But
place,
they've
the
been
big
having
place
this
where
in
we
the
got a ton of
works
votes
for a
right here.
while.
So this is Southfield.
That's why I had made the video about
southern
the
Oakland
Muslim
County right here.
Brotherhood, because
In
they've been saying that they
2018
want
primary.
to
So right now,
literally
Stevens
take
is
over the
getting
whole,
61% of
you
the
know,
vote
globe
right there.
and make
In
it all
2018
Muslim.
primary, Whitmer,
And those that
saying
don't
maybe that's the
comply
benchmark.
will get murked,
61%
you know?
was Whitmer's number in Southfield. You're saying El Sayed right now is running at
It is what it
36%
is.
in Southfield. What was his number in that 2018 primary? It was 33%.
Cindy, yeah.
But
So
you're
does
saying
mine.
this
It's
is
okay.
election day vote.
And a ton more
Like,
just popped
whatever.
in Oakland there.
Oh boy.
I don't
This
care
is a
at
big
this
moment,
point.
folks.
It's like, yeah,
Okay.
if like all
We
this
didn't
like
move the
goes the
needle
way
substantially,
it's
but it is
going, like if
10%
we end up
more. We were
passing
at
that
60%
Rubicon
in.
where
Now
we
we're
end
at
up with
70%
either like the
in.
religious wars, the
What can we
socialists
tell
against, you know,
right away what we
us,
got?
left versus
don't
right,
know,
so a war kind of deal,
municipality-wise, but
then,
this
you
new
know,
vote
those
broke
are the same people that are going to be running to
49,
our
El
houses
Sayed
being like,
48.
please help
Is
me,
there an
save me.
indication?
It's like,
Again, is this a
nah,
mix?
bye.
I don't have detailed breakouts for Oakland, but I'll take a look
I know I'm
into
putting you
it.
on the spot
What's
right
up,
there because
Focus?
it takes a second to make sense of these. So let us know when you do. But and that's an important point here because
So
we
it
talked
seems the
about this a
DSA
little
would
bit
help
at
the GOP in the
top.
midterm
Maybe we
thing.
need to reinforce it
Again,
right now.
populist movement can't
Oakland
get crazy
typically
if
has put out
conservatives
a
don't show up
giant
to vote.
batch of
See,
vote
that's the
by
problem.
mail.
We definitely need to show up like our
the
lives
first
depend on
thing.
it at this point.
And then what's happened is the rest of the night.
Yeah,
is largely
I
been
want
batches that
Rubio
are
to
kind of
win. Like,
mixed.
that's just going to
You'll
be
mix 'em
awesome to
in.
see.
You'll get some vote by mail. You'll get
Jump
some
in the boat.
election day. You'll get
Yep,
both at once.
deport
You'll get 'em,
every
in
illegal.
quick succession. So it's the pattern is very difficult in a county like this. In
Bush
other
brought
places,
in
it's
some
very,
Muslims,
think of a
but
state like
Obama
Florida, a state like Georgia,
really John
a state
doesn't.
like
Yeah,
Kansas, Missouri,
he
if you're
did.
watching
I
these,
agree.
where you get all the early vote reported out at once, and then you know everything else that comes in the rest of the way is election.
You're in the boat. You're
There
still
are
you.
places in
Of
Oakland
course.
County
Of
where it's
course.
like that. There are places in Michigan where it's like that. There are places in Michigan where you get the election day vote, then you get the vote by mail, and there are places where they just kind of,
Oh
end
yeah.
up
See, the thing is
almost
that
like staggered.
the
And
Islamists
that's, I think,
literally
what
are
Oakland is. So
saying
that's making this a little confusing, and that's why.
that they basically said, like, the way they overtook Iran, for example, guys, is that they used the people on the left like useful idiots to get into power. And they're like, okay, we're going to use them until we get what we want. And then once they got what they want, they turned on them. And that's exactly what they're doing here. And when Nick Shirley, and I forgot who was the other person, maybe Nick Sorter, when they were interviewing these Islamists, they were saying, like, how are you aligning with the left? And like, because they're like, we're aligning with them right now, but once we get into power, we're not going to need them anymore. And it's like, Like, the people on the left are so stupid because they don't see it, you know? Where we're like, looking at them like, are you kidding? Like, we wouldn't want those guys on our side. But yeah, the left is just wishing for their own demise at this point, and that they're going to cry foul and be all like, I'm a victim, you know? That, or they'll just take it like idiots. But who knows, guys? Who knows?
Mail vote, or one or maybe probably a few of them based on the vote totals. Okay. But I can't give you more than that.
Okay. We got
same in Lebanon.
1 minute right here.
I saw like the before and after pictures of the way Iran looked before they got taken over by Islam, and then how they look now. It was completely different. It was crazy.
So that Oakland batch we just got, I think, has helped move
I'm
us.
here and I'm not changing my views because my family
There
thinks
was
I'm wrong.
another
Yeah,
11,000
I'm too stubborn.
votes.
I'm not going to change my views.
So
I would do it just to
the
be
Stevens
spiteful.
numbers moved up a
Be
little
like,
bit here.
nah.
I mean, you've got this has been a trend here where, you know, we showed you this.
They
here,
are,
we showed
and you
this
know
in
what?
Livingston. Remember, she started
Amy
the night, I
Cohen
think,
Barrett,
like at
Barrett
28
literally
and
screwed us
change.
on that because she basically put a blanket statement about mail-in votes instead of saying like, oh yeah, they have to come in on election day. She's like, well, we don't know when election day is, you know. So she basically said they you know, the election's over when they finish counting everything. And it's like, it could take 2 years for them to finish counting, but okay, I guess, you know. So she screwed us on that one.
Here with Stevens with, you know, a little bit less than a 2-point advantage over Al Sayed. We're trying to figure out,
yeah,
and this is what
they
it comes
did.
to in Michigan primaries, trying to discern exactly what type of vote you're looking at. We've been talking about that vote by mail
He
being
would
so friendly
focus.
to Stevens,
I
that
would
election day vote
love
being
to
so
see him,
friendly to Al
like,
Sayed. I think one of the things
seeing
we're seeing here in
him
Oakland
grow
County is a
from the
mix-
first time he was
a
trying to
mix of
run
these
to
two
now,
types of votes
man,
here. So
that
if you
man
had
has
some favorable
grown, you
batches
know.
that have been part of
He
this.
grew
Actually,
into
sorry
his
if you're
like
watching, I
like
won't
that, like
explain
what
what
Trump
just
called him,
happened.
Little
This
Marco,
number
and now he's
was
Big
at
Marco.
70% in, just
Because
came
that
down
boy
to
grew, like I could see him.
67%. Why
He
is
seems
that?
so
It's because
presidential,
this is an
and I love the
estimate
fact
our
that
decision desk
when he
makes
does go to
of
certain
how many
countries
votes
that speak
total
like a
are
different
going to
language,
be
he'll try and
cast.
talk to them. Like,
Obviously,
so
we
for
don't
example, when
know
he's
in
talking to people in
advance how many
Cuba
people are
or
gonna turn
in
out
Mexico,
on
he
election day to
literally
vote.
took questions
So
in
our
Spanish. He
decision
was
desk
showing how
is making
versatile
that
he was,
estimate, and they will
and the
adjust
fact that
it
he
as
stands his ground.
returns
He's like,
come
no,
in.
we're not going to do that.
It
We're
can
going to do
be
it my way, and
adjusted
that's
up or down
it.
slightly. And what just
I
happened
love
was
that
it got
about him.
adjusted down slightly, meaning that our decision desk thinks
He's
that
definitely the
there
best
are
Secretary of
more
State
votes
I think we've
that are
ever
being-
had.
There will end up being more votes cast in Oakland County than they
I'm
thought
oppressed
at
because
the
I'm
start of the
white.
night, than they thought going into tonight. That's what that means. To knock that down from 70
I'm telling you,
to
I'm
67%.
super
That might
stubborn.
mean higher turnout
Steve.
here on election
Hey,
day.
just because
Yeah, white kills.
the folks in the peanut gallery have a question for you on this. When you're
Yeah.
as you're explaining
She,
that,
dude,
does
she
that
sold
mean
out,
that
Cindy,
turnout is more
and you
than
could
was
see that when they
projected?
were
Is that
talking
the
to her
TLDR on that?
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what that
when they
could
brought
mean.
her
That's
to
what we're
talk to her
seeking to get
about, you
clarification
know,
on, but that's often
was
what
she
that means,
scared
yes.
or what was going through her
Okay, that's- I
mind,
mean, that's
and she was
That
like,
is
"Oh,
interesting.
my
Just
son
just
never
recap
saw
big picture
what
about Oakland
a
County.
bulletproof vest
Any
was," and I had
other
explained to him, and he was so scared. I'm like,
counties with
"What little kid
any
doesn't
more
know
vote
that?"
counts
I'm
since
pretty
we
sure he
last checked
plays
in
like all
Oakland?
these
Yeah,
games,
the
like
other big
COD
batch we
and
just got was
Halo and all
next
that.
door in
He
Washtenaw County.
pretty much
Excuse me,
knows
it
what a
was next
vest
door in
is, you know,
Washtenaw County.
like,
I'm showing you Livingston.
get out of
We're
here.
up to about
It's
two-thirds
her
of the
who's
vote.
scared,
Remember,
you know,
Ann
not
Arbor right
not her
here,
kids.
sort of the liberal heart of Michigan.
And I think she's just
And
using it as
Stevens
an
numbers,
excuse.
We've talked about this in other counties.
This is why we
Stevens
shouldn't have
numbers
her in
been
there.
ticking
Like,
up
she
in a
should
lot of
just get
places
booted out,
where
you
you're
know?
getting that-
And we
that
should
vote by
replace
mail
her with a
counted
dude.
later.
A
She's
strong,
now
strong
running at
dude like
about
the way
33%
Thomas
right here.
is. Clarence
I think
Thomas.
the benchmark
That
for
dude is
Stevens, a
amazing.
fair
I'm
benchmark
gonna
for
be
she
so
wants
sad
to
when
be
he
getting this
retires.
into the 40s. She wants to, you know, she has room here for this number to come up. She's doing
She's
okay,
definitely useless.
better with the vote by mail, but it's got to come up, I think, more for her right here.
And we
but
could go
you
around
go
Abel
into
telling
Al
everybody,
Sayed, this is
Marco
gonna be
is your
one of the
president.
best
He's
counties, if
still
not
your
the best county
president.
in the state for him. It's just that the establishment candidates like Stevens, they typically have been able to, you know, kind of tread water here, not get totally
Veneers
submersed.
to be
But that Stevens
president.
number was at about 28% when we first got numbers at the start of
They
the
could
night
have
from
that, or
Washtenaw.
they
It's
just
now
threatened
worked
her
its way
so
up to
good
about
that she's
33%.
just betting
So
the
again,
name.
what that nets out
And
to,
it's stupid because she's
21%.
screwing it for
We
her
think
own
a little
children that
bit
she
more than a
supposedly
fifth of
cares
the vote
about, you
has
know?
been cast has been counted.
Like, I would be
statewide,
so
and
stubborn
outside
about
there
it. Like,
with that
if I'm
7-point
gonna
advantage.
if
And
I'm
as
gonna
I
be
said,
threatened, I'm gonna be threatened. So you know what?
huge
I'm gonna
in
put
addition to
in more
everything
and
else
more
that's not filled in
crazy
right here,
right-leaning
you know, we have
stuff,
next to
like
nothing out of
just to
Wayne.
spite people. Like, if you're gonna go
Well,
after me,
we're gonna have-
I'm gonna screw you guys all over.
We got a minute
I'd be
before we're going to get
spiteful.
more from them, right? So,
We're patient. We're patiently waiting for Wayne.
Steve Kornacki, appreciate you. Thank you. We're going to check back in with you in just a second.
Yeah, we're also.
Peanut gallery here.
Thanks. And yeah,
Counted
that's-
for
Yes.
veneers.
Oh. Okay, folks, the battery is dying. This is going to take 30 seconds. seconds.
Notre
They're gonna
Dame
take a quick
grad.
break to fix these batteries.
Oh, he's got to
if
fix
we
his
put the
batteries.
camera on or whatever. Just, don't go anywhere. It's just you won't hear me for 30 seconds.
We're gonna mute this dude and we'll see what this dude is saying.
This will be more than just a party for
Okay,
celebrating
bro.
Abdul. But this is a movement that has always been bigger than
What's
one
up, Black
person.
Smoke?
This is a movement, and tonight the people of Michigan will prove just
We're
how
doing a
powerful
poll to see
this
who we
movement
think is gonna
really
win. Is it gonna be the Democrat or the
This isn't
socialist
backed by
/ communist?
corporations. It
What's up,
isn't
Grandpa?
backed by billionaire donors.
Then we're listening
It isn't
to
backed by AIPAC.
the people
It's
from
backed by
Abdul's
you.
camp,
It's backed by
and then
me.
we have
It's backed
Kunikia
by the
in the
people
top
who
left,
refuse
and then
to
we are
believe
watching the
this is
news
as good as
of
it
whether or
gets.
not we're gonna
It's
go on
built
the
by
ground in
people.
Iran.
And this movement is about making sure every one of us in this room can take care of our families. That we have health care without the fear of cost. A good union job. Safe housing. Access to a good education, because these
I
shouldn't
like
be
the
privileges.
peanut gallery.
As Americans, these should be promises.
My favorite, like, I guess
Here's the
nut you
reality.
would say would be
Our healthcare system
walnuts.
is collapsing. As a
Sometimes
nurse,
cashews.
I see it every single day how our system fails our patients and fails us. And that's why we're standing behind Abdul in the fight to pass Medicare for all.
Okay, I'm not
tomorrow,
going to speak no
not
more,
when
guys.
it's convenient, but today, because our patients don't have
They're gonna
time
probably
to
clip
wait,
that
and neither do
section
we.
of what I just said.
We've also seen the catastrophic
I didn't even realize
impacts of
it.
corporate domination on our planet
And then
over
it
these
dawned on
last
me.
few weeks. Yet another massive wildfire
No,
made
for
our
real,
air
right?
the most
Get a
dangerous
job.
in the planet. While the billionaires squeeze our pockets at the pump, they continue to try to put massive data centers
I
in
actually-
our communities.
I'd never watched like those games, but I always liked Georgetown. I just like the way the little bulldog, the way he looked. But then in Chicago, in certain parts, you're not allowed to wear it because the dog collar was considered like the crown being thrown down. So there's some neighborhoods you couldn't wear that in. But I love Georgetown gear.
We will show, we will fight for our patients to make sure they get the health care they need and deserve.
Movement,
We will
movement
fight to
of
stop
foreigners
taxpayer
moving
dollars
in.
from fueling
Yep,
endless
that's what
wars
exactly
overseas.
what they were
We will
doing.
fight to end
That's why they.
ISIS,
It's funny
abductions, and
because
murders of our neighbors.
you have a
And
lot
not
of
only
these
did we
people that
show
are
the
trying
corporate
to
class that we're ready
fight to keep these
We gonna show them something
people
else.
here, and the black community doesn't understand that these are the people that are going to replace their votes. Because now
Because this movement
what they're going to
isn't
do is
just about
start
winning the
dangling,
election.
you know,
It's about
we'll give you
changing our
amnesty, we'll give you
society. It's
citizenship
about proving
if
that
you
when
keep
the
voting
working
this way,
people
you know?
organize,
They're going to do
when
the same thing
nurses
to these
organize,
people.
when unions organize, and when communities organize, we win. Because when we fight,
You're here.
when we fight, nurses will continue to
Right?
fight for the
I don't
future
think we should
deserve.
put boots on the
And we
ground,
can't
to be
wait
honest.
do it with all of you.
I agree with you. We should just
Abdul,
drop it.
Michigan nurses are ready to organize, ready to knock doors, ready to have these hard conversations, and ready to fight right
Oh,
along
yeah,
beside
it
you
is.
and send you
It's
to the
it's
United
terrible in the UK.
States Senate. Let's get to work, everybody. Thank you.
You know what's crazy? I was watching on X. What's that guy's name? It's the dude that's from the UK right now that they're all like mad at. Tommy something. Tommy Robinson. He had posted a video of some chick getting liked. She was becoming a pincushion for some of these, you know, Muslim people. And it was insane to see it happen because it just reminded me of the movie, you know, of the Citizen Vigilante where the chick was walking and she just got, you know, in her neck and stuff out of nowhere. This guy just came in and just started doing that. I was just like, holy crap, that's crazy. And you don't hear nothing about it. Like, I didn't hear anything on the news about it or nothing. It's just insane. Data centers, we don't understand them, but the hate is propaganda from China, so we don't beat them. Exactly. Yeah, they want to make sure that we stay behind them because right now we have the AI race. You know, at first we used to have the race to like be able to go to the moon and stuff like that. Now it's the AI race. It's the technology race, and so they definitely wouldn't want us to beat them. Oh yeah, definitely no benefits for the illegals. I want to kick them all out. I don't care. I don't care. You boohoo, your life is horrible. Everybody has issues in their life. You know, like not my problem. And their watch party. Right now, I saw that there were people are going to be protesting it. I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, we don't want that in our area. I was like, okay.
Stevens, and there
Like,
is
y'all
for
don't
us,
want jobs
but
either,
there
right?
needs to be more for Stevens. than for Al Sayed. Needs to be much more for Stevens than Al Sayed because.
Oh, are we gonna get into conspiracy again? I love you guys when you guys do that.
Going to all night right here,
The moon landing was fake.
Whitmer got 57% of the vote.
I don't know. Do you guys think it was?
In 2018. Remember,
I would hope it wasn't, but
that was
who knows?
57% in Macomb County. Biden got 51 here in 2020, running against Sanders. Sanders was strong there.
These
Clinton
brainiacs
got
can't help with coming
49%,
up with
right?
shit.
So,
His running hard. Oh yeah, for real.
This was the Whitmer number.
Yeah,
This
people
is the
suck.
Stevens number right now. So when we say she needs to be getting much better with what's left, so now if we just
I remember Alex
extrapolate
Jones
this,
was saying
is
that
very,
the moon landing was fake.
very rough.
He had pretty
math
good
right
like
here.
evidence
But
about
with
it. And I don't
37,000,
know
give
if
or
it came
take,
out in the
election day
UFO
vote to come,
files
37,
that Trump released. I would have to
74.
relook at them.
That would be about 11,100, an additional. That would net Al Sayed an additional 11,100.
It's them debating on whether or not we should have boots on the ground. So it's them basically preparing, I guess.
Extrapolating this, that would give him about a 14,000
That's why I had it on here, because I was wondering, because it says U.S.
Stevens
ready for
then
ground
would win
invasion
the
tonight.
remaining,
So I was
say,
like trying to see like,
60,000
are we
by
going? Because that's
36,
crazy. Like that's the one thing
12,
I did not want is
18,
for us to have boots on the ground.
Yeah, that would put her ahead by about
And that would
7,000 or
make
so
Trump
votes
look so
countywide.
bad, and he'll
I'm just
lose
I
so
wanted to
many
go through that
people
in my head
because
I know
of
we're
that.
only at 14% here. There's still a ton to come in right here, but just wanted to get a ballpark figure of if they're both breaking that way, Stevens
It seems
could
to
get
be by
ahead here.
design. Probably.
She absolutely has to, I think, get ahead here in a place like Macomb County. Zooming out again,
The
just
NASA
some
glass
more
in her
trickling
brace.
in, I think. Still just at 22%. Looking for, I'm just going to quickly go through this. I promise I won't get
And the
bogged
metals
down.
that
Just wanna
never
see if
melt,
there's
even in
anything
the most
in small
extreme
counties that is, like,
temperatures.
close to
Yeah, some of
complete.
that kind of made me feel
Delta.
like a little iffy.
Well, okay. Again, Delta's a. I wouldn't get bogged down.
Is
Now I'm
that
gonna
on
get
your
bogged
worry
down.
list about the moon?
Delta, yeah, this was actually one of the let's see, 56, 56, 43.
Yeah, I
are
wouldn't
the,
worry about the
sort of
moon,
establishment
at least
numbers.
not
And
yet,
again, if
unless
that
I
same
have
day that
to.
can come back up. Looking for something complete. I won't. Luce County, we're at 3/4 here. Okay, small, but just looking for anything complete.
Yeah,
Whitmer
Kennedy was
this
such a
was
good one.
70%.
But that's
Whitmer
why
County.
they, did
This was
that.
a
They didn't want him
57% Biden County.
to make these
3/4 in,
changes that he was
Stevens is
probably going
running,
to do.
Lower than those numbers.
Steve,
Yeah.
I do have some more
The parachutes that never burn
messages
out.
for you
Yes.
on your phone.
Right? And then like the suits that they're wearing,
also
it looks
looking
like
for
they're
some
so
of the
flimsy.
complete
Like how does
counties as
nothing
well.
get through it? Like how does
We
it
do
like,
have a couple, and we can
like if
also
you're in
probably
space
get
and
to
it's
those.
super
have some
ice
complete-
cold or
we have some
whatever,
complete counties?
like
We're up
why
to
aren't you getting, like
85%
how is that
in 2
protecting you?
counties,
Like that's just iffy to me for that one.
as of our latest vote results.
Did
Training
did
videos?
Steve
Yeah.
Tell us if we are.
But
we
what
do
made me
believe
think of
there's
that was
more
when we were
election day vote
watching
than the higher election day turnout than we thought
Armageddon,
initially.
and they showed him in
Expected
the
vote
water
in Oakland County got raised
and the way
a few
they're
minutes
suited
ago.
up, and I was just like, interesting.
We don't know. We can't say
And it made me wonder, like,
overall
hey, I
we're-
wonder if they
that,
do stuff like this
what you're saying about the election day
and
vote.
make it look like,
Something that's
and
not
just
saying
like
that
kind
yet.
of
Yeah,
green screen it, I guess,
Okay, so.
so that people think like,
full
look,
disclosure,
I'm on the
we
moon, I'm
pass notes
dripping,
back and forth.
you know?
We're sort of comparing notes. So we're trying
It's
to
kind of
think out
iffy.
loud.
Oh, we do have a completed county now.
Give me the completed county.
Loose. We were just
Oh,
there.
we were just up there. Okay. So sorry, I lost loose.
Yeah, that's true
Fourth time's the
focus.
charm. Okay.
They've been like spouting
yeah,
all this stuff,
this is tiny, but again,
in
just
schools
sort of-
and
I think this is
propagandizing
key.
everybody and
We're
indoctrinating
spending
people.
all night saying it's
That
this type, it's that
it
type,
made
it's
it
that
like
type.
so
Here's a
easy
place
to overtake a
where
lot of
all
these
the
people.
types are now in. There's
Especially
no
all the lemmings.
conditionals here with this one. I know it's tiny,
And
but
the
I
world
do want to just start this
power in one night,
exercise
but he
and
doesn't
show the
want
assessment,
to
because I think,
unwind the
look, Luce
Persian
County,
people and leave
Upper
them
Peninsula right
their
here,
country back.
and the
I don't know. I
Whitmer
think
got
it's all
70%
about
of the vote here.
the
Give
oil.
establishment benchmarks.
Like
potentially
he's
for
like
Stevens
trying
here.
to like dry
Biden
out
got
China,
57,
which is why China
and
was trying
we
to find a
think we're
different
done
route.
Loose, and Stevens is going to win it, but she's going to get 49.
But
Okay?
that's my
70,
opinion.
57, 49. Meanwhile,
Floating in
Al
pools
Sayed
pretending they're in
lands at
space, right?
3% right here. When he ran for governor in 2018, what did he get in Luce County? He got 12.
Yeah, Cindy, I
of the
think I
vote,
was like
right?
reading stuff
So,
about that. I
Luce County
downloaded them
is
before they
tiny.
could make any
Okay,
changes
but
to
like
them.
we've been saying,
I
if this is
downloaded
what we're gonna be seeing,
the Kennedy
okay,
files, the
sort of from
MLK
this
files, the
point
UFO
north,
files.
you know,
In
Stevens
case they
wins,
delete
but
anything,
not
I have the
anything
hard
like the
copies.
Whitmer margin
And I
from
like saved them in so
2018,
many different
okay?
places just in case.
Whitmer was running up huge, like
Even
31
offline, so I'm
victories
like,
in
y'all
these
can never
places.
get it.
These counties end up looking much more like this, high single digits.
Yeah, right? They
15,
do
things like
screen it.
that. then even though this is only, I keep saying,
There's
only
Zoom calls,
8% of the
online
vote
conferences
lives up
are
here
an
in this northern part
eye-opener.
of Michigan.
These are
But
people
if,
literally
Stevens is
recasting
getting like
social
half the margin out of that Whitmer
norms
got out of
we
that,
had,
that adds up.
how we think.
Okay, so it could be
Yeah, you know
significant
what?
from
I
that
was watching some of
standpoint,
these people
but I think
that
it can also
listen,
be a
you know,
little bit
or
more
like
broadly
they,
significant
you know, like
in
sneak in
matching
and
a little
become
bit of
like
what we're
a
seeing in
spy,
bigger
and
counties
you can hear
where
all their
Al
calls,
Sayed, I
and
think
man,
it
it'd be
signals
crazy when I'd be
potentially
listening
that
to
Al
those.
Sayed may have a little bit of strength there. If you're talking rural northern
Yeah,
Michigan, you're
I
talking
think
blue
so.
collar
I was
white
trying to
voters.
find a
You're
live of
talking blue
theirs,
collar
but I couldn't
older
find any.
white voters.
I checked
And Al
TikTok and
Sayed
stuff
may
like
have,
that.
may, I don't, this is
I
off
know
week,
there was like a
but we're
news
seeing little hints
thing
of
was
this
there, but then it
elsewhere
was
in northern
gone.
Michigan.
So I
That's why
couldn't find the live
that's
of
why
that one.
I'm
Because
sort
I
of
was trying
leaning
to
on
see,
loose
because I
here.
know they were
So
pissed off
it might be a
because they
sign
got their
of
stuff
some
taken down.
broader
They were
strength for
wanting
Al
to take
Sayed.
it
And I
down by
think
Friday, but they
that's
took it
what we
down
could say as
today,
we zoom out statewide
which is
here,
funny.
with only 22% counted.
Way
We
too
see a
comfortable in the
number
vids.
of big counties right here where, as I've been telling
The
you,
G-Force alone
Al
would tear
Sayed
up the
got a
rocket ship.
running start
You would think so,
with that
right?
election day vote and got a huge lead.
Oswald was the
And,
patsy.
you know, in
A lot
places
of
like
people think
Washtenaw,
that.
oh, look at this. I mean, he's
I
still,
believe, like, if you watch some of the
Stevens is still just
conspiracy
under
videos,
33%. She
they
probably
say
wants to
that
be
they
getting into
heard
the
more than
40s
one
here.
shot from
This is
different
a
angles
real,
as
you know,
well.
even with Stevens ticking up, Al Sayed's, you know, sitting in a good position in a place like Washtenaw County. But we've shown you, like, Eaton County, where that Stevens number, look, we're up to 84%
They try
in Eaton County.
to, when a
The Stevens
president,
number's sitting
whenever a
at
president tries to clear
45.6%. Let's do
the
our little
slave
game
year,
again
try
with our
to
benchmarks.
or
Let's check in,
succeed
because earlier
in offering
there's a little
them.
bit of a different story
Offering
here.
them. Oh,
65% was the Whitmer
very
number.
sad
We're
day
in
for
that
America.
zone of
Yeah, it
Michigan where
was. That was one of those
Whitmer
things that
overperformed.
it
So
was
that's
just like a
sort of an
history thing.
outlier
Like
number, but
everybody
I
knew
put it
about
up
it.
there.
Everybody talked about it. Like
And then you look to
even
the
like
2020,
years later,
Sanders
people were
number
still
here
talking
was
about it. There's
52%,
movies that were still
okay?
being made about it and stuff
Biden
like
number
that.
was 52%. And then the Clinton
What's
number
up,
was
Dave?
44%. Now, we said Stevens can't use this as a benchmark because the Clinton got such a huge number out of Wayne to offset numbers like this. So Stevens
For
has to be
the
north of 44, getting
Kennedy
closer
thing,
to
I
this.
don't think I was alive.
She is north of 44 now. She's
But if
at
that's a question to
46,
Cindy, then that's a question for you,
okay?
Cindy.
There is still
They
some
want to
vote
know,
to come.
where were
out of
you
Eaton
when you
County.
heard?
So this number can climb farther, okay? I think she wants to be getting this, you know, high 40s, across 50, you know, something like that. I think that's what we're seeing in some of these
Wow,
counties. I
that's
think we're seeing
crazy.
it in, like,
You know
a
what?
place
That's
like
kind of like when
Livingston
the
County as
9/11
well,
thing
where we now have
happened. I
71%
remember
of the vote.
exactly
Again,
where I
let's
was
just take a look
when that
at
happened.
these benchmarks. You know, these are establishment candidates here. Whitmer,
They are, Cindy. They
outlier,
are.
61%.
I watch a lot of those
Biden,
documentaries.
52. Clinton, 38. The
25
38
days old.
won't
That's
work for Stevens
funny.
as a benchmark because Clinton overperformed so much
Like
relative
for
to
the
her,
9/11
I think,
thing,
in Wayne.
I remember I was
So
at my
again,
mom's
you're
house.
looking more if you're Stevens
And I
coming
came out the
closer to
living
Biden
room,
number. Again,
and my
she's
aunt was
north
watching it on
of the
TV, and
Clinton
she just
number.
looked so
She
shook.
still has
And I
vote
just
to
like
come
was
here.
looking at
She
her,
could
and I was
close
like, "What
in
are you watching?
on
That
that
looks
Biden
so
number
realistic."
conceivably.
I'm like, "Wow,
Let's
that's a cool
see how that
movie."
continues to go. I'm seeing her
She's
get to
like,
the edge.
"That's not a movie. This is
maybe
what
the
happened." I'm like,
edge of where she needs to
"What?"
be in places like
I
this.
was shook.
I'm not seeing her do that.
And
in a
it's one
big
of those things
place
like you never really
Washtenaw.
thought that
We
that
had
would be
very
something you
few
would see in
votes.
your life
We
or
just took
it
you
would
through,
happen.
we
So
got a little bit more
that's
now
why I
in
thought it was a
Macomb since
movie,
then. We
you
went from
know?
14 to 20%.
So it was like, wow,
Seems like
that's
it's
where I
not
was
getting
when that
better for Stevens
happened.
with what came in, but that might be election day vote that came in.
You
right
were
now.
getting a diaper
You
change.
have the possibility that there's been higher turnout on election day than I think maybe was
Oh yeah,
expected.
they
That would benefit
literally
Al
said that they
Sayed.
don't want him there.
So there's a lot here.
I saw that
if you're
too.
Al Sayed, you're looking at, and you're very encouraged.
And then he was
by
salty
that.
because he wasn't
And
allowed
there's
to
a lot
speak at one
here
of these
if
other
you're
things that he was
Stevens,
at
you're looking at and you're saying,
as well. He was
well,
like, I had this whole
maybe
speech
with a
plan.
little
It was
bit
like,
more
yeah,
here, and
kick
maybe
rocks, bro.
with a little bit more there. And then I think what it all kind of comes around to is
See, just got off night shift
this,
in my bed,
Wayne
and
County.
bam,
Because
was
the
up for
Stevens
like
thing
24 hours.
is maybe
Right?
a little bit more
That's
here,
what I
here,
was doing.
here,
I was watching it. I was like,
and
just like
then
in awe of it.
even
And
with
then
all
when
of that, what would she
what was it? Well,
need?
we've talked about
She
it too.
would
When
need
Loose
something
Change
big
came
out
out
of Wayne,
and
that really
the
was something
9/11
big
thing came
out
out,
of
like all
Detroit.
these different documentaries,
And
it just
we're,
had me
again, we're
hooked. And
sitting
then
at 3%
listening
right
to
now. I
Alex
told
Jones
you.
talk about it, it was just like, wow.
don't
I
mean
even
to-
have like the
I don't wanna
original
send anybody
newspaper
away, but 5 a.m., 3
when
a.m.
it came out.
That's where the-
And you
that's
had
where
it. It was the
Wayne,
Chicago Sun Times.
all
I
but the
have
last
that
two,
paper
the
still
last two
somewhere.
Democratic primaries. But we're going to find out. I think what's happening right now is
So
we're
on
gonna
9/11,
find
I was
out
driving
as
to
the
work
rest of
when the
these fill in,
first
as we
plane
start to
hit
get more
the
loose
WTC.
counties, okay?
It is
Loose,
easier to drive
L-U-C-E,
by
where we
the
got all the
Hectic
vote
Unknown.
in.
You would
We're
know
going to have a
something
much
like that
clearer picture
happened.
of
You know what?
whether
It was
really is
crazy when
gonna
I
come
saw
down
that one. I was like,
whether it
I
really
don't know
is gonna
about that
come
one.
down
That
to
one
Detroit.
like was
Because there
iffy,
are
you know.
some things here, if you're
You were at
Stevens,
work.
you know, that have gotten better as the
I was at the
night's
bank
going on.
visiting my dad
There's a
with
lot
my
of things
mom.
here that are
It's
encouraging for Al
interesting.
Sayed. So
called to
you know,
work and did not
where
go home
does
for 2 days.
Eaton,
Wow, that's crazy.
where does Eaton County land? Now we're up
First
to
10 years of
89%
my
right here,
life.
and Stevens is up to 46%. See,
I don't think I
continues to
really
tick up.
heard about it. Like, it was stuff
Is it
that
at
we
the
brought up in our
level
history
she
class,
wants
but
to be
not
at
something
here?
I heard
How
like
much higher does she
often
want to
when it
get
came to JFK. But I just
Livingston
knew
County,
about it.
71%. We've not heard from Ingham County. That's a pretty big one.
You watched the
About
Challenger
4 or
Expo?
5% of
I've
the
never
vote
seen
statewide.
that.
It's where the state
Like,
capital is.
other
That's
than
where
like
I
the
think
movies.
El Sayed is expected to have a very big night.
The military
okay?
does not
It's a very
use
liberal area.
jet fuel
Saginaw, we're still sitting at
additives.
4%.
I know, random.
If you're Stevens, Genesee County,
You know, it's always good to know
you're
that.
kind of counting on Genesee
To
County.
be honest,
Flint, you know,
I'm like the worst
counting on
person to
Duke
watch
Vale
like
with the black
apocalypse
vote.
movies with, or like
Oakland
zombie
County,
movies.
we
Like
had
when
that
we watch
number,
Walking
get
Dead,
knocked down
some
to
always like,
67.
that's
We're
not
still
real.
there.
That can never happen.
Tacoma
Gas
was
only
20.
lasts for like 6 months. Why are these cars still going
through
after
the
like
UP,
3 or
we
4
still have
years?
everything we have very little in Ottawa.
It's like, who's taking care of all this gas? How are they making it?
Okay.
I got issues,
So,
guys.
uh,
I'm like,
okay,
that food wouldn't have
there's gonna
lasted that
come to
long.
be
It only
one minute. We're
lasted
gonna
this
talk
amount
about
of
Wayne
time.
County. So what I'm going to do in the minute in between is leave this up and take some water.
It is. You have to always look through all the psyops and propaganda to know what's really going on. But it's so hard because you're getting lied to from both sides, you know? And then you're not going to find out about it till years later where they're like, oh, yeah, this is what happened, or this is why we did that. You know, it was just all like because of A, B, or C, you know? It's ridiculous. But that's because they want us to like agree with it at that moment, you know? To be like, oh, yeah. Like, that's why you see with Mamdani and all them, they're saying like, you know, a lot of them are pushing back on 9/11. And that's because all these younger generations weren't there. They weren't affected by it. So they don't understand it. So they're like agreeing with the Muslims now that, yeah, that's Islamophobia. That's Muslim phobia, whatever. You know, we deserve 9/11. That's what you hear from them,
We've
you
been
know,
keeping
like a
tabs
bunch of
on
little
what you're watching and
lemmings.
what you're looking for, and you got a lot of interesting stuff coming out of there in Michigan. Specifically, well, I'll let you tell us.
Well, what we're
On 9/11,
waiting
just
on,
got
I think,
home
but
at
we
8
got
a.m.
about
and put it on
quarter
the
of the
news
vote
and saw the
statewide.
planes.
It's a
Let's go see the
6.5
team.
point
See, I
margin
saw
here
the
for Al
second
Sayed
plane. Like the
over
first one
Stevens.
already had hit when I walked
We
in
do
and I was
have-
looking at it. That's why I told you I thought it was
pick up
like
this
a
story. I think we
movie,
started to tell
you
you a
know?
little bit ago.
And then when I
But
got to see the
Eaton
second
County,
plane, I was
this
just
is a
shook.
decent-sized county. It's bedroom communities, you know, sort of suburbs of Lansing here. I think the interesting thing that's been
You
happening
were
is how
a
much
Leo and had no
closer it's
choice.
been getting here in Eaton as the night's going
Want the
on.
vehicle that goes
And
on
it
water.
speaks
And
to,
right.
don't mean to
I
be
was
a
just
broken
talking
record, but that
to
difference
like
between,
my dude about
you know,
that. I
the
was like,
election
you know,
day
I
vote
want to
that got
learn
counted
and
fast
get
with Al
like
Sayed way
helicopter
ahead,
lessons, but I want to
and
learn the
vote by
one
mail,
or like
it's
the
been
planes
trickling in,
where it
you know,
has
there's
the
uptick
water
and
thing so
trickling
that you
in.
can land on
And
water
that
too.
Stevens
Because I
number
just
has
think that
gone
would be
from a place
interesting
of
and a
worse
good
than
skill to
nightmare
have.
in Eaton, where you're looking at it initially
Because I'm
saying,
not
oh,
afraid of heights,
you know,
guys.
clobbered here, to like, is she putting herself in a range of where she'd need to be to have a real
Right? It
chance
would be
at this
easy to
statewide?
fish.
You're seeing that in Eaton.
I've never
You're
gone
seeing
fishing,
that,
guys.
you know,
I
to the
want
east of
to,
Lansing
but
and Livingston,
I think
where
I'd be
again,
so
that numbers
squirmy about it.
continue
I
to
think
tick up.
that's
I
when you
think
all
it's
see
gotta
my
tick up
girly
more
factor
for
come
her,
out.
you know, considerably, but there's more
Right?
vote
That's
to
what I was saying,
come.
Dante, that it
And
was
it looks
so
like it is
sketchy for that one.
vote
I was
by
like,
mail, a
I
lot of
call
that
it
vote by
BS
mail
on
that's
that
been
one.
so friendly to her. And so I think the story that's kind
No
of
worries,
taking shape
Dante.
here is there's a lot of questions like
I
that
think
on
so,
this map.
Cindy.
There's a lot of blanks, you know, on this map right now. Okay, like a place like Genesee County. This is a big one. This is where the city of Flint is. This is one of the higher black population counties in
Right,
Michigan.
Dante, that's
One of the
exactly
key
like, and
ingredients
then
that
like when you
Stevens is
look at the
looking for to have a
lawn
shot
and like
tonight is to
like
do
the hole it
extremely well, run
caused
up
and
the
like the
score
parts,
with
it's like,
black voters. How
it
does
just seemed
that
like
look?
somebody
Does
just
that
threw a
happen?
bunch of
How does
stuff
that look
around,
in
you
a
know,
place
like it's,
Genesee
and that
County?
one I was
Her
like so iffy
formula
on.
for victory absolutely depends on it. We got nothing there that we can really show you right now. We don't have much in Saginaw either, where it's
Into
a
the
bit of
water.
the same story. The counties are, you know, there is a substantial
I
black
know
population
that like
there
my
as
uncles
well.
they fish.
All of these sort of
They
questions
never
that we're
take me.
seeing here, with the way
It's the only
Stevens
thing
has
they've
done
never
as these
taken me
votes
to
have
do,
evolved,
but
have raised
they
the
like
question
to
if she
fish.
can do this, if she can do that, if she
But
gets
I
a
think it's
big,
because at that
all
point
of
they know
that
I'm
is
like
coming
pretty
around to
girly.
if
I wouldn't
she
want to
can
grab
answer
the
yes
worms
to all
and like
those
put them on the
questions,
thing.
then what she would need on top of
I'd
everything
feel bad,
else out of Wayne
even though they're like
County
squiggly
would
and
be
like
big numbers. And I think specifically from Detroit, where the
You
population
saw the
is
second one then
overwhelmingly
with
black,
all the
and where we
replays that
have
day. I
a
saw the
very
a
small
video on
amount
the
of vote
first
right now.
one
What you're looking at, as a matter of
from the
fact,
fire
in Wayne,
department. Oh,
you see
okay.
4% in. That's just about, you know, 12,000 votes counted.
Cindy, I'm
One
just
thing
crazy,
we
girl.
just
You know.
got in Wayne was an
Smoke
update
break.
from the city of Dearborn. Dearborn
What's up, Pat?
is the first majority Arab American city in the United States. It's a place where Al Sayed won huge
I would
in
love to go
2018.
fishing.
He was losing. He lost the primary statewide
I've
for
never
governor
done
in
it,
2018
but I
to
would
Gretchen
be
Whitmer,
intrigued
but
by
he
it,
won
you know?
big in Dearborn.
But then I would
And
feel
so we
bad.
just got votes from Dearborn, place where we
Y'all
knew
know
he was
I'm
going
such
to
a
do
big
really
animal
well,
lover.
and
Even
those
the
votes
like
are
scary
election day
ones,
votes.
I would
That's the
still
type
feel
of vote
bad.
he's been doing particularly well with. That's not all of this, but that's
So
part
Pat,
of
you
the
came
mix
in
you're
when we're
looking at here.
talking
It's
about
Al-Sayed friendly.
Quinnipiac
What we're
and
waiting
seeing
on is
who's going to
what
win
happens in
between
Detroit,
Haley and
specifically with the
Abdul.
black vote in
So
Detroit.
the socialists are the
Stevens,
Dems.
again,
We're watching
we're
the
trying to stitch together through this
Abdul's
patchwork of,
I guess
you know,
election
partial
night.
returns, blank
Like if he
counties,
wins his
very,
little
very
party
little that's
thing,
close to
and then
complete
on
right
the
now as a
top,
county, you're
left,
seeing
right.
the hint of
That way.
something from
That way.
Stevens.
I can never
there's a lot
point
of
when I'm looking at
conditionals
this
in
stuff,
that.
guys.
And if they all kind of come to
We
fruition
have
for
the
her outside
Iran
of
stuff
Wayne,
going on,
it
like
would
whether or
come
not we're
down
gonna go
to Wayne and
on the
to
ground.
Detroit.
So
And again,
keeping an eye on a lot of different things
we're sitting
today.
here at 10 o'clock Eastern, and we got 4% in Wayne. This is par for the course for Wayne County.
Yeah.
But and to that point,
You
what
know,
I hear you
Dave,
saying is
I told you guys, I
you
used to
in for
live
a
in
fairly
Florida,
long night, Steve,
and
right? I mean, if that's
me
what
and my
it's coming down
siblings,
to.
when we were walking to the store, we saw one like go across the street. But when we were walking to the store, and we turned around and we're like, nope. It's like, just go take a car.
Put this back to the statewide. There have been a lot of encouraging things in these
You want
numbers,
Haley to
for
win?
Al-Sayed. So Stevens has got to establish a bunch of things in places that I was just showing you.
Hunting,
Right
I
there,
would also
you know,
would
to
want
have
to
it
do,
come
but
down
then
to
again, like I
Steve,
said, I'd
can
be
you just
feeling
give us a
so
sense
bad.
how much of the early
I really don't
vote
want to kill
has been
anything.
counted yet? Do we have a sense
I like
of
going
that?
target practicing
Actually, if you give me
and
a
going to
second,
the
Adam, do we
range, though. So
cumulatively
that is
have
fun for me.
How much early?
Hey, this is our first.
But I know
appearance.
eventually I would
Yeah.
need to learn how to
Research
do all this
extraordinaire.
survival stuff because,
There he is.
you know, if
We
this
have
shit hits
about
the 50,
20% of
I
the
have
vote,
to be a
early
brave
in-person
soul.
vote that's currently unexpected.
The early vote.
Yeah.
But how about the vote by mail?
Oh, the vote by mail, 9%.
Okay.
Vote by
we're
mail
still-
is
yeah, and
9%,
That's
guys.
Stevens' friendly vote, you know?
Yes. Well, and when I talked to them today, they were feeling very confident about the early vote for all the reasons, Steve, that you are laying out there. We will
Interesting.
come
That
back
must have been
to
a
you
very
early and
interesting, like,
often, Hallie.
first date,
What's so
Dave.
fascinating is
Okay. We have a minute. Okay, so we have, top of the hour. Top of the
I
hour,
don't think they probably would want
we're
to say
going
that.
to do another, I'm on this one now. Hi, folks. Top of the hour.
Do you
we're
imagine
gonna
the
do
guy
another
saying,
update
"White
for the
and
news now,
Christians
folks. I see
votes"?
one,
Like the way he's saying the black
that's
and
the
white
poll
votes.
close
Yeah.
countdown to
I
Washington.
can't see them saying
We haven't
that.
even mentioned Washington yet. In an hour, the polls are going to close
Good.
there.
We're just
The
hanging
vote by
out,
mail. This is
as
a
always,
state just
guys.
like Colorado,
So we're just kind of doing what we
California.
normally do, guys. We
It's
chit-chat
largely
on
vote
here
by mail. They get a
while
ton
we're
of it
watching other
counted up ahead of
things and
time.
see if
They
anything
just press
pops off.
send, basically, as the polls close or close to
See
it.
if there's
So
a
between 11 and 11:30,
who's gonna win,
11:45,
whether or not we're
a
gonna
ton
go
of vote
to war.
to come in Washington. Some
That one I
congressional
really
primaries
don't
there.
hope
We'll
for,
get
though.
to them that are
I don't want
pretty
that on my
interesting.
bingo card no
That's
more.
going to happen in an hour from now. I'm telling you this now.
I'm still
because
waiting for the
I'm
zombie
not sure
apocalypse,
between now
guys,
and
even
then
though I'm
how
scared
many
of
chances
zombies.
I'll have. So we've got that. They're going to come to me. The clock just disappeared. I'll look at this one. They're going to come to me in a minute. And what I'm going
Yes,
to do
I know Black
is
Smoke.
my producer
But
has put
I
another
still
note
would
together.
feel
I'm not going to
bad.
let you see the notes.
I
Maybe
actually
at the end of
don't
the
eat
night,
seafood
I'll let you see the
at
notes.
all.
But he's put another note
Like,
for me.
everybody's always
And
surprised
while I
by
read
that.
the note, I'm going to drink water.
I'm not a big
Is there
seafood
any more
eater,
water
so
in there?
I've
All right,
tried
we need a
it
little bit more.
and I didn't like it. I'm more of a like beef. I like red meat. As long as I don't have to do it, you know.
Oh, okay. So we have a few minutes here.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell him about our note. Is that
Oh,
okay?
sure.
All right. The key. This is the thing. It's like
Aw,
Adam is telling me
Cindy,
things. I'm
you're
asking
so
him, and he's
sweet.
looking at things, and I'm looking at things, and I think besides our conversation, we're
sweet
obviously
pie?
each thinking in our own heads, what's happening here? Where is this all going? And so that's what the notes are. We're trying to see, like, are we both? And here's the good news, folks. Maybe it's bad news. If
You
we're
put the
wrong.
bigger
We're
fish
aligned.
back,
So
spawners.
that's we seem to be seeing the same things here. So that is that was encouraging to get. So we have a couple minutes until the.
Yeah, and we checked in on Loose earlier. We have a couple more.
Interesting. I would have been like I was spooked when I saw it walking across the street. I didn't even know they did that, you know. So I could imagine if I had them like surrounded, because I just watched the movie Crawl, which is about like, I think it's like gators because it's in Florida,
At the computer, I don't
where
wanna-
they like surround a house. Dude, that's
oh, boy, the
so
monitor went off.
scary. Oh, you ran a dance
Sorry,
class.
I just don't want to.
What kind of dancing?
This computer, so it doesn't.
catch on
I'm
fire.
just curious. You know, guys, like, I don't know how to dance very well. Yeah, which is funny because I used to be in ballet and like tap and gymnastics, but I can't dance. Like, you know, like, what is that? Like salsa merengue?
This is all the benchmarks.
I feel like I don't have coordination, guys. Probably why I'm always falling down. But I was good in gymnastics. That's the funny part.
Sorry. I'm sorry about this.
He's like, sorry, guys, sorry.
Well, that was fun. Ionia, you said?
Yes, Ionia.
Okay. See how much went in that paper? Okay. All right, Ionia County here.
I really like this guy, though. He's really knowledgeable,
Here we go.
though.
Okay. We got.
He's pretty
okay,
good. Like,
basically
I usually
complete.
watch Decision Desk,
And
too. That's what I was watching when
unfortunately,
Trump
I
was
have my
running.
friend-
And I kept going back and forth from these stuff to that
So
to
what do we
see
got here?
where we were at for everything.
For
I'll probably be
benchmarks.
doing
Okay,
that
again,
when
using
we're watching the
progressive lane,
midterms because,
we're using the
ooh,
establishment
that's
lane
going to
right
probably
here.
be an all-nighter,
This was
guys.
60 for Whitmer. Again, this is that outlier zone for
That's
Whitmer
how I
where she
was
did
with
so
Trump.
well.
I stayed up
It was
till
52
I heard that he
was the
won, and then I was
Biden
like,
2020 number.
I'm going to go to sleep
and
now.
34 was the Clinton 16 number. And we've said, you know, in this part of the state where the Whitmer number you can kind of dismiss because, again, it's just the home field advantage for her, basically. So dismiss the Whitmer number. We're looking at two benchmarks,
Aw,
Clinton
thank you,
16
Dave.
and Biden
Well, we
20.
love that
And
you're
we keep
here.
saying the Clinton 16 one,
I'm
it's going
dancing.
to be really low in
Interesting.
a lot of places, and yet she nearly won the state because
At
she
their
did so
Murray
well
School
down
of
here.
Dance.
Even if Stevens gets the kinds of numbers I'm saying she might get out of Detroit, she's not
That's
going to do in
awesome.
Wayne County what Clinton did because of what I
Yeah,
just said about
I'd
like
probably be the
Dearborn,
one
Dearborn
that'd
Heights,
be like
places
iffy
like
to
that.
go to dance
So
because
it
I
means
also used to
the
do
Stevens
cheerleading, which is
number to make
hilarious.
the benchmark can't
Again,
be down
I
here.
can't
It's gotta
dance
be
though till
closer to
this in my
here.
life. Like I feel like I don't have rhythm.
That's an art,
I
not a
probably
science
do.
right now.
I just
but
feel like
look
I
at
don't.
this.
Like I would
It's
love
really
to
close.
be able to dance like the way
She's
they did
landing
in
this
that
county
Step Up movie.
14 points
Like I
north
wish I
of
could dance
Hillary
like
Clinton
that.
and only
You know.
4 points south of Joe Biden. And remember, when Joe
But yeah,
Biden got
I know
52%
like
of the vote
a lot of people,
in
like
Ionia
even my
County,
best friends and
he
my
wasn't
dude, they all
barely
could dance.
winning
I could
Michigan.
just
He
stand
won
there and I'll just
Michigan
look
big 'cause
nice.
It was a divided field, but his
I'd rather be the
percent
arm candy.
53% statewide, right? So he got a majority with a
Fred
little bit of
Astaire.
a pad, getting 52%
I
out
loved
of
watching
here.
him
And here's
dance.
Stevens running at 48%.
Yes, Dave, you
So
are always
that's-
welcome here.
And that's a
Whether
if
it's
you're
just to
her,
chat
and you
us
said at
up
the start
or
of the night,
to just hang or
48%
watch
in a
this
place
stuff,
like Ionia County,
we're down.
I'm not sure what exactly their benchmarks are, but it's got to be close to that. And that's when, so.
See, I know
that's
how to do
why
the walls.
When I'm looking like nearby.
I think that's what it is.
At Eaton County, that's why I've been.
I know how to do that
you
one
know,
because
you
we had
said,
to
is that
learn,
Stevens
you know,
number?
like
It's
for
already
when we used to
close.
have
Is
dances
it
in
gonna
school.
land in
That was
Eaton
the one thing
County?
that our
Kinda
teachers
where we just showed
had
you
to
in
show us how to
Ionia
do.
County. Is it going to land? Oh, I see Ingham. Is it going to land in Livingston like that?
I don't know. I didn't know what else to say, Abel.
What she just did in Ionia, can she replicate it in play? Here we
Because,
go.
you know, I can't dance,
Ingham
guys.
County. This is Lansing. Now, okay, this is 13% of the vote.
And I'm not a wallflower either. Like, if you give me some liquid courage, I'll think I'm like the queen of the dance floor.
It's a broad base of vote mode. I'm trying to look if it's from a particular municipality, but I haven't quite nailed that down yet.
Okay, so Ingham, I mean,
I'm
we're
with
going to check
you.
in on the congressional race in
I'm
a
really
second, because this is
like
key to that
my
congressional
prayers
race
keep going
in
out
the
for
7th
it,
district.
but
I haven't been
at the
meaning
same
to
time, I'm trying to
congressional races.
prepare for the
Short
worst.
shrift
So I'm
here,
trying to
but
do both
Ingham
at the
County,
same time,
again,
guys.
This is, okay, Gretchen Whitmer was the county
Like, I
prosecutor
keep trying
in
to
County. So when I
keep
said she
myself
had the home
prepped
field
for
advantage,
everything,
she
and that's why I
really had
started
it
running
there.
again.
So as our benchmarks go for
Just to
Stevens,
keep myself fit,
Whitmer got 63,
in case
but
something does
that's her
happen.
home county.
You
Okay.
know, but and if nothing
Realistically,
happens,
though,
at least
when I
I'm
say
fit.
this is like a very liberal county, the number that Joe Biden got out of Ingham was 45. Number that Hillary Clinton got was 43. And
The Fox show, you could do that even if you want. You know, one thing I did
did
mimic, I guess you would say, is like
It doesn't look like it was from Lansing.
in
It
school,
looks
like
it
in
was
school,
from
they had
some of
showed
the
us like
perimeter
during summer
townships,
vacation.
and
They had showed
maybe
us Dirty
Lansing as well.
Dancing,
And
and you know how
in
they
a
would tell you
mix of
like
vote type.
you
Yes,
could move like
Okay, so-
do the mashed potato and stuff
So what
like
are we
that.
talking about?
The
Sorry.
stuff I learned.
Okay, we're doing
I
a
could
Michigan
tap
hit.
dance,
And how
though.
long?
And the ballet thing was brutal
Okay,
when I was
folks, we're
learning
doing
that.
another Michigan hit in a minute.
We do have another update out of Oakland as well.
Yeah.
We got another 11,000 votes there.
The Frankenstein two-step shuffle.
Stevens
I
wins
actually
his
was doing
most
the
recent
Cupid
batch,
shuffle at
51 to
one of my
46.
niece's birthday.
Okay, and again, this continues
Again,
to be like
it
a
tells
mix,
you
huh?
what to
I think
do,
this
so I was like
continues to
able
be
to
a
do
mix.
that.
We have a little bit less transparency into what's going on in Oakland in our system here, so it's a little bit rougher.
Okay, so we're going to go do
Oh,
this
that's
here in a
good
second. I'll
that they
stop talking,
do
but we're
that.
now
That he rides it
finishing
100
up,
miles a week.
you know,
I used
past
to
a
love
quarter of
riding
the
my
vote.
bike.
You know, Stevens has got this
I haven't
down to
ridden my
you've seen
bike in
it,
a
the
long time.
statewide
I used to
margin
do that,
eight,
and I used to roller
7,
skate,
6.5. It's sitting at 6
which is
right
funny
now. Again, it's
because
a
I
lot
can't
of blank
rollerblade, but I
space
can
on
ice
this
skate.
map.
I know, guys. It doesn't
Get
make
a
any
little
sense,
Genesee,
right?
but a little. County clerks,
Yes, I
municipal
remember the
clerks in
hokey
Michigan.
pokey.
If you want to be like nationally famous, report out a ton of vote, and I will make you a star for the next time. I need a county to give us a ton of vote. All right, here we go.
I know where that's from. You call this the sprinkler. Night of the Roxbury, right? Like, I'm having a hell of a good time. I like that movie. That movie is so funny. I have a pretty good balance. Like, sometimes. Like, if I'm trying to do something, like, for example, I just tested it out like a couple days ago. I did like a cartwheel. I'm like, yes, I still have it.
It's only 10 o'clock.
I was kind of nervous.
Oakland County. Let's
The
talk about it,
electric
because I think we just got some new
grand
numbers in
slider.
Yeah, we did just get a little bit more in Oakland. I can show you. Remember, it was at 67%
Wasn't there one with the
expected
song
vote-in. It's now
Saturday
ticked
Night
up to-
Live or something like that, where you like do the 70s dance?
71% here. Stevens continues to lead here, a 2-point margin, a little bit more than 2 points over Al Sayed. Again, this continues to be a mix of different vote types.
Dave,
So
you're
it's-
so
in terms
sweet.
of
I
the
swear to God.
trajectory
Y'all are
here
so
in Oakland
nice.
Of, who's on course. Is Stevens
You
on
guys
course?
are
Is Al
literally
Sayed on
like
course
how my
to
brain
do
is.
better in
That's
the
why.
remaining quarter
My
or so
brain
of
is
the vote?
always
It's
everywhere,
a little bit
so
tough to discern.
that's why I
what
think
we're
I have
trying to
like so many
figure out
different
right
topics
now.
to talk about
But
because
Stevens
I'm like
margin,
all over
remember
the
when we
place all the
first
time,
got
guys.
that big initial batch,
I feel
which
like you guys are
included,
all like
a
little
lot of vote
characters
by
in my
mail. It
head.
did also
I'm probably not
include,
really
and I didn't
here. It's all
emphasize this enough at the time,
fantasy.
it did include a lot of election day vote as well. So it was a little bit more of a mixed
Your
bag.
bank
And
book.
Stevens has maintained that small advantage he
Curdy.
had over Al Sayed there as Oakland has continued to
We
come
can't do that
in.
anymore.
Again, just statewide, what this looks like here.
You do like, I hope you guys like that we have like billions of different topics here, because I can go and roll with the flow with you guys. So wherever you guys want to take the conversation is usually where I end up going. Sometimes I'll end up going off topic myself, and I don't mean to, but if you guys want to talk about stuff, like, more power to you guys. I'll jump in when I can. Like, if I have something to like provide to it.
Election day vote right away, and it gave Al Sayed a really running start in this thing. And then what's been coming in
Oh my
much more
God, yeah,
slowly
see?
and
Hey, well, that's what I was
trickles
talking
in a lot
about.
of cases, has been more
Where you're
vote
just
by
going-
mail, which again has been overwhelming for Stevens. And so I'll give you
Every time I hear that song, that's the automatic thing I want to do. So I'll be in Walmart and I'll just be like,
get you about 40 miles outside Lansing, Ionia County.
it's just so funny to
but,
me.
This is now,
I think we updated our expected vote there.
boy, wow.
The electric slide?
I took
Okay.
a big swing and I whiffed. Our decision desk, we thought this was complete. We thought we had 100% vote
Right?
here.
You guys are
Our
just
decision
all
desk
like
has
different
updated
characters
it.
in my brain.
So I will pause.
Because I have what, the
That's not
DID?
your fault, Steve. That's not on you.
Each
That's not
of
on
you are
That's
one of my
okay.
characters.
Is there anything interesting happening in some of these other smaller rural counties,
Yeah.
Steve, that we should be tracking?
Yeah, I mean,
I
look,
love
I
that
think
song, too.
It's interesting if you kind of look. I've been drawing the
what
line
is
here,
love?
basically saying.
Oh my God,
north of
that song was
Saginaw,
playing out throughout
and
the
there's
whole
not
movie,
much
and it got
here
stuck in
the
my
way of
head
population
for
centers.
like a
But
while.
the key in this area, is that
They're doing good,
like,
Cindy. We were
the
going to bring one
establishment
out, but then my
candidate
mic was
here, who
acting
we
like
expect
full,
will be
so
getting 60%
instead we put
plus of
her
the
and
vote
Poppy
in
to
these
bed.
places. Al Sayed,
But they're
when he
doing
ran
good. We
for
had
governor
that,
in
like
that
today was a
2018
killer for
Democratic
outside, so
primary
they didn't
against
get to
Gretchen
go
Whitmer,
outside today.
really
But my
had some
ducks were
low
outside because
numbers
they
in
have their
northern
own pool,
Michigan
so they're
in the
always like
UP.
cool.
We do have a completed county
But
up here. It's
the ducks
very,
were the only
very
ones
small.
outside. And
But
Juju Bean,
Lewis
she's
County in the
growing.
Upper
She has like a
Peninsula,
little
we think
afro,
all the
guys. She's
vote
growing
is
her
in.
little poof, and she has
this
like a
is
little
one
thing
where,
that looks like a flower on the side of her
Stevens
head.
is gonna win
I
it,
keep trying to take
but
a
this
photo
is
of
a
it,
good
but every time I
number
do,
up
she
here
puts her face
for
in the
Al
water, and I'm
Sayed.
like, dang it.
Okay, he got like 12% of the vote here when he ran for governor in 2018. He lands in the low mid 40s here. This is a place where I
Tina
think
Turner,
Stevens,
right, Cindy?
again, if she whiffs in Luce County, it's no big deal. It's very, very small. But if
See,
as
now
these
I'm
other
playing that
counties,
song in
we
my
start
head,
to get
Cindy.
completed results in these other counties in northern Michigan, if this is the pattern, underwhelming Stevens victories, much stronger performances
Uber
for
is here.
Al Sayed than he had in 2018. Those do start to add up, and they could signal broader kind of demographic strength for El Sayed that extends outside the region.
Oh,
I say that
oh
because
no.
when you're talking about small town northern Michigan and the UP,
Chubby
you
Chugger's
are
the
talking
twist.
about a lot of blue collar, older white
I'm telling you,
voters. And if
I
that's a
remember from that
demographic in
movie
any
because
way
they
that
were
he's
doing like the mashed
overperformed with,
potato,
who's
and
to
then
say
it was
doesn't
like what you
extend
do the
outside of this?
twist.
So again, I don't want to make too much. Maybe I already have out of one county in the UP.
But was that?
We've
That wasn't
seen a
in
number of counties coming.
Back
I
to
mean,
the
you could
Future,
just see it
right?
here.
I know
This
they
is
do
the-
something similar too.
This is the Al Sayed shade
They
of
do,
blue,
like,
right? I've been
before he
saying
starts
north of
playing Johnny Be
Saginaw.
Good.
And these are a lot of partial results. These are not completed counties, but you are seeing hints in some of these counties that maybe what's happening in Luce County
You
is
can
broader.
stand Rod Stewart.
All right, Steve Kornacki, we'll be checking back with you in a second. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you being there for us. Walking us
You
through
won
all
a
that.
twist contest when you were 5.
Okay.
Still
So
so
we-
far nothing, guys.
We went through Ionia, and do we have?
But it looks like you guys
any
are right. It looks like he's
other
about, he
completed
might
counties
win
or
because he's
newly? I
at
see we're
51%,
28%. We are
guys.
getting some more stuff. Do we have anything big that just came in?
And Haley's
What do I got?
in 45%, but
Keweenaw is the
McMorrow,
Keweenaw,
that's a
there's like
funny
18
name,
people. It's-
McMorrow.
we'll give
is
Keweenaw
the one
a
that's
She's only at
closest
3.6%. That girl ain't gonna
all in
win.
up there.
Okay, but it is okay. Keweenaw, though, this is summer vacation
Aw, I'm
land,
sorry
right?
you missed your
It's
mom.
tiny.
I
it's
give you a big
UP,
hug, Abel.
But it is. I mean, just as tiny
Kinda
as
look like I
it
did a
is, it is
Wakanda
the same
thing.
story as Luce. You know, this, instead of being like a 60% Stevens Place, Al Sayed might win Keweenaw. I mean, it's tiny, but okay. What else?
We got 4,000 votes out of Ottawa County and another
Yeah.
4,000 votes
Ooh,
out of
very
Oakland
cool
as
that it
well.
played.
Okay. Oakland was 4,000 in addition to. Okay. Oakland,
Hey man, that's it. I was telling you, I probably suck at it. Like in my brain, I think I do.
Yes.
Like I see other
she
people and I'm
wins
just
that
like, man, I wish I could dance like that.
54.43.
Like I feel like I'm not at that like limit, like that level.
Do we have what we think
You heard the
are
song earlier?
completed municipalities? That might be the way to tackle this.
Yeah.
You
I'll-
watched that
I'll take a
movie,
look
the
into
Richie
that.
Valens one,
Because
where he's like
that would be
Richie.
our answer to where this is gonna. What
Yep, Luke
direction
Diamond
this is going.
Phillips.
If this is going in a direction where that remaining quarter is going to push the Stevens number north, or
Frank
is
says
going to
that.
be beneficial to Al Sayed, or
He
is going to be a
cheated.
wash?
Yeah, we know he
It's a
cheated.
critical question. We got some Adam
You guys are
said
so funny.
in Ottawa County. Again, this is western Michigan, right outside Grand Rapids.
Doing
Holland would be
20%.
the big community here. This was an area, pardon me, actually where
I bet
Whitmer
you a lot of
didn't
them
do that
aren't.
well in 2018.
I bet you
Al Sayed
because
actually
if
had
they're
some
counting
strength
just
out
these
here.
as
Again,
mail-in
one of the
ballots, I bet you a
reasons,
lot of them are
there's
not
a lot
real.
of young people who have moved into Western Michigan. There's a younger population here, and younger is translated into strength for Al Sayed.
You're good for the sway.
In Ottawa County, but
Or you
to
just,
give
like,
you
going
a
back and
sense
forth?
of it, using the benchmarks that we have been applying everywhere tonight. If you
I
look
think
at,
I could rock that.
Ottawa County, it was 48%. I say Whitmer got, oh my gosh. I have to remember when I selected the pen and when I haven't. The pen is selected. Okay. Whitmer got 48 in Ottawa County, right? Remember, she got 52 statewide, so it's one of the places where she didn't get a
Okay, so
majority of the
it's the
vote.
videos?
Biden got 51 here, and then, Clinton.
I'm really
again, as
hoping we
saw in
don't
so
go on
many
the ground,
places,
guys.
the
That's
bottom
gonna
just
be
fell out for her,
nuts.
34. So Stevens running at 40, but
Yeah, are you ready?
This is a
1,
textbook
2,
example
3,
of
4,
what I've
go.
been talking about in other counties, right? 40 in Ottawa.
Oh yeah,
is like
Michigan
a
is
disaster
just
for
like New
Stevens,
York, and
if that's where this lands.
that's
tonight,
gonna
okay?
be done for that
But
one.
What we've seen in these other counties around Lansing and some of these other places that have been
Right? I mean,
as the vote
it's not
has
even my
come in,
state, and
there's been a lot
I'm
of
already
vote by mail
like,
that's come in late.
you know,
It's been
because it's my
very favorable
country.
to her. Her numbers continue.
Like I
ticking
feel
up.
like I'm watching
So
it
if
just fall
another
apart
way of
right in front of
looking
my
at this
eyes,
is
and
with a
I
quarter
don't
of
like
the vote
it,
in,
and
is
I
this
want to
her
do
starting
something,
point?
Like I wish I could
Is
do
she
something about
starting
it.
at 40 in Ottawa County, and could she then tick her way up to 48 to around 50%?
Yeah, they're
of
definitely
the
trying
vote?
to stay ahead.
I think that's probably about what she needs to get out of a place like this tonight, and we've seen that happening in some other counties.
Yep,
So
you reap what you
that's-
sow,
as
Dave.
Ottawa starts to come in, that's what we're kind of going to be looking for. Grand Rapids.
I'm glad you like the
Kent.
chat.
You know,
Like
we
Pat,
got
you can always
18%
feel
of the
free to
vote
bring
in
up any
out of
type of
Kent in,
subject.
like,
Like
6
these people are
minutes, I think,
so
at-
awesome.
at,
Like no
at
matter what
8
subject
o'clock.
we
It's
talk
10:15,
about,
we're
you
at
guys are always
24%.
on point with our information,
And I
man.
just want to see, we've been at 89. We're getting close to complete in these places. That's why I'm showing them. Livingston's ticked up to 78.
I wish I could moonwalk.
Stevens
I
is
can't
sitting there
moonwalk.
basically close to 46%.
I don't think I could do like, you know how they go like this or something like that, like the.
15%. Stevens is running at 40.
When we were talking
I
about the
did wanna
breakdancing
check in.
movies,
Indiana
guys.
is very significant.
Like, I
in
can't
this
do that.
Congressional primary here. Yeah.
can't-
Okay. Let's take a closer look now, because what's been happening with Stevens, you can see has a spillover effect to this primary.
Yeah, that's true, Pat.
I think Did we call it?
Yes.
Oh,
I bet you
hey,
Sweetie
folks,
Pie is.
we got a call we're going to share with you.
For real.
Ingham.
They should just take it and be like, "That's y'all could have it."
Wait, they're in an interview.
Yeah,
Okay, folks, there is going to be
I'm kind of
news now here.
iffy
I don't know if
only
you can
because of the
hear
fact
the show or
that
anything, but that's what I'm.
because we had Americans that were like murked there. I think he would do that to retaliate, is actually have them on the ground and just like take them out. But it's like a 50-50 thing, you know? Because it could be just, you know, like how he likes to do the big ask, and then what he really wants is like the lower thing. So it could be just one of those things where he's just like kind of bluffing them, but who knows? You're in Toledo? Oh, Cindy, I love you guys too. Oh yeah, Dante, we definitely are.
Okay, folks,
Say goodbye to
I'm
the
sorry,
midterms
folks,
at
I
that
don't know if you
point.
can hear. They're interviewing a member of Congress.
10 Nugent for
Obviously,
Michigan governor.
wait my turn, but that's why I'm being silent here. But 7th District, just as that late arriving
So this is
counted
the
vote
7th
has
district.
favored-
And it looks like it's William, Bridget, and Matt. And William looks like he's winning at 38.6. You know what? But that's awesome because, you know, when you're like a couple with somebody, you guys really have to focus on each other, especially if you've had kids and now your kids are growing. It's hard to reconnect. So it's good that you do
I'm
stuff
sorry,
like
folks.
this.
Let's-
Even
we're-
if you don't have kids, it's so good to do this.
They wanted
It's
to
a
talk
good way
about
to connect.
the result in the Kansas Democratic primary. We've called Cindy Holscher, the
Wow,
winner of the Democratic
15
primary
15
here.
minutes
So it's going to be
from
Cindy
Michigan
Holscher,
line.
the Democrat, against Ty Masterson, the Republican.
Aw,
Again, this is
thank you,
a
sweetie.
term-limited Democrat.
So
this
are
will be
you.
the
You're such a
Trump-endorsed
sweetheart.
candidate.
I love
The
that that's
candidate
your
of
name because
Governor
it
Laura
fits you.
Kelly loses. Okay, she had not endorsed the. Let's go back to Michigan. That's where we want to be. Okay, I was looking at Michigan 7 because what's been happening in the Senate
I
race
love
there,
Navy
okay, in that
SEALs.
Senate primary, where you've seen Stevens in. Are we?
Wow, I
Steve
wouldn't think you
Bernanke
would have had
at
kids
the
that.
big board on what
that
just
old.
happened in Kansas.
You seem like you're such a
Cindy
young
Holscher
person.
will be the Democratic nominee for governor. Steve, how did it happen?
Yeah, I mean, take a look. A very close race here. By the way, Kansas is very quick at counting their vote. We
Well,
got
I'm
more
glad
than
it does,
three-quarter
Dave.
in.
You're
Holscher now
as old
opening
as
up a
you
very
feel,
healthy
you know?
advantage there
Like,
over
I
Corson.
think I'm pretty
I think one
spry.
place to take a look right here in
I probably
Johnson
act more
County,
childish
because
than
Johnson
most
County
people
is
my
more than a
age.
third of the vote statewide for Democrats.
Like when
in
we
this
went
primary.
to
Right
Great America,
outside Kansas City, Missouri,
and
Kansas
this was
City,
like
Kansas for that matter. Rapid,
maybe like
explosive growth here. There's like
I want to say like 5 years ago.
people, and all
I had my
three
dude
of
like
these candidates,
give me a
Holscher,
piggyback
state
ride, and people
senator,
like you know how
Corson,
you go
state
up to those
senator,
guessing
Kurtz
things
Duke,
during
mayor
the
of
Fright Fest.
Overland Park. All
They were
three
trying
of
to guess my
them
age, and they
from Johnson
totally
County.
got it wrong
So
by
in
10
some
years.
ways, to me,
But
the
it's
question
because
tonight
of
is
how
gonna
my
be,
personality
is
is.
this a Johnson
I think
County
it threw them
primary?
off.
One of the
That and
winners,
because
they
you
gotta
know
decide
I have
between
good
three of their
genes.
favorite sons,
I
favorite
think it
daughters.
comes from my Native
Johnson
American
County
side,
ends up
to be
going for
honest.
Holscher here. Wins this by about a 4,000 vote margin. You can see she also posts a win here.
I'm glad you guys are having a fun time.
Of a similar margin. This is Kansas City, Kansas right here. She did extremely well here. Douglas County, where the University of Kansas is. Shawnee County, where the state capital Topeka is. Still vote to come right there. But these are the big population centers here. Really
Yep,
big
all of
numbers
us.
further
We're all
down
in our
Wichita,
20s, guys.
where Sedgwick County is. And so she did, as the night goes on, pull away from Corson. And so you have that dynamic. And the Republican side, Ty Masterson, endorsed by Trump. This is the story we've seen in so many Republican primaries. Trump endorses. Trump gets his candidate in Kansas. On the Democratic side, I think you said Laura Kelly.
You know,
Democratic
honestly,
governor,
Pat, we were
sided
actually
with
just
Corson
talking
in
about
this,
that.
does not
We
get her
were
candidate.
like me and my
Which is so
besties
interesting
and
because
my
she
dude
has
were talking about like, you know, what would happen
gangbusters popularity in the
if
state of
we actually had an
Kansas. I think
EMP.
she's
I
the
feel
top
like
10
that would like
most popular,
bring us
but
all back
highest
down to
approval rating
earth where
governors in the
we're not
country.
just stuck
And
on
it's
social
thrown
media.
that weight
I mean, it would
behind Ethan
suck
Bush,
because
who's
it would throw us into the Stone
very
Age,
happy
but
to talk about
you
that
know,
when he was on the
it definitely
campaign
would
trail.
kind of reset
The other
everything,
piece
in
of
my
this, too,
opinion.
you know, Kansas hasn't elected a Democratic
You're 22,
senator,
40
I think,
years
since
ago.
the 30s, but it is one of 5 states that is represented by a Democratic governor that in a state that Donald Trump ended up winning, Steve.
See,
So
Dave, you're
there seem to be
27.
some
You gotta
interesting
flip that
dynamics
number.
at play. I feel like if the theme of the night is
Yeah.
you can't paint with a broad brush, right? Like this maybe is part and parcel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think one thing we've
Aw,
seen
that
is
is so sweet,
gubernatorial
Dave.
races can kind of defy the tribalization,
She's very lucky
polarization
to
of
have me.
national politics much more than federal races can. Races for the U.S. House,
30
races for the Senate. So you'll
30
see a
is
state
the
like
perfect
Kansas
age.
that's a reliably red state in a presidential election have circumstances
Wow,
where it will
30.
elect a
Oh, yeah,
Democratic
that's
governor.
right,
You'll see
Ava.
a
You
state
told
like
us about your twins.
Massachusetts not too long ago.
I keep
one of the
forgetting your
most
guys' age
Democratic
because you
in the
guys seem
country.
like
Charlie Baker was
such
a
young in
two-term
spirit.
Republican governor
Like
from
when you guys chat on
2014
here,
to
I
2022.
keep thinking I'm
Vermont
talking to
doesn't
like
get more
uber young people.
Democratic than Vermont currently has a Republican
I got that
governor
just young
who's running
energy,
for
guys.
re-election. So I think you get a little bit more of that sort of ticket splitting is not a thing we see that much at the national federal level.
That's
you
good,
do
sweetie.
still see it a little bit under some
That's
circumstances.
how I am.
At the
I'm
gubernatorial
very
level.
young at heart.
So, Steve, obviously, the big race
Guys,
we're
prime
watching,
is
we have to go
25
back to
to
it in
35.
Michigan. Any update you
Good
can
to
give
know.
us
I didn't
on
know
the
that.
Al Sayed Stevens race? We were just talking about it with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, who talked about, Steve, the fact that tomorrow,
name was funny,
whoever wins,
Debbie
if we have
Dingell.
results by tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have results by tomorrow. That they're going to have to unify. But what are we seeing so far tonight?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm gonna
definitely
dive right
try.
back in here because in the
Like
last
Cindy
couple
knows
minutes,
me
this-
already,
the
and most of
vote
the people
has
on here
ticked
do.
up. It's
Like
coming in
I'm always
slowly.
like
It
a
is
very
coming
positive
in.
person,
We were at about a
and
quarter
I
of
always
the
try
vote.
to
Now
look
we're
at
getting close
everything
to
as a life
30%.
lesson
One thing
and
very
like
big
a good
picture
reason
that
why
we're seeing and
something
continues to
wasn't
happen
allowed
here
to happen
is that
just yet.
Stevens
So
in that
I try to
sort
look
of
at the
bottom line
positive,
number
and I
against
definitely
El
try
Sayed,
not to
it
stress about anything.
continues to
Like
tick
stuff that's
down.
not in my
58,
control, I'm just like,
45, 6, it's now
what can I do?
5.2.
I can't do
He said
anything,
8,
you know.
he
So
said
why stress
7,
about it? Why worry?
6.5, 6,
Only stuff that I
inside
can
5.
control is
Now
the
we're
ones
getting
I would
down
probably
close
worry
to
about. But
so
even
this
then, I probably wouldn't
continues to
worry.
shrink here. There's still a lot to come.
I'm way
here.
too
It's
like,
sort of uneven
I
where the
guess,
vote
free
is coming
spirited.
from. I'm going to look here. I'll
I
see some of these
should
for the
learn to
first
ground
time myself.
myself
I just
more,
mentioned we
though.
started to get vote in Lansing State Capitol, big Democratic bastion. This is a place where Al Sayed wants to do
Your wife
very
tells
well
you you act
tonight.
like
I
a
think he
teenager.
sort of depends on it. Livingston County next
True,
door.
Dave. True.
I will say,
It's like when they say if it's too loud, then you're too old.
I'm just checking these kind of.
Like
for the
I
first
still
time here
jam
myself.
with my rock
Genesee
music,
County, Saginaw
like
County,
almost at full
not a ton
blast.
more
Where
in
I've
those
had
places.
like people
The
tell me like
story really
you should
has
lower
been,
it. I'm like, why?
there
It's
was a
fine.
bit
It's
of a
meant to be
mirage
loud.
early, I think, in that the election
Wow,
day
you
vote
do.
in some
Congrats,
places got reported
sweetie
out very
pie.
quickly and huge for Al Sayed.
Name just
and a
sounds
much
funny, Dante.
longer
That's why I
process
giggled at it.
in not all.
It just
We haven't
sounds
seen
so
it in
made
small
up.
counties, but we've seen this in a fair number of counties now where Stevens has chipped away at that early advantage that El Sayed has had and has given herself numbers, Eaton County. She's getting close here to a number that I think coming into the night she would have wanted to have. It didn't start out that way. That's the same story next door here in Livingston County. We're looking for other counties on the map we can measure where we've got this much vote in. There aren't many counties right now where you're looking at 75, 80, 90, 95% of the vote
I'm
in.
glad,
It shows
guys.
you
I
last time
really
there
do
is some
hope I
evidence,
make you guys
some
smile.
limited
I
in
think we
northern
all need
Michigan
to
and the rural
sometimes just
parts
to
where
have a
Al
good
Sayed
laugh and
might be
a good
outperforming
time.
there too. So that becomes a factor, maybe a bit around the edges, but it certainly could become a big factor. But
Yep,
it's been
he
notable
definitely
to me.
does keep up with us.
I think there were some initial big numbers in some of these places that suggested at the start of the night, this could be a runaway.
It's funny that you guys
for
all
Al
keep saying
Sayed.
that you have
I think
like
it's come back around a bit the other way. The question is how far back around is it going to come? And I think what we just need.
Thank you
we
so
say
much,
Wayne,
Kat,
Wayne,
for the
Wayne, that's
jewels.
true. But what we really need right now is some substantial counties
I love the
to
stars.
get to basically
They're so
100%.
cute.
Because so much of what we're doing right now is, well,
You're
he's
62.
doing good with this vote.
So you gotta
he's
flip it
doing
again.
good with that type
Okay,
of
you're
vote. If it does this, if
26.
it does that. When I can see a couple of these actually get to 100%, I think it'll clear up fast.
You guys are
before we
when
get
you
to
guys
win.
talk about your like
Well, we
your
are on
kids
pins
being
and
like
needles.
that older,
Steve
your grandkids.
Cordell,
I feel like
so
it's not
great.
true because you guys sound super young, man. Y'all sound like
I'm sorry, yes.
if I was talking to my
Pre-processed
grandparents,
absentee just came in at a
like they
different
wouldn't
rate,
talk like the way we
245,000
talk. So
votes.
it's like it's funny
Okay.
to me
This is the vote by mail.
because y'all
in
have like
Detroit.
young spirits to
Okay,
yourselves.
this is all of Wayne County. This isn't just Detroit that you're looking at. But if you were seeing this before, Al Sayed had a narrow lead with a very scant number of votes counted in
Oh,
Wayne.
interesting.
We've now added the vote by
That must
mail.
suck though, because I
for
bet
the
you
city
still
of
like
Detroit.
look at me like, damn, I really want to ride
what were the margins
my
on
motorcycle,
that?
you know?
Yeah, Stevens gets 74, El Sayed gets 22.
Wow. So, okay, now.
You're still waiting to
That's
hear
a
it.
very, very big number for her, obviously. She's winning the vote
this
by
is
mail.
what you wanted to see.
By 52. What we
Yeah,
now
no,
need
I
to
get it.
see is the second piece of it. This is like a boxing
Yeah, you can't do that with
match,
58.
She just took her best punch. Now Al Sayed's going to take his best swing
You're so
with
funny,
the
Dante.
election day vote.
Right.
How does it look compared to that? But I
The
think
tip
one
to
thing
be
that's
square. Oh my
interesting, what we've
God,
been
I haven't
looking at
heard
is
that in
these
a
votes that are coming
while.
in. one model we've kind of had in our minds here is that gubernatorial primary in 2018 when Gretchen Whitmer won. Al Sayed was sort of a distant second, but Whitmer only got
I remember you telling me that, Cindy.
52% statewide in that primary, okay, as the lone establishment candidate against two progressive challengers, Al Sayed and one other. And so we've been using the Whitmer number in a lot of these counties as sort of maybe a rough benchmark of where Stevens wants to be tonight. And the interesting thing is,
Did you flip
Whitmer
your age?
really
You're the youngest
struggled
here.
in Wayne
That's
County.
funny.
She lost Detroit. She actually came in second place in Detroit. She got
You're like, you're just
36%
a
of the vote in
baby.
Detroit. She got 44% overall in Wayne County. And again, I keep saying how big Wayne is, 20% of the vote, statewide. So this was core to the
I feel you,
chances
sweetheart. Last time I went too hard at the gym because it was my first time back. And I told you guys, I'm a very competitive person. So when I went with, like my kiddo, and we were like running on treadmill and training, I thought I was a spring chicken.
The question now is, as you
I went so hard on myself that I ended up like spraining my
So then,
knee.
can I ask you this, Steve? And I
My
don't
doc's
wanna-
like, you can't do that. You can't be
reliably
running
told
10
by our
miles.
source, in the
I was
room
like,
at the Stevens
why?
camp that they are literally
I can
hanging
do it. My
over
brain
every
says I
word as we
can.
speak, so just, no
told not
dealings
to,
here.
though.
What is the
like,
number
fine,
that
fine,
Al Sayed's
slow
camp is
down.
going to want to see for that, and that Stevens'
It
camp
sucked,
is going
though.
to see? In other words,
But I'm somebody
what
that's
is
always
the
on the move, so
ballpark that we should be looking for.
that's
when that
why
comes in?
this time when I was running
the
around like my property.
Whitmer, I
So
said
technically,
the
I don't
city of
think
the-
it's like 5 miles because
I'm sorry, but
it's
we
a
just
pretty
get a
big
little more,
property,
just
but it
change.
takes
What did we
like
just get?
20 minutes to
Yeah,
go
we got
around the whole
another
thing.
3,000
So going
votes.
around it like
Do we
Wayne.
know from
what for an hour?
I don't know.
I think
it
it's
from-
good.
from where.
Okay, so again, Wayne is not just Detroit, so that might be what just happened
Yep.
there. We said Detroit in that 2018 primary, it was
I've never used an
38%
electric
went
bike.
for Sri Tanadar. Okay, one of the two progressive, he's a congressman now. 36% went for Gretchen Whitmer, okay, and 26% went for
I know
Al
on here
Sayed.
last time we were
So,
talking, I was
and
like
now
saying I wanted
the
to try a
number
moped.
that Whitmer
They
got,
just look like
out of
cute.
Wayne, the Wayne County number for Whitmer was 44%.
Like ever since I seen
was
it on
44%.
Thomas, I was like, I
think,
want one of those.
If you're Stevens, right?
Looks interesting, and then you don't
wanna
need
try
a
to
license
move-
for it. So
You want to try to move that number close to 50% out of Wayne. So you
But
want
then
this,
again,
you want this 36.
if we
number
have
to
an
be over
EMP, it's not
50.
gonna work.
You want to be winning Detroit. You want to be winning Detroit by a very substantial margin tonight.
So, Steve, just to reset, what's the statewide look like? Just
Yeah.
remind us where we are statewide with this new vote coming
And
in.
that knocked. Okay, now take a look at this. Now we're
Oh, that's
over a
nice
third
that
of the
she
vote
was visiting.
statewide. That was a big batch right there. And again, this has been the
How are you doing
the
tonight,
shrinking
Grandpa?
margin.
Hope you're
That is
doing
now
well.
3.1 that separates Stevens from Al Sayed.
I bet it does
This
because
has- I think
I remember
starting
you
at
told me, Abel,
about
that you're on like a big
16,
property. You
17%
and
of the votes, something.
Texan.
We were looking at Al Sayed by 8.
I was like, dang.
Every update since.
I'm kind of
almost
jelly
without
because I told you
fail,
guys
this
I
has
really
ticked
want to
real
get
close.
like
It just
100
ticked-
acres
Now it just
because I'm
ticked down
insane,
to
guys.
3. Adam, what just came in? Anything meaningful?
We got during our last update.
She
we got
is.
a bunch of Kent. Nothing meaningful.
She's
in
like
just in the
about
last 10
3
seconds.
away.
Okay, but we did get a lot of.
But
Kent.
you know how it
Now,
goes.
this
Like
must be
all of a
election
sudden
day.
overnight,
Yes, it is.
he's gonna
Okay.
just jump in the
Now,
polls.
So do we think
That's
we
how
have
it
a-
always
how
happens
much of the
at a
election
2
day
a.m.
vote do we
drop.
think we have in Kent? This becomes a key question. This is where Grand Rapids is. This is a big piece of the puzzle.
About
I love
60%
homegrown
of
peppers.
election day,
I was telling everybody on
according
here
to
I'm
our current
growing
About 60% of the election day, and how much of the,
what is
the vote
it?
by mail? Do we think we have?
Habaneros,
44%.
cayenne,
there's
and Carolina
more-
Reapers.
Now we okay.
And
Okay,
I don't know
we gotta
why
run
because
a
I
few
don't eat
numbers on
them,
this, but the-
but
Okay,
I was
Grand
growing them
Rapids
because
is
I wanted to
interesting
see if I
because think that
can.
Stevens was there today, I want to say. Do I have that right?
You
Yesterday
prefer
and today? I mean, like,
two-cycle
this is
noise
another
over
late-
some
yeah,
electric
it's hard to
swinging
do.
is
Exactly.
You know, I
Exactly.
prefer
Spending some time
like
there,
probably
for sure.
like a regular
So,
bike,
Steve, I'm
but it's been a
we're
while
gonna
since I've been on
live in
one.
this for a second, bud, because
Yeah.
watching you think is entertaining for all of us.
What was that election day vote that just came in? How did it break?
It broke overwhelmingly
Had to be.
for El Sayed. Yeah.
Okay, so
trying to
they
take
said
a
maybe
look
October,
here.
double shoulder surgery,
It was
and one in April, then June.
for El
Guess
Sayed and 19%
what I'm dancing,
for
so
Stevens.
Okay,
I'm on my
this
way.
is a
That's
great
good that you're on
example,
your
folks,
way, though.
because we're
Yeah.
saying that election day vote has been so pro El Sayed. This is how pro El Sayed.
yeah, I can
80%
imagine,
to
Abel.
19% in that batch that just came in, right? So
Is it punch counterpunch?
We
you're talking about?
definitely
that
are, right,
bucket
Cindy? We're
of this
definitely
is
glad
this is
she's
the
here.
election day vote, right? Where El Sayed
Yep.
is getting numbers like
Abel,
this.
always
Okay,
lots of
Adam, you said
love
that
and
number is
prayers to
60%
you
full?
and good juju.
Yes.
Yeah, that bucket is 60% full right now. So there's still 40% of the bucket where Al Sayed's putting up
Yep,
numbers
I
like
send
this.
all you guys,
Right
all
now,
you guys
the
prayers
other
and
bucket is the
good
vote by
vibes.
mail. How is that breaking right now? Do you have that number handy?
In Kent,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
in
nice.
Kent,
They're such good
that
people, man. All you guys.
53% for El Sayed, 41% for Stevens.
The vote by mail?
I have ghost peppers.
Yes.
He's leading the vote by mail there?
What
In
sucked
Kent,
is that
yes.
one of
How
my
much-
plants that
how
I
many
had,
votes is that?
20,000.
the bunnies. I didn't even know bunnies can eat
Wow.
this. Maybe they're regretting it.
Yeah, that's a
But they
big-
ate one of those
Yeah, those are, if you're Stevens.
plants that
this
I
is
had.
53,
I don't
41.
remember which
Yeah,
one
for
it is.
outside.
I just see the leftover
so-
of it.
Stevens is losing her best batch by 12, and she's losing her
it
worst batch
definitely does.
by
I think it
61.
does.
And I think Adam said
Wow.
this one's about 44. We got about 44% from this bucket. The only thing I would ask about that,
Yeah, she
though,
definitely will.
is this heavily skewed to Grand Rapids?
Okay.
Potentially, yeah, I can look into it.
Okay, that's the only. This is Grand Rapids, but it's not
Yeah.
just Grand. So there could
We'll
be
wait
more
here
to
for
this.
you.
But as a benchmark, since we've been going through these, right? Like in Kent County, we knew coming in Kent was going to be a good one for Al Sayed. He got 41% of the vote in that 2018 primary.
Right.
He got 41% of the vote.
Ouch.
Whitmer got 44% of the vote, right?
I mean, that-
okay, right?
that-
like
that much hurt.
Joe
Like,
Biden, when he
I
won
don't
the state's
have
primary in
arthritis.
2020.
And I remember
he got
my grandma used to yell at me because I would
46%
sit in
of
front of
the
the heater.
Hillary Clinton got 37%.
She would tell me that I would get that, so
2016,
I get in
she
trouble for it.
narrowly
But it's
lost
just,
Michigan
it's
to
like when
Bernie
you
Sanders.
have like those fire heaters
And,
from
you
the
know,
apartments
again,
and you
if
put
that-
your
I
blanket
wanna
there.
look more into that
It
vote
made
by
a
mail
hot
number.
tent.
But that vote by mail
So I got in
number
trouble
has
for
to,
that.
I think, turn around for Stevens here. She can't be
And then I
getting
had to stop
30
doing it 'cause she told me
in a
to.
place like Kent. You know, she's not going to win it. But I think for a candidate like
We
her,
definitely do.
given what we're seeing elsewhere, she needs to be in the 40s.
We always
you
will
know,
have
in a
time
place
for
like
you.
that. I think she needs to be cracking that at least. That's what the other establishment wing candidates have been able to get here. And again, Whitmer only got 52% statewide, right?
Yeah.
You know, Sanders got 53% statewide in 2020, and he got like 49% statewide in
I
2016.
agree. Like,
Clinton and Sanders both got like 49% in 2016.
Like, I know
So
that there's
mid-40s,
things that
you
I
know,
pray
low
for, and this is what I was
mid-40s for
saying.
those candidates, high 30s
I
even for
forgot. I think it
Clinton,
was in
you know, got
Iron's
them
chat.
right to the kind of cusp of a
In
of a
Yoka's,
majority.
I was telling
so
them,
Stevens
like,
at 30%. That's, you know,
when God
and again,
talks to you,
Grand
he
Rapids,
talks
what
to you
is
in
it?
your
It's
time.
this
So even if you're
fast-growing
asking for
and it's
stuff,
young. So much
you
of
know,
the
he might not give it
support
to you when you want it
correlates
because you're
with
not
age.
ready for
This
it.
is one of
You
the
know, or
younger
there's something you
median
still have to
ages you're
learn
gonna
before you
find.
can
So
get
it's
it.
true next door
You know,
as well.
or to
In
appreciate
Ottawa
it.
County, one of the younger median
So I
ages you're
learned,
gonna
like,
find in the
even
state
if I'm
is
praying
right
for
here.
something,
So it's part of the
you
reason
know,
why
it's
we
not in
expected
my
that to
time.
be a big
It's in his
number
time.
for him. And in fact,
And, you know,
I
if
just
it's
wanna
meant to
check in
happen,
because
it'll
it
happen.
occurs to me, speaking of
Especially when
young
it's
voters,
calls
do we
for
have more?
prayers
We
to
don't.
help
You know,
people
Washtenaw County is
with
another
their
one.
mind,
Again,
their
we thought
body, their
would be
soul,
one of the
whatever.
best for Al
You know,
Sayed tonight.
I feel
And
like
again, where I
it
think
will
Stevens
definitely, you know,
knows
help.
she's gonna lose,
You know,
but
even
wants to be getting
even if
closer to
I'm
something,
far
you know,
away and I
40
don't know you
here or
like
something.
100%,
You know,
it's like
it's one of those.
I think it'll
That's what
still
I'm
help
saying when
regardless
this-
because
when
I
said
have
it-
pretty good
to
faith.
Bring it around.
Like, I
to
think my faith
Detroit
is pretty
for
strong.
Stevens, she's got to do a bunch of other things.
Smoke break.
And those are the kinds of warning signs that exist on this map. Kent County is a clear warning sign for her. Washtenaw, maybe. There is a thing in Washtenaw where typically, at least in the last few elections, the last thing they've reported out, or one of the last things they've reported out,
Wow.
is specifically vote by mail from the
That
city of Ann
sucks
Arbor, where the
that
University of
you
Michigan
had your
is.
back.
Is that if so?
I used to
there
work
could
with
be a batch,
veterans
could
and,
be a batch late in
and they would call
Washtenaw
in
that's
about stuff
useful
like that.
to
I would always
Stevens.
feel
Something
so
to keep in
bad.
mind when you see her number right there.
And they always have the
You
best
know,
stories,
Washtenaw,
man.
That's low for her if we're to hold in that area. Kent's low for her if we were to hold in that area, and maybe some indications, you know, in those
Yeah,
rural areas where
that's true,
you need them
Dante.
collectively, where she may not be. That's preliminary, but she may be lower than she wanted to be there
Cindy,
as well.
I agree.
So there's when I say there's encouraging signs in this statewide for Al Sayed, it's that. And as a matter of fact, that update in Kent
No,
County,
that's
I
true,
think,
Dave.
was so
That's
significant
something
in
my
that
mom
you
told
say
me.
The shrinking margin, right?
She used
Now
to always
it's
tell
going
me
a
that
tick the
God
other
would
way.
never put me
Remember,
through
it got down
something
to
like when He put you
3.0.
through trials
Now
and
you're looking at
tribulations.
3.4.
She
I
had told
think
me
what
that
happened
He'll
in
put you
Kent
through
County
what
has a
He
lot to
knows
do
you
with
can
that.
handle. Even if
So,
you
know,
don't
a
feel
little
like
bit
you
more
could,
now we're getting closer to
you'll
40% of the
kind
vote
of see
in,
your way through
you
it
know,
and
and
realize
outside
like,
leading
oh, it wasn't
3.4
that bad or
statewide.
it wasn't that hard, you know?
All right. Steve
And
Kornacki,
you had to go through that in order
fascinating. It is
for you
coming
to
in
grow as a
fast and
person or learn
furious.
something, you know?
And this is a real
And sometimes,
My brain is
sometimes the
still-
person you're
it's-
with,
it's-
I know.
you know,
I
like
know.
let's say you learned a lesson and you're like, I already know where this is going. And it sucks that you have to repeat it because the person you're with has to learn it and you got to struggle together and you're just like looking at him like,
quickly here.
Okay.
like I already learned this lesson. Maybe it just didn't stick.
Anything, any size.
But
Yeah,
I
let me
take
a
everything
look.
at,
Just
you
got our
know,
first in Genesee.
I don't know. I'm just too positive
Charlevoix
sometimes, guys.
looks like it's
Sorry.
complete. I think that's our only new one.
Here. Well, okay. This is a little, let's just dwell on this for a
We just got
second.
another
So as long as
another
we have
update.
faith the
Okay, let's go
size
there.
of a
I
mustard
was looking
seed,
at the
we can
Kent
move
update.
mountains. Yep,
We were
I
asking
agree.
about
I
the
think
mail
so.
vote. It does look like it's mostly come from Grand Rapids right now,
Okay.
not from Wyoming, not from Kentwood, not from
It's
some
the
of the
same
surrounding
like
places.
that is-
where you
that
have
is-
some
There's a
people they
scattering
plant like
throughout the
seeds in
county,
people,
but it's primarily
and
from Grand
it could be a
Rapids.
negative or
vitally
positive seed,
important.
and
So
the
the
more they water it, the
possibility-
more
again,
it'll
those are
grow.
real-
You know.
You know,
And so
if you
I always try
extrapolate
to
them,
like
those are
lead
real
with
low
like
numbers
positive
for
stuff.
Stevens.
Even like
But
in my
that was
my
the
own life,
question. Are they
like
skewed
if I
that
feel
vote
the
by
need to tell
mail
somebody like
to
a
the
situation I
city of
had,
Grand Rapids,
you know,
which
it
that's
might
gonna
be a
as
reason
bad as
because
it gets
somebody
over
might be
there
going through something
in
similar,
Kent County, and it looks
or
like
feeling a
the vote
certain
by
type of
mail
way, and it
is.
might help
So the
them, you know,
possibility
to
that
hear
that vote
certain
by mail,
stories.
the complexion of that vote by mail could
And
change
you don't realize the
dramatically.
impact you have on people's
That
lives, you
possibility
know?
is there. Again,
Like,
for Stevens, it has to be there.
when I was in
because she's gotta get
elementary
that number.
school-
She can't be sitting there at 30%.
Oops, deposit. Or was it supposed to deposit? Okay, there. Okay. So when I was in elementary school, guys, there was a kid in my school that nobody wanted to sit by, because at the time they didn't know what he was going through, but he was like he started losing his hair and everything. He started looking really frail, and nobody wanted to sit with him. And so I would see people like move away from him. And you know how kids are. Kids don't know sometimes any better, and they'll just be rude or mean. And so, you know, my mom and my grandparents always raised me to just be kind to everybody because you never know what they're going through in their life. So when I saw everybody kind of like not wanting to sit with this person, I went and sat next to him, and I was like just eating my lunch with him every day. And I ended up finding out like years later, because one of my siblings ran into him, and he was saying that what brought him, like got him through that time in his life, because he was getting cancer treatment, was the fact that I would sit with him every day. And I was like, I personally didn't think it was a big deal. I was just doing it because I didn't think it was right that people were being mean to somebody, you know? So I just sat with him. And even though we really didn't talk, we would just eat, you know? But to him, it was such a big impact on his life that it helped him during that rough time that he was going through, even though I didn't know he was going through something, you know? But that was my take on it. You know, like when I would look at things, you know, I would always try and kind of just put my best forward and hope that what I put out there is the same thing that I would hope someone would do for me one day if I needed it. You know? Sorry, sometimes I go on rampant little talks. But, you know, that's how I feel sometimes.
You're completed in the northern part. Alcona, we saw it in Alcona, didn't we?
Yeah, God can carry us through,
Yes.
definitely.
Watch out with
I'm
that
telling you guys,
water.
these topics be going
Misaki,
everywhere.
Mississauga,
Delta. there's a one-
yeah, Delta. Did we do
Yeah.
Delta? Yeah, Delta we showed. Yeah.
Delta, yeah, and they're still not even complete. I'm just trying to.
Is there any? I'm saying UP. Is there
He
any?
does, Dante. That's why, like, some stuff that
he
he says, or and like even
Cass, we're at
Arturo when he was
85,
talking about it on
that's
his
about it.
stream,
Cass,
it
we're
was
at
like
85. Did we
it
go
made
through
me
this one
think
yet?
of a
Okay,
lot
I
of
think
things
we might
that
have, but I'll-
are like similar
if
stuff,
you
you know.
Remember this?
So I was
you're-
like
you're
finding
better
it
memory than me.
intriguing.
I know we touched Cass. I don't know if we did the benchmarks. We're not complete yet. Stevens leads this thing right now, 47-44. We're at 85%. Whitmer
They
got
do, Dave.
60
At least
here.
that's what I think it does.
63 was the Biden number here.
But sometimes
and
people think I could be
48 was
too
the Clinton
positive.
16 number, right? You know, now you're not. We keep talking about that zone of
This is
overperformance
Spanish
for
song
Whitmer.
about
We're
faith.
not in that anymore, okay? You're getting the South
Okay, I'm gonna
Bend,
probably
Indiana,
chop this up, Abel.
almost more of a Chicago
Move-
influence.
muévete.
This part of Michigan here, southwestern Michigan. So you're away from Lansing here.
Yeah,
And
Iron
Stevens
is
running
definitely awesome.
At 47, you know, and
He's
again,
one of the people that I want to go
benchmarks
on the
there,
ground with.
close
I'm
to
still trying to
60
get a
or
hold
so,
of
realistically.
Tommy, but
Question
Arturo did
being,
reach out to him
what's
for
the
me
left? Vote
on my
by mail?
behalf to let him know, like, because I
In Cass
did,
specifically,
you know,
I'm
your
gonna
guys'
take a
advice,
look.
and I reached out to him.
That's a-
But he probably
Yeah,
might
that's
think
what
I'm
it looks like.
spam or
Vote by
like,
mail, and
you know, a
roughly
crazy
how many vote by
leftist.
mail ballots
But
do you think it is?
1400.
so Arturo reached out to him
1400.
to let him know, like,
So if
I
she
could
went
be
nuts
trusted.
with what's left and won it
So
by,
here's hoping that he'll respond to
well,
me.
well, that would be interesting. Let's
Aw,
just play it out.
Cindy, you're so
1400.
sweet.
What's she winning the vote by mail by?
Pulling it up.
Okay.
This song has always been an inspiration to you. I want to hear that song
She
now.
is currently winning it by 59-28.
Yeah,
So there's a
Dave,
lot
we're
of
working
McMorrow
on
here.
that. We're creating
that?
my
McMorrow's
Discord
picking up-
where
well,
we can
yeah,
do it
McMorrow's
there
picking up,
along
so
with
it's
like a
okay.
movie
Exactly.
night.
Well,
But we're
again,
trying to
vote by mail,
test
people
everything
would
out
cast
first
this
before we
before- okay.
like make
So
it go live,
31-point
so that we don't have
margin.
any hiccups. Because
Okay.
y'all know I always be having hiccups on
440.
here,
So
and I
that
don't
would
mean
net
to.
out to about an additional 420. It's a 31-point margin for an additional 420.
You guys are
vote
so nice.
margin.
I swear to God.
So it would be a margin
You guys
of
are
about
so
500.
sweet.
So
I
she
love you
wins
guys
it
so
by
much.
500 votes. And what's the expected vote in Cass County?
I got to 2% now, jumped to
Expected-
5%.
well,
Yeah, it's
this
crazy,
is where
right?
We see a little bit of imbalance because our estimated remaining male vote is 1,400. Overall, it looks like 600. So yeah, I think there's some reconciliation.
Oh, that's such a good lesson to teach
What
them.
looks like 600?
You know, that's why I liked the line from Captain America,
600 more votes for
where
the
the
county.
scientist
In
was
our
talking to, I think it
male
was
estimates, it's a higher number.
the sergeant
Right,
or
you
something like
expect
that,
600,
where they
so-
were talking about,
So
you
this
know,
might be- okay.
the big guy
Let's
was
play the
like
game here.
picked
This is
because, you know,
very
he
risky.
passed all the tests,
So let's
yada, yada.
let's live on the edge.
And he was like,
Let's
but you brought this
take the
scrawny,
expected
asthmatic
vote
person onto my
and
base. And
use- let's say
the
there
best
are
line in that movie
1,500
to
votes
me
left.
was
What would
when
that
he was saying,
range
like,
be expected
a
to be?
person that's known power all their life don't respect it. You know, they don't
That
like
would-
appreciate it.
I'm
Or
assuming
someone
this
who's
doesn't
never known
include-
power,
then it
you
would
know,
be
they're
probably
so
be
humble, they
1,400 votes
respect it,
because I
and they
don't see
know that they are going to
other-
appreciate
We're
having
total-
it and
we've got
using it,
20
you
we
know?
got about 2,800
And so
in
that
right
line
now.
always
Total
resonated with
total
me.
vote.
That
So
one
say-
and the line,
4,200.
see
I
what
know
you're
it's,
saying. Yes, exactly.
We would be at 4,200.
Carter's
Okay.
niece that says
If
it,
she
but
wins by
originally it was
5,
Captain
we're
America that
more
would say it,
getting
and I
about,
always post it everywhere.
420,
The one
and
about
so
stand
she
like a
wins,
tree. Even if the
winning by
whole
about
world is
5
telling you to move, you tell them
points.
no, you move. That line always resonates with me too.
She wins by 500 votes, I should say, right? So 4,200, 38, 37, 80.
Precious jewels, thank ya. That's going straight into
So
the melon
2140.
fund.
Thank you for the Chile.
2140
I love
into
it.
4,200.
Charlie was so nice.
So if that were all to be, she would land at about 51%. Stevens would
Aw,
land
Dave.
at 51%.
That's so nice of
Precious
you.
jewels,
Look, we're saying we're going with
thank
the
ya. That's going
highest
straight into the
remaining
melon
vote number
fund.
here, which we're not even
Aw,
sure
thank
is.
you,
Sorry,
Pat,
this
for
is
the
best. But
jewels.
we're going with the highest
I love
one,
it.
and we're extrapolating
It's 100.
59-28 Stevens for the remaining, a 31-point margin.
You
And
guys
what
are
would
so
that do
funny.
if that were to happen?
Precious
Oh, shoot, I just-
jewels, thank ya.
it would
That's
get her to
going
51%,
straight into the
right?
melon
Thank you,
fund.
Ava,
You
so
just
much
saw
for
it,
the
right?
jewels.
The Whitmer Biden numbers were 60. We're in the low 60s.
It's another
So
100.
even with a boost here, that's what we just saw.
It's like a
elsewhere, too.
Pokemon.
I forgot
And you
to
get it
count
perfect.
Charlevoix, 10 points south of what I think are realistic.
I think it's
benchmark here.
awesome, sweet
Anywhere-
pie, the way
anywhere else
you're
big coming in
you're
or
instilling
close
those
to
goals
100?
and those
Yeah, another
like
one that looks complete. Macasta
values
County,
into them. I
County
think that's what
just
the world's
big
missing
rapids.
nowadays.
95%
People with good
in.
morals and
Oh,
values
and,
that are
this
not
is a
being
college,
kind of
college
shown
at
to them
Ferris
anymore.
State
It's like
University,
chivalry is dead
is
in
here.
most
Okay,
places.
let's talk Macasta.
It's a lost art to
Stevens
me.
wins it, 51-45. Let's
Oh
go to
yeah,
our
it definitely
trusty
takes a village.
benchmarks. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, Whitmer 63.
Yeah, Dante,
She
we
just
are
did
really
trying
trying to get it
in
to
this part of the
1,000,
state.
guys. We're almost there,
Whitmer
guys. We're
got
almost
a
there.
63
And this
here.
has been the help
Biden only
of
got
all you
50.
guys. You know, I'm so grateful and thankful to all
and
you guys
Clinton got,
for helping me to get
39.
there, and as well as to
Well,
Iron
one thing
and
that's interesting, I
Unfiltered
don't
and
know, right?
Arturo. Like,
This
you guys are
primary,
all
this Whitmer
amazing.
primary in 2018 was in the summer, right? These two primaries were during the academic
so
year.
glad you
Ferris
did,
State.
sweetie.
Did that make this more progressive friendly versus the Whitmer number? I don't know.
He said,
Whitmer was
"Jinx."
also doing really well. So again, if we really zoom in on the Biden
The boy is doing
and
mercenary
Whitmer
work-
numbers, it's
mercenary
50
work in the
and 63.
Ukraine.
Here,
Interesting.
Stevens hits just the point north of, but she
Oka
does
poke,
hit
you owe me
the
a
Biden
Coke.
number. So she does hit the Biden number. So this
Oh,
is
nice.
not a bad
That's
number
good that
here
she
for
does.
Stevens. It's just if she's missing it elsewhere, you know, if she misses it in other counties, places like Cass,
You're
she's
so
gotta
funny,
make up
Abel.
for
You don't
it
have to,
elsewhere.
bro.
You know,
I
and so
appreciate
in
all you
that
guys. I even
context,
just like talking to you
51 here,
guys.
but again,
I'm not very good
the
at this,
opportunity
guys,
for her to
okay?
make up for it a little
Precious
bit in
jewels,
Wayne
thank
County,
ya.
to make up for it a
That's
lot in
going
Wayne
straight
County
into the
is
melon
also there.
fund.
Do we have other completed?
Thank you so much,
Yeah, a
Abel,
little
for the
bit further
jewels,
up,
the hundo.
Oscoda County, near complete.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all these
okay.
things, so I'm still kind of getting used to it, guys.
95. So
I
upper-
appreciate
this is
you guys
northern
so
Michigan.
much.
Okay, this is
I
definitely
just
this is
like
not,
talking and
this
hanging
is
out with you
blue
guys.
collar, Michigan right
I'm
here.
probably like the most
And
awkwardest
let's
Chen.
do our benchmarks.
Because it never goes the way I want it to go.
Whitmer cleaned up. She got
But I like it.
64.
Because it
Biden
fits
up
my
here
name and
got
how my personality,
60.
guys.
Clinton again, she got crushed up here. 45 is what she got, and there's Stevens landing at 58. But it is a little bit, it's not to the extent we've seen elsewhere, but it still lands south of that. Biden
You know what, Pat?
and
That's one thing that I
Whitmer
would
number.
always keep
Again, small
alive.
county.
Like with
What
my
else we
kiddos,
got
I
that's-
taught them
that's-
about that.
again,
And,
I don't want to lose
you know,
track of
it's
statewide.
definitely a
We've
lost
ticked up
art,
a little bit
you know?
more. We're at
And it's funny
38%.
because you have all these
It's a
feminists
3.1
complain
point
about it, but they
margin
want it at the
outside
same
of
time.
Stevens.
It's like,
Has
you
there
can't have it
been
both ways,
anything from
man.
a significant, county of size that's come in the last couple
Right?
months?
Yeah, we just got another 2,000 votes out of Kent. It looks like it's more mail update and probably from
Your
one of
youngest
these
is like
outside
you.
Grand Rapids municipalities. I don't
Yeah,
have
I
exact
saw that.
numbers,
Hi, Jenny.
But,
I
Stevens,
saw that Arturo did that. Arturo, I
does
love
win
you,
this
bro.
Match,
You know I always
49.5 to 44.
Such an awesome
Jeez.
dude.
So even outside of Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
her
Welcome
vote,
to
the
the
vote by
madness.
mail, she only wins it by 5.
That's so funny.
Right, and it does. How many
Oops.
rough votes is that?
My bad, guys.
2,000. Right.
I dropped
It
it.
took us from 20 to 22,000
There it goes.
vote by mail.
I meant to move
New
it.
And it ticked her to
subscriber.
31.6.
Welcome
Okay,
to
again,
the madness.
there is still a long
Thank you,
way
Miss
from here to 100,
VP and
right?
Freedom
So,
Jody.
can she
you guys for
engineer something
subscribing.
where she gets up to
I appreciate
40
you
plus,
guys, and I
which
appreciate
think she
Arturo.
probably has
All
to
you
do.
guys are all awesome.
I'm looking at Oakland. We do have some more Oakland. Oh, do we have completed Oakland
Definitely
municipalities?
sending
I think
prayers for
that's-
his safety.
That might be the most useful thing we can do right now.
I don't have that for you right now. I will continue to work on that. I think we got a little distracted. But I'll
Arturo's watching.
Go ahead and do that because
Then he probably
shout
couldn't
if
hear
you
all
have
my little
any
compliments to
completed
him.
Oakland municipality because I'm sorry I got distracted in
What's up, Uncle
Jewels,
Acosta.
thank
No
ya.
offense to Acosta,
That's
but
going
that's
straight into the
gonna be-
mouth.
Hi, Arturo chat.
hugely
I'm trying to read
significant.
everything really
Do we have
fast,
more-
guys.
Do we have more Ingham County here? We do have more Ingham coming in. Al Sayed now opening up again, this is
hoping so,
Lansing
Chris.
state
I hope
capital.
so.
We knew this was going to be a big place for Al Sayed. Needs to be. More vote does come in there, and that does likely election
up,
day vote just because
Monaco?
it was so clearly pro Al Sayed.
Jenny.
That
Redeem.
might have ticked him up statewide. But what that also does is that affects
We're
the 7th
hoping they
district
do,
congressional
man.
race. Yeah. Okay. See what just happened here?
Brand new subscriber.
We said
Welcome to the
if
madness.
Lawrence could kind of
What's up,
hold his
Steve?
own outside of Ingham County,
Thank
right,
you guys for
as
the-
expected, this
the
is where he's
golden
going to
poop.
really hit pay dirt in Ingham County.
For the
And so
jewels.
what's happened here around, right, we've got
I'm trying to
most
read,
Eaton.
guys. I'm so
Lawrence
sorry.
Looks like he's going to win Eaton.
Like, I got so stuck on one
Cosby
thing.
separated himself a little bit here, but they're so split that Lawrence,
Just to check the
left-wing
mailbox.
candidate
Aw,
in a county
Iron,
that's
you're so
not
nice.
necessarily conducive to it on paper.
I was just talking about
Looks like
you.
he's going to win that county. Okay, then we don't have anything yet from Clinton County. Shiawassee County.
Right? Everybody's
Lawrence is
here.
likely- this is the most kind of rural.
I like that
small
we
in
jump
terms
from
of share of
channel
this
to
district.
channel because
It's kind of the most
every
rural,
channel is
getting
so
away
different
from
when you
Lansing.
talk to them, you know?
And so
Precious
Lawrence,
jewels,
running
thank
third
ya.
right here,
That's
although
going
not getting
straight
blown
into
out.
the
And again,
mallet
it's
fund.
not like one of these two
We
candidates
are. We're
have
getting there,
separated
guys. I'm
where they
telling
can
you,
build a big
Dante.
margin over Lawrence that'll help them catch him district-wide. Then go down to Livingston County, and again, same dynamic as you just saw in Eaton County.
Brand
Go over to
new
Thank you
Oakland
for
County.
subscribing,
This
Christina.
sliver of Oakland is like
Madness.
5% of the district.
Thank you,
Brink
Monaco.
is ahead here.
I'm laughing
5-6
because
votes
of the
counted.
tones I picked for these
But
things. I
that is,
personally
I would
made
say,
these,
everything I
and
just
then
took you
they make
through
me
is
giggle, guys.
Lawrence holding his own. And that was the name of the game for his campaign. Hold their own and then do this. There it is. Look at this. A third
We are
of the
currently
vote
at
and this is
988.
the big one. Almost half the vote in the district comes out of this county. And
Oh,
look
we
what Lawrence
definitely
is doing
are in a
there.
civil war.
And still divided opposition. Just much smaller slice
What's
of the
up,
pie
Insert
for them to divide
Shells?
up. And so what that does
Welcome
district-wide,
to the madness.
with half the vote in, I'm gonna
Right?
zoom in on this, I know I'm
Right, the
losing
killer,
it.
definitely.
Okay, with half the vote in, Lawrence is back up double digits here with still.
What's up, Jay? We're
a
glad to
ton
have
of
you
vote
here.
To come from Ingham County. So this is okay. We said in
Thank
a
you,
way
Pat,
this
for
was
the
a
jewels. I'm
version
trying to make sure I
of
read
the
through
Senate
everybody's
primary,
thing.
okay?
I'm
At least
sorry.
the Senate primary, as it originally was playing out, the Senate primary originally Democratic primary.
True,
was
we're at
playing out as a
10 left,
three-way
guys.
race, right?
We're almost
McMorrow
there.
Was in the race. Stevens was in the race, and then you had Al Sayed. Now McMorrow got out of that race, but the question about Al Sayed
I love that.
was,
Welcome,
can
everybody.
he win this primary? And then, interestingly, this would be a
What's up,
left-wing
Pamela?
candidate trying to win in a red state.
You
And
guys
the
are
story in this
amazing
district
people, I
was,
swear to
could the
God. You
left-wing
guys are gonna end up
candidate,
making me cry
right,
one day.
win the three-way primary and then try to win in a red district. Trump won this by a point, right? 2020, Biden won
I was
this
just
by a
talking about
point.
you, Iron. I was
Currently
telling everybody how
represented by
awesome
and
you are.
unopposed in tonight's
You and
Republican
Arturo.
primary, Tom Barrett.
Thank
Barrett
you
won
so
the
much
seat
for
in
the
2024.
jewels.
Lisa
The
Slotkin
mallet
had
fund.
held it, left it to run for the Senate, and Tom Barrett picked up the seat in 2024. So this is going to be if Lawrence does indeed.
It probably
hold on
does,
here
Dave. Probably
and win this,
does.
no check mark yet, but if he does indeed hold on and win this is going to be a congressional district level test.
You were abandoned by
Everything
Danny
that's being
Arturo.
talked about
That's funny. I'm gonna call him that the next time I see him on tomorrow. Just to see what he says.
Far left platform endorsed by Bernie Sanders. Checks off a lot of those same boxes.
Yep, we're
that
always
Al
glad
Sayed
to have
does.
Yokis and
And
Arturo
so
here.
This is going to be
All you guys. You guys are all awesome.
Let's wait for a check
We're
mark,
8
but if
away,
it does
guys. 8
become
away.
that, this is a district-wide test of that, and I think one of the
America
interesting
can't
things
deny
in
it
this
anymore.
race is when this
It's true.
initially the field kind of took shape here. National Democrats were very excited about Brink coming in as the former ambassador.
It's crazy because you guys
to
are right. It's like a
Ukraine,
crazy
bringing those
countdown. I'm like
credentials.
I'm
They were
getting nervous,
excited about
guys.
her. And then Mazda also got in the race with a similar sort of ideological profile to Brink.
Ooh,
And
I like the little jamming dude.
Slotkin,
That's so
senator
cool.
now, used to be the representative of this district, endorsed Mazda. And I think there was a lot of head scratching among Democrats in,
Okay,
the,
bye,
in
Grandma.
the area and nationally.
Thanks for
about
stopping
why
by.
She did that because I think a lot of them looked at this and said, did that help a candidate who was only going to split the vote
Oh, yeah.
with another candidate?
I've been researching the Civil War stuff to see how it starts and how long it takes. But because back in the day, it was like,
progressive
we had like snail mail, so it took forever. And if you look at the history, it jumps from like 1 year to the next year. Where right now we're seeing it in real time, so it's going by super quick.
42, but it's small. 3/4 of the vote. These are the.
What's up, Paul? Just in case I
46% of
didn't
the
see
vote here,
it.
about 20% of the vote
Yes,
right
Dante,
here.
I agree.
But
Thank you
we
all
only
for
got a
who's
third of the vote
subscribing. What's
from
up,
the county
Autumn?
that accounts for half the district. Okay, enough on that one.
I'm still trying to get through all the stuff,
Shreve-Canada.
guys. I'm
We got a
sorry.
quarter of
I'm
the
trying to
vote,
read as
right?
fast as I
Detroit,
can.
This is, remember, former DSA left, renounced the
Monica,
group.
I like when
Current
you guys say
DSA,
everybody.
endorsed by the DSA, trying to get revenge on Tanadar. Overwhelmingly Democratic district. Now Tanadar.
You guys are
with,
making my mods so
Again,
excited.
largely a big part of what you're seeing right here is what we talked
Because
about. in the
they've been
Senate
with me
race.
for a while,
Vote by
so
mail,
I know,
City of
like, this is
Detroit.
also a win
And
for them. I know
Tanadar,
they're so
that has
excited.
powered him. Remember, he was losing in the early vote. That
Oh,
we
he
got in.
does.
He clearly
But-
has done well with
Oh
that
my
vote by
God,
mail in
I
Detroit.
hate that
He's
dude
taking
on
the
there,
lead here.
the
But
Thunder guy.
remember what
Oh
we
God.
say, the same day vote has favored the insurgent
What's up,
candidates.
Jeffrey?
If that's what you consider McKinney here. DSA
What's up, Paul?
challenging an incumbent member of Congress.
I'm almost to the bottom,
being
guys.
targeted by the DSA.
I'm almost reading it
Then
all.
that election
I'm
day
trying to
vote
get there.
is looking
Okay, yay.
awfully
I made
juicy
it to the
for
bottom.
McKinney, and the DSA folks right now in this district. Okay, the 11th district here. Well, we now have a call. State
It's
Senator
okay,
Jeremy
Big Color.
Moss is going to win this primary. We didn't get to talk too much about it. Aisha
I
Faruqi
don't
was
know.
running again, was sort of on the left, the candidate of the left in this race.
I know, like I said, guys, I know I was like reaching out.
A big issue in this race
That's
had been
going
Israel.
straight into
Moss
the
aligning
knowledge
himself sort of on
Thank
the
you so much
pro-Israel
for the
side.
gold coin, the
And
gold jewel
NBC
coin.
News, 3/4 of the vote has been counted.
And the floating
Moss,
hearts.
has been declared the victor here. Taking a look next door here in the 10th
It
district,
definitely
right?
does, Pat.
Again,
Oh,
this is
yeah,
the
he
seat
definitely
the
needs to go. That
Republicans
guy
were gonna
is so
nominate
annoying.
Michael Bouchard, who was endorsed by Trump. This is the district that was represented by John James, who's giving up the seat to run for governor. Christina Hines had the most money in this race.
He'll take third
and she
place.
is with a
What's
third
up,
of the vote. I
Redeem?
want to just see where it's coming from here, right? The Oakland part of the district, right? This is
Coming down on
Grimal's
chicken soup.
best part of the district. He was the mayor of Pontiac. He represented Rochester Hills in the state legislature.
While you're on
as a
doing
local
that,
elected
well,
official, I
right
should
now
say. His
we're
base is sort of
they're
in this
debating
Oakland
in
portion
regards
of the
to
district,
Iran.
which
They're
is much
debating on whether or not
smaller
we're going to
than
go
the
on the
Macomb
ground.
portion
I'm
of the
really
district,
hoping
and
we
you can
don't.
see
I'm hoping like what
there
everybody else was
two
saying in
things.
here
You can
that it's
see
just
most of the vote is in Macomb. It's
like
by
a
far
bluff.
the best. It's the
Thank you
smallest
so
part
much
of the
for
district.
subscribing, Jordan.
Much more vote in Macomb. Much more vote to come in Macomb. Grimel doing very bad there, and Hines so far has attained separation there from Chung. And so, district-wide with a third
The Crusaders' next
if you're
move.
Hines,
That's
a
going
very
to be
good
interesting.
place to
I
be
am waiting
right
for that
now.
too.
And again, this is a
Chung is
district
losing.
that will be
Yeah,
one that will
guys,
get a
we're
lot of attention in
5
November.
away.
Trump won it by
It's like a
6 in
crazy
24.
countdown, like almost
He
like a
won it by
New Year's
point in
thing.
2020. This is largely a Macomb County district. That reminds me that if we're talking John James, we ought to check in
Chicken
on
soup.
the gubernatorial
I'll
primary.
go and
Democratic
watch your
side,
channel
no
once I'm
surprise
done here.
The Secretary of State,
I
Jocelyn
like watching
Benson,
yourself. I usually
is the
have you
Democratic
and
nominee.
Arturo
She
on
wins that
and
primary
Unfiltered.
easily.
I
Republican
have you
primary
guys. I'm
has
not
been
as cool
called.
as,
I
you
am
know,
sorry
Florida
we didn't
Girl
give
or
this
Cindy,
one
where she has like
more
all these
attention.
screens. I have it just on one
the Senate
screen,
race
but
has
it's like,
been,
and sometimes on my TV or my phone.
I'm sorry we didn't give this one more attention. John James, though, does decisively end up defeating
You
Kerry
guys are
Johnson
funny.
in this primary, a third of the vote
Nuke before
in,
beeps.
but it's a
Yeah,
clear,
I agree, Paul.
we'll just show you, I think we were seeing this earlier, nothing in Wayne, but the margins that James was getting in the population centers of Southeast Michigan here, were pretty consistent. There's Livingston on the Republican side is a lot bigger than it is on the Democratic side. A lot of those exurban voters, leaving Detroit, higher income, they tend to be much more Republican.
True.
So, again,
we could try and take it or just nuke it.
John James, there'd been a lot of talk.
No worries, Dante.
Johnson spent
Hopefully by 2 come back. We're at it.
Got to be a pretty heated campaign in the end. So we will see. John James, twice before, has been the Republican nominee for statewide office in Michigan. Twice before he has lost. He will now try in the race for governor against Jocelyn Benson this November. And by the way, one thing certainly that the James people are hoping for,
YouTube, not Facebook.
In Lansing, they believe that one of the ways to win back the State House is if the Democrats in the Senate race.
I read that as the
Mike Rogers would be the Republican
like the Jason thing.
Senate race. The Republicans trying to win back the governorship believe a Democratic ticket that features outside.
That's what we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see it because right now Abdullah's up. He's up by 3.
It would enhance their chances of winning the government.
So we're waiting to see who's going to win it or who's going to take it.
Have an effect on the entire Democratic ticket. That's the theory. We'll see what ends up if it ends up happening. But that's one thing that James.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I go on his thing too.
The rest of us
he's so nice too.
Coming in here in Michigan, now at 40%, and I'm seeing it's 3.1 is the margin, 17,000 vote difference. I don't want to interrupt you on Oakland, but did anything come in?
Yeah, it's just a thing for Iran. It says U.S. troops ready for ground invasion tonight. So who knows? A lot of theory in the chat is that it's just a bluff. And then, like I said, we have Quinnipiac up. They're telling us if the socialists going to win. And then the bottom one is for Abdul's, like, if he has a winning victory thing there, watch party. Thank you so much for the jewels, Heavy Hook. I love the gold coins.
It didn't do that well in 2018, but I may be wrong on that.
Brand new subscriber.
Whitmer actually is a part-time resident of Mackinac County.
Thank you, Mordessi. I want to say Moriarty.
So she could be, they fly the flag when she's there. She got 57% of the vote here. Biden in 2020 come on, I saw this a minute ago. Biden got 55, right?
Okay,
using
Pat.
the Clinton one, but it's not necessarily operative here. 57, 55. Yeah, I mean, look.
Interesting.
It's
That's
not
crazy.
huge by itself, but we keep seeing smaller counties, places like this where Stevens is
for Iran. I don't know. That's a Trump thing right now.
Establishment wing.
Welcome to the madness.
I think we got another municipality in Oakland County.
Francie, I've seen that the assassination attempt.
Stevens wins it 57.
I was gonna drop a bit on it tomorrow.
Stevens won.
They wanted to play stupid games, and now they're going to win stupid prizes.
Okay. Yeah. You think it was a completed one?
I'm telling you guys, you're making my mods so happy.
I just want to understand that.
Yeah. No. I mean, I generally think that's kind of how they are reporting in Oakland. And that's why I say that. And we're seeing.
I wanted to make sure I'm saying these names right, guys. I'm sorry.
Mail and election day in this most recent update.
Okay, Dante.
And so I think it's. I think it's from a municipality.
We think we got a municipality, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to belabor it, but we think we got a municipality. How did it break? You said it broke for Stevens.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, you don't know what to.
Unfiltered is so nice too. He's also another great guy. I'm telling you guys, I always try to shout these guys out, and I'm still trying to learn how to do the rating. I know Iron was giving me pointers on it.
A completed.
But, like, since I'm still kind of learning the works, I tend to put their links in the description so you guys can just go and jump over there. Technically now, that's my temporary version of that. But you were talking about chicken soup.
How that compares to, like, a Whitmer in 2018.
I'm going to look it up for you guys.
But, again, 41,
I think I'm ready to go through it. Just saying off the top, it's difficult to say which municipalities are
no, we definitely can't fix it.
Trying,
you do that. We hit the number.
It looks like maybe
y'all gonna make me cry.
That may be completed.
We're at 1,005. Dante's gonna freak out when he comes back.
And in Royal Oak, I have Stevens getting.
Y'all gonna make me cry. I swear to God.
Okay.
See, now I have to go and talk to all these people. I have to make sure. Like I said, I'm already talking to Iron, and I'm trying to get in talks with
3 minutes to Michigan
also
7.
Tommy.
We want to do Michigan. Oh, is it 10?
Yay, guys, we did it! Oh my God! Oh my God! Cindy and Heavy Hook must be like super happy.
We should just let me just go over there.
And that's cool. I don't mind.
41%.
You can let him know, Cindy, that I don't mind.
Welcome to the madness.
Like, I think it'd be interesting.
Is the margin.
I mean, I think these guys are like way like Arturo and all them. But I wouldn't mind talking to him. He's like so cool.
It's Oregon. Okay. Remember, these are top 2 primaries.
Thank you, Snapper.
Democrats, Republicans. They run
Thank
on
you, Mickey.
Everybody runs on the same ballot.
For subscribing, guys.
And what's going to happen
Y'all
is
are
the
so
counties in
awesome.
these
You guys
districts
are
gonna
awesome
come in.
people.
You're going to get tons of vote all at once from these
You guys gotta
counties.
also
And then
let
the
Arturo
rest
and
of it,
Unfiltered
it's a
and
slow
Iron
trickle
know
that can
I'm
take
very
days. That can
appreciative
take days.
and I want to
That's
thank
the
them
thing.
so
It's a
much
lot
for
like
all their
House
help,
of Cards.
along with all you
We're
guys
gonna
for
be
helping me
looking
get
at,
this number.
For instance,
Thank you so
third
much for the
district.
precious
This is one,
jewels.
obviously, that's going to have a lot of attention this
For
November. Marie Perez, the
Gucci?
Democratic
I hope I'm saying that
incumbent
right.
here. John Braun, expected to be the Republican candidate who comes through this top 2 primary. Other candidates here. The context here: Trump district. You know, Perez represents a district that was won by Donald Trump. You know, he won it in 24. He won it in 20. The thing we're looking for tonight is not who's going to advance to the
I
general
agree,
election,
CC.
but
I think
is there
that
some kind of a
I know a lot
readout
of
here
military people
on the
that
relative
were
strength
okay
of
with
the
that.
two, of the two
What's up,
candidates
Sean?
and
Look
the
at
two
the
parties,
super
right?
chat. You're
It's
my
more than
new
just Democrats,
favorite.
Republicans. Every
Oh my
party's
God,
on
thank
here.
you so much for
But
this
can we see that
$50
two-party
super
vote
chat.
which we won't really know for sure. We won't know the full vote for a couple days till all the
Thank you,
results. But
Jalen,
we get a
so much.
feel
I
for, like, is
appreciate
there an
it.
advantage to
I
one side
know.
or the
I'm
other
so
here?
excited, guys.
We can talk about that.
Y'all just don't understand how
the
excited I
significance
am.
of that, as the numbers come in. Here, the Republican incumbent, Dan Newhouse, not running for
You
re-election.
see, Cindy, we
Republican
did it
district.
heavy.
So we would.
I
we
want
would
to
expect the
congratulate you
Republican,
guys too. My
to win
mods
here.
are
The question
amazing
is
people.
which won the 5th
All you guys
district,
are
Spokane
awesome. Thank you
based here.
guys so much.
Most of the vote comes from Spokane.
Ooh,
The interesting
look at
thing
the
in this race
super
is the
chat.
incumbent Michael
You're my
Baumgartner.
new
This is a
favorite.
reach target for Democrats this November. Trump won it by 11 points. Carmela Conroy ran against Baumgartner.
Thank you so
last
much,
time.
Paul, for
This
the
is one of those-
$50
we've seen
super
this in some
chat.
key Senate races. Okay, this is an independent who's kind of running on a lot of Democratic themes. Can he get to the general election?
See, I want to read Iron's
We're going to
message.
Michigan.
He says Psalms 23:5.
That's them talking to me
You
when I do
prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup
Ooh,
running over.
Look
Aw,
at the super
thank you,
chat.
Iron.
You're my new favorite.
Aw, thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. You're so nice.
Okay.
Are you in the union? What field? I'm trying to read through the chat, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read it as best I can. What's up, Autumn? Red Eye Alien. What's up, Red Eye Alien? But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys just don't know. Like, so many hearts to you guys. I really appreciate it, guys.
And
Y'all
there
gonna
it
make me
is. This is sort of
cry.
a microcosm in a way of the dynamics we've been talking about in the Senate.
Thank you so much, Sweetie Pie, for the $5 super chat.
You're my
You know,
new
candidate here
favorite.
of the left is going to win this, has won this primary, and the context is Trump
I'm
won
trying
the
to put
district.
hearts on all you
This
guys.
is a swing district that Trump won. Lawrence, a candidate of the left, will be the Democratic nominee against Tom Barrett, who was elected in 2024 in this district. So the
Right,
question
Chris?
we've been asking statewide,
Like, I know
of
some of you
if
guys have been with me
El-Sayed
since the
wins
beginning, so
Democratic
like,
primary,
this is such
what
a
would
good
that
like
mean
thing for you guys
in
too. So
terms of
I'm
a
really
swing
glad
state
that you guys are
Donald
here to
Trump won
support
and the
me
implications
in this, and I'm
Senate
glad that you
control?
guys like
Well,
it.
we're seeing this
You
now.
know,
We're
we
gonna
do
see
have a
this
lot of
at
plans
the
and
House
different
level
things we
in the
want to
same
do.
state,
Definitely
because
gonna go
this
on the
7th
ground for you
district,
guys.
you know,
So
around Lansing,
I'm trying to work
Lansing
that
and then
out,
Livingston
you
County,
know,
they're
to
getting
work out
closer to
how I can
Detroit.
go on the ground for you
You're gonna
guys. So
see a
that's why I'm
candidate
talking, because I know a lot of you
very
guys don't want me to go
much
by
part of that
myself.
left-wing insurgency
So, you know, that's why I'm
who's won this
talking to
primary
other people so
in a
I can go
Trump
with them
district.
as well. But right now, the
What
first one
about
that I know we
Senate
have
race
in the
there,
works is
Steve?
with
What's
Iron,
ever
because I'm
getting
still trying to get a
any
hold of
more
Tommy,
vote
but
there?
Yeah,
he's definitely
we did.
going to be
So
the
we're up
first
to
one that I would go on the
44%,
ground with first.
and
But I
you
still
can
got to
see
kind of work out
Al-Sayed's lead
timing.
now has moved up to close to 4 points, meaning I don't
Because
mean to
y'all
put you on the
need
spot, but I
another
think we
person
just
on
got
the
a big
ground
batch
for
from
all this
somewhere in the
craziness.
Yeah, we just got
Aw,
7,000 votes from
Cindy.
Macomb.
We got more Macomb.
guys are so
okay, so let's
sweet.
go over to Macomb County, and this must have been election day vote
Yep,
that we got
MAGA
out of Macomb.
President Trump.
This was
He's our
Al-Sayed-friendly
president.
election day vote.
Yeah, he wins that one
No,
a little
girl,
bit, but
I
it's also
appreciate
a Kent update that
all
you
you
won a
guys.
little bit more.
Even
let's go through both
even
of
if
those.
you
So
think
Macomb
that
County,
it's
again,
like
big suburban
little, it doesn't
county,
matter to
more
me.
blue
It's
collar
like the
suburban
most
county,
biggest thing in the
north
world.
of Detroit
Just so you
here.
guys know.
One of those places that Stevens needs to be winning tonight. The vote that's
What's
come
up,
in, I
Shells?
believe, has the update that just came in was election day vote, was very friendly to Al Sayed.
So it says,
Stevens
let's
is
hope
going to need
Stevens
to
gets
do
this. Pennsylvania needs
significantly better
Stacy.
with what's left here. I
Ours
do
is
think there's a
in
fair
November.
amount of
Oh,
vote by
okay.
mail
Yeah, we're
that's-
trying to
that's
stay
left
here as long as so we can see
Adam can
who
check on
wins.
that. But in
I
the
know
meantime,
Abdul
we
is
had
at
set this up
55%
before,
now, which
what
is
was going on in
looks
Kent
like he's
County,
gonna
where
win,
we are
guys.
now up, this is
It's crazy.
Grand Rapids area. We're now up to 2/3 of the vote in Kent. And you can see, if you remember before when you checked
But I'm
in,
gonna go
Stevens
ahead
was running at
and-
about 30.
But she said the chicken
She's
soup
moved
thing,
up to
something happened?
32. We said there was a lot of vote by mail to come. Two things about that. When you last checked in, she was actually
Was it like a
losing the vote by
shooting?
mail, and we said that's catastrophic for her. That vote by mail that we were looking at the last time you checked
Oh,
in
it was.
from the city of Grand Rapids. So that's as friendly an area within Kent
Wait, that's
as
2
Al
months
Sayed's
ago.
going to have. So what happened was we've gotten more vote by mail from
see one
outside
2
Grand
days
Rapids,
ago,
and
but-
Stevens has been winning it, although not by landslide margins, okay? Because Al Sayed, we showed you, he's winning election day votes by landslide margins. So what it's
I know,
meant is that as
Dante.
more vote has
All
been
you guys
counted
did
here,
this for me. You
it's been
guys are
Stevens friendly.
awesome.
It's not been that
So
Stevens
this is
friendly.
like a
She's been able
congrats
move
to
up
everybody
2
on here.
points here. Okay, but again, we said in a county like this, she wants to be in the 40s, right? She needs to be in the 40s. So she's got to move up a lot, she's got to move up a lot more.
You're
There
so
are
funny,
still some
sweetie
votes to come
pie.
here. But that vote
I
by
think,
mail right now,
like,
we're
I
seeing,
feel
at
you,
least right
because,
now,
like,
is not
I'm 5'9",
trending
guys, and I'm
necessarily
at
as
135
pro
pounds. So
Stevens
I got to bulk
as,
up,
as
guys.
we've seen in some other places, and as she would need to reach that number. So that's
Yes, she
Kent,
did heavy, and we
again,
were
in
heavy.
Macomb, her
We
numbers
were
right now
definitely
a bit
patient,
low
Abel,
right
and we
there.
knew that
Did
eventually we would
did
get
find
there.
out what that
And
was?
I
Adam
want
is
to
still
thank
working on it.
everyone for your guys' help.
So again, what that
From
means,
everybody
Steve,
on here
44%
to
just
Iron
checking in.
and Unfiltered and
3.5.
Arturo. You
We
guys
did-
are awesome
again, this
people.
means,
And I
this
send you
means we
guys
did get
out a
another
world
update
of
that
blessings
just came
and,
from Stevens.
you
Where
know,
was that
like
from?
That was
good
from Oakland
vibes.
County. That was another 7,000 votes.
Okay, yeah. So now Oakland, what's been happening here is a lot of this we've seen now is coming in. It's sort of
And
one
bring the bodyguard
municipality
with
at a
you.
time that's reporting out. That's what you're seeing. And you're
Oh,
often
yeah,
getting
I know.
all types of votes kind of
Autumn.
all
That's
at
why
once.
I was trying to make
And
sure I
now
go
there's
with a group,
two or
so
three
that, because I know a lot of
municipalities in
people on here on my
row
chat were
that have
really
reported
worried
out
about
and that
me.
have been
Plus, I
friendly
have
to
Lucille.
Stevens.
But
So Stevens margin,
you
I
know,
remember that it was
I
sitting at
already
about
know
2
to bring
points in this
somebody with
county.
me,
Now
so I
it's ticked
definitely
up
wouldn't
to
be
4
going
points with
alone.
these last
And I
two that
think,
have come
you know,
in.
having the numbers is what's
So
going to
again,
help
that's
us too.
5/6 of the vote in Oakland County.
41
Now a
died in
4-point
custody.
advantage
Wow,
for
that's
Stevens. And
crazy.
We said she wants to be
Definitely America
in
first,
the
Pat.
50s here, in this county. It's a must-win county for her, certainly, but also a county where I think she needs to have some degree of a pad here.
Yep, Jay,
And
we
it's interesting
are.
because she's now
And that's what
moved
we're
this up to
talking about
4
here
points.
on
Can
this
she
chat.
move
We
that-
talk about
continue that
like
further? We're trying
how
to
we're
figure out what the
fighting
remaining
on so many different
municipalities
fronts.
are
We're fighting
there.
socialism,
And if there's
communism,
the
we're fighting the
opportunity for her to
Islam,
do
which is
that.
the
Because
religious
again,
thing, and
what
a
that
normal
did
lefty civil
statewide
war.
was
Like,
when you came to me, it had gone up to
we're
4
being
for Al
stretched
Sayed.
thin here,
That
guys.
Oakland update knocks it down to
And then these people are
3.5.
voting for their own demise. It's hilarious, guys.
And anything else big, significant in the last couple minutes?
No.
Those are the most
All
recent.
right. I feel really bad. I had a follow-up question for you, but my mouth was.
Yeah, I
stuck
was
full
trying
of
to look it
juice,
up,
and
but I
had to.
didn't
Sorry about that, Steve. But you
see
covered
anything.
it
I
all.
see
Yeah.
something like
Water, you covered it all. We're going to come back to you in just a few minutes.
Appreciate you. You know, Steve was talking about Michigan 7, and this is such an interesting.
Okay. I want to check two things. Let me.
We are getting our first results out of Washington. If you want to take a look over
Oh
there.
no, here we go.
Um,
See how much I just
and yes,
lead a
we
restaurant.
can go through some Oakland if you want to look at those.
We have some
This
Oakland.
was 9 hours ago.
Municipalities.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe
homicide detectives
Bloomfield
take lead in a
Township
restaurant
is one I
shooting.
think may be complete.
Okay.
Let's see.
I have Stevens getting 50.
Resulting in one person being critically injured.
Brand new subscriber.
Okay,
Welcome to the
El
madness.
Sayed getting 39.
Thank you
have
so much for
58
subscribing,
okay,
Sarah.
yeah.
I really appreciate
58.39.
it.
In Bloomfield,
This happened
I
at
think it's complete.
10:30. So this is, I think,
Yeah,
might be the
yeah.
place you're talking about.
And okay, Stevens 5839.
District
The
3 officer
number
responded
in
to a shooting
Bloomfield
inside of
Township is
Chicago
about
Fish and Chicken
45,000
located at the
people here,
2900
okay?
block
So that's
of
bigger than
Groves.
some of these
When
counties that
officers
you were
arrived
showing
on
you,
scene,
okay?
they
So
located a
in
man
Bloomfield
believed to be
Township,
26, critically
5839 is
injured.
Stevens'
The
number.
St. Louis
The
Fire
number
Fire
for
Department
Whitmer
rushed the victim to the
in,
hospital for treatment. Hopefully they didn't take him to Holy Cross because that place sucks.
So Stevens is 2 points north.
Responding
of
officer
Whitmer
located another person,
in this,
17-year-old, who had been shot in his
pretty
arm and leg.
good-sized
The team was taken to the
in,
hospital for treatment.
in We're talking
and
about
is
Oakland
stable.
County right here, okay? Right, remember, 16%
A 20-year-old
of
man
votes
who
statewide is coming out of
had
here.
been dropped
Here's a
off
township of about
at the hospital
45,000
with
people.
severe
And
lacerations
Stevens
to his
is-
mouth
we think it's
related
complete,
to
and
the
we think she's
shooting.
done a little bit better.
So far, this is the
El
only
Sayed,
story
El
I
Sayed got
found.
35% here in
I don't know if
18.
that's the story you're
combined
talking
El
about.
Sayed, Tanadar,
But
sort of
I'll keep
progressive
looking.
share here was 44. Okay, so but 50. This is the number. 56 then, 58 now. An improvement for Whitmer. Where else do we have?
It was great
Oak
advice,
Park.
heavy, and definitely it was an awesome
Okay.
prayer, and I really appreciate it.
5938 is what I have for Oak Park.
Okay, I am. Full disclosure, I am looking for it.
Yep, we gotta hang in there.
What else
Abel.
do you have? Well, I'm scanning this.
Ferndale, right there.
Okay, now this is
outside of the city.
super progressive. Yeah.
It is super progressive.
Okay.
I have
I'll
Stevens
look into your
getting
event on the 22nd.
22% there, and
Yeah.
El Sayed getting 76% there.
Yeah. Okay. So Ferndale
It's
is
good
like
that you'll be busy
a
though.
famous
Definitely be
liberal
watching.
enclave here in southeastern Oakland
Yeah,
County.
we definitely need to
and
save our
El Sayed,
country
El Sayed got
for our kids and our
57%
grandkids in
here.
future.
El Sayed got 57%
like peoples.
here in 2018. Okay.
What's up, Ed Eagle?
The share in 2018 though for Whitmer was 37.
Thank you, Pat.
And
I'm
so
telling you
that
guys, you
speaks
guys
to
all
that,
did
I mean,
it.
that speaks to what you just saw there in Ferndale, speaks to the intense progressive energy here, because that's the kind of place you would see it, and how much that is behind El Sayed in this.
Let's see.
One more.
Dante
We
said
can,
Edwin
maybe do
Lopez, a
Independence
41-year-old
Township.
Salvadorian man, died on August 1st, 2026, while in U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement custody at Delaney Hall, Newark, New Jersey.
Adam, I don't
Interesting.
think I have that one either. So
Karen, get down
I
up to.
apologize. My numbers were incomplete.
Guys
I
are
think we
always
are,
so good.
Southfield, West Bloomfield, Farmington Hills.
Edwin.
Like, we're still waiting
Yeah,
for
Troy,
some,
Rochester
I
Hill.
was
some of these
named that.
places that are
Well, not my friend,
bigger
but I
municipalities,
had a friend
substantial
that was
vote,
named that like
so we'll see
a
what
while
the
ago that
Do
I
we have
worked with.
Rochester Hills? Like any indication there?
Rochester Hills.
It reminds me of that
currently
comedian
have,
guy.
Her getting 33%. Stevens getting 33.
Okay.
We're missing.
Yeah, I see the
votes.
story
But
about this dude.
I'm almost sure that's early.
This one was 3 hours ago.
Early vote, because 57% was never. Rochester Hills got 80,000 people.
Man, you know these people are going
it's
to
over
riot
in
for that one. They're trying to find
in
something
that
that's going to
in that
stick so that they
artificial
can
district.
riot. Like they could do the whole George Floyd thing all over again.
We have a
okay.
few more completed counties.
Yep.
I'm in the
we also
Midwest,
made-
sweetie pie.
Yeah, what are the
My
complete
time is
counties? What do we
10.
Wexford.
Yeah, friends up
They're
in
funny,
Wexford.
electrifying. He's like, more.
That's another one.
It's close. I'm close. Where is it? It's one
I
of
could
these-
just see like a villainous laugh, you know?
Ay, ay, ay.
Right? It's just another Tuesday, Paul. Exactly.
Oh, okay. Wexford. We started this one. We were at 10%. What do we got?
So Jesse in the
Completed county.
top right,
Yep.
that's Iran. U.S. troops ready for ground invasion tonight. So that's what it is in regards to RGC fortifies
Lost in my own head.
pickaxe
60%
nuclear
was the
site.
Whitmer number here.
So this is
53
us,
was the
I guess,
Biden
possibly
number.
going on the ground.
33 was the
Some people
Clinton
think it
number.
might be a
So
bluff,
she
but
lands-
we're
she was
waiting
a
to
little bit
see what
south of it right
happens.
there. What I want to figure out here, with a quarter of the vote in Wayne County.
Oh, Jay, yeah, I
has
know.
anything else
I
come in
know.
from Detroit?
Lack of common sense.
We've been getting a couple more batches out of Wayne County.
Yes, Dave. I'm always
I'm
saying
trying
that
to see maybe
y'all
the
need
latest
to,
from
you know,
Detroit.
sometimes it rains, guys, so it's always good to prepare and always watch your six.
I want to. Yeah, well, keep going. I want to find something on here.
In my current tally, I have about 10,000 election
A big
day
audience
votes
to
out of
Delaney will go back.
Detroit.
Ooh, dude, if you do, be careful.
You have 10,000 election day vote, and how are they breaking?
You stay up
54
late.
for Stevens, 43 for El Sayed.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to read everything. So much stuff.
So, okay, hold on. And we had the vote by mail went 76-22.
Oh, you're a night owl? No,
72-23.
I can't talk. You're a night
We had
owl?
that initial batch. I think. Okay, but
I'm like
maybe
semi, I guess,
if
because
they're-
like
or
I have natural
maybe
energy,
into
so I'm
some different
always like
sourcing
awake.
territory, and then maybe
So like
some
if
of
I
the
knock
votes
out
are
right now, I'll still be able to wake up
Okay,
at
but do you
5,
think we got the
even if
vote
I
by
knock
mail
out at 1.
We got
But
that.
I can hold like a good amount of
pre-processed
energy,
absentee
guys.
Mail vote. There could be additional
Stay
mail
frosty.
vote that gets reported in.
okay, I am just it's on this destroyed paper. That's why I'm looking through my phone right here.
So your
I have a
daughter
Detroit
deserves
number I'm
better.
trying to
My
get. So if you
17-year-old
bear with
son.
me, let me.
Yeah, I think we really need to like. I think a lot of patriots need to wake up and instead of kicking down the can down
Give me a
the
second.
road. I think we all need to start kind of taking it a little more serious than what we've been.
How many? Here's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, congrats on your new job. You're like, I'm not going
what
back
is
to
the
chicken
expected
soup.
vote in Wayne County right now?
The total expected vote is 304.
Okay.
It
304
could
is the
be
Wayne
do
County
a drive-by
expected result.
possible.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm trying to just.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, Paul, is that they think it's more so a bluff, just to kind of spook
Bear with
them.
me, folks. I'm sorry. I had this
So
on a
I'm
piece
just
of paper
hoping that that's
destroyed.
all it is,
Unfortunate,
but who knows? So we're kind of just keeping an eye on all kinds of stuff that's going on right now. Locked and loaded here, always, right? You need to be.
304. Okay.
Jules
So
a bad man.
that's-
Yes, I agree, Dante. He's a bad man. Oh yeah, there's definitely is, and it's probably not going to go in a
Sorry,
good
and this is great
direction,
television, folks. I know.
unfortunately.
I just need to. I need to redo this math that I had done before I came here.
Oh, they are. Yeah, I've seen Unfiltered go like long sometimes. Him and Arturo, they're like crazy night owls. Like I've seen Arturo go on pretty late too. Yep, Paul, definitely. We're at 2A people here. We definitely need to restore the family unit.
Okay.
That was something that they
how many
destroyed.
votes?
Having blonde moment.
Jesus.
But thank you guys so
How
much.
many
I
votes
appreciate you
total are
guys. Look
counted
at
in
we're at
Detroit right now?
1,011. I'm so happy, guys. You guys are gonna
Uh,
all make me cry. I appreciate and love all you
by
guys.
municipality, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult because I don't know exactly, if our
Yeah, Dave, we do. We
what
need
you
to start
see in the
kicking those
board is
butts,
synced
man.
up with the county or synced up with what's seeing in other sources. But maybe
Yeah, I think I was
57,000.
watching him during that time on one of the times, and I was like, man, this dude
Here's the
stays
thing.
up
The city
late.
of Detroit on its website has a real-time count.
Yeah, we definitely need to stop letting
what do
these
they
people
have?
in. Like, we need to stop voting this in. And a lot of
They've
people,
got-
they don't realize that other people's money
54,
runs out, and
54,
this is not going to end the way they think it's going to end. They're living like a pipe dream.
56. About 57. Yeah, they have 57,000 votes.
You're later than Arturo.
They have 57,000 votes in, and they have Stevens overall leading in Detroit 69% to
You're so funny, Abel.
27%. Okay, they have
Oh, he does
69,
his uploading at wee
27.
hours. I usually do mine in like
right
the
now. They
morning,
do it by
like
vote
because I do
method.
like pre-records
Okay.
and I'll upload them in the morning, and then I usually do the show around 8ish.
I'm just looking at this myself. 40.
That's usually when I do this. But eventually I hope to be like able to do this all day for you guys, to be honest. And then, like I said, I definitely want to go on the ground.
287 is what they're
And
at.
I know, guys, I know.
So
I will
if-
definitely
if
bring
Stevens
like
is
backup.
able to win
Now,
Detroit,
if y'all didn't see who
right,
Lucio was, this
he's
is
leading
what
it by
Abel
40
caused
points
Lucio.
right now,
It's a
and
real
there's
bat, guys.
A fair amount.
But he was saying to add
There
barbed
is
wire
much
to
more
it.
pre-processed absentee. She's winning.
I
it,
just
but not
gotta
as much,
tell
so
them,
she
having
won't
that.
win it by 40.
That's what we call her.
She wins this thing. Let's say she were to get.
Enjoy the new shoot. Oh, thank you, Iron. I can't wait to be able to go in and hang out with you. Oh, you had this bottle of wine.
Yeah, I mean, if she were.
Enjoy,
if she could
bro.
net,
Enjoy.
What, 30,000 votes?
No,
out of
I agree,
Detroit?
Steven. That's why usually on X, I refer to it as a
When
terrorist
all is said and
organization.
done,
I said we need to stop calling it a religion because they're using that against us, our own constitution. No, we
I mean,
need to
she's
stop giving them
trailing by
money too. You're right,
15,000
Charles.
right now. So with what's happening in Detroit, where she is, we see it. She's crushing it in the absentee, the vote by mail. She is leading. in
Yes,
the election
definitely
day vote. So
send
again,
love
it
to
speaks
Shay. Y'all
the,
enjoy your night and the
you know,
glass of
Al Sayed
wines
does
that you're
better
drinking.
with election day vote, but we said, Stevens does so well in the polling, and it looks like this is happening in the actual.
Oh
election
yeah, I
itself
know.
with
I was
black
thinking
voters,
like if I
in
did, I was
Detroit,
thinking of getting like a
3/4 of the
rental.
population.
You know?
So even though El Sayed's doing better,
Then I would probably have to
even
park
though
it
the
pretty
election day
far.
vote is sort of his bread
Definitely
and
would
butter,
have to
he's
go
still
with,
losing it
like,
right now to her.
steel-toe
He's not
boots.
losing it by as much as he's losing the absentee vote by. So the idea of a landslide for Stevens in Detroit that could net her something like 30,000, a plurality you know, of something like 30,000
Oh yeah, Shells, I'm
votes,
definitely sick of that. I think we need
you
to
know,
focus on America.
statewide,
It's that whole
she's
thing where
trailing by
you need to get your house in
25,000
order first
right
before you can
now,
help anybody
okay?
else out.
And so in Wayne County, you got a quarter of the vote that's in. There's still a ton of election day vote to come.
Correct,
what's
Pat.
counted so
Anybody
far-
that's logging out, you guys have
what
a
are we doing
great
right now?
night. Again, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.
Okay. Was
And
there a
much,
call in
much
the
love to
15?
you guys, to Iron, to Unfiltered, and Arturo.
Okay, they just want to go to it. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Iron in the house, Jay.
Okay. So,
Yeah, it's raining like crazy.
We just
Yeah.
got an update.
5:20 a.m.
Genesee,
in
13,000.
Monaco.
and sorry, I'm going through that. What we said about this coming
What's
all
up,
around
Franco?
to Detroit and to, you know, Stephen's ability to get a big number out of there, I think it's coming around to. And what I'm trying to get out of
Aw,
get through
you're
in
so
my head
nice.
right now, and we're gonna do a
I'm
hit, and then
hoping that
gonna-
we're able
I
to
think
hold
it's
it down
becoming a
because
question, is we're
it's
gonna
gonna get
focus on
nuts, bro.
How many votes
Yeah, steel toe,
do we
tactical
think are going
gloves,
to come
bear
out of
spray,
Detroit?
and a flak vest. I know
What
one of you
share
guys,
of the vote
Paul, one of
do
you
we
guys
think
gave me
Stephen's
a
gonna
link
get?
to look at,
'Cause
and that's what I've
she's
been
gonna win
looking,
it. Okay,
searching
the
for like
question
gear.
is, what's the margin she's going to win it
Because I
by?
even said I'm gonna go a little
And what
undercover
plurality
so I could
is
throw
that
off the
going to
left. I'm gonna
translate
redye
into?
my hair blonde
Because and then
and
that just
put it
comes
in
into
the pink and
play,
blue.
you know,
Kind of
all
go
of
dressed
these
like a little bit
individual
like
counties that
Harley.
we've been going through. You know, places
Freak them
where
out.
there are places where she
Look
falls
at the
short of that
super chat.
Biden-Whitmer
You're my new
benchmark.
favorite.
There's some places where she goes a little bit ahead
Thank
of
you
it.
so much, J
There's some
Sweet, for the
outstanding- you know, we're trying to
$2. I
figure
really
out
appreciate
where
it.
they're gonna
You guys
land
are
in
so
Grand
nice.
Rapids. She's at 33% with 71% in right now. The wiggle room
Heavy
that
piece,
she
bro.
has, okay, when we use that
Yeah, we have to
Whitmer
stop it, Ryan.
benchmark, is Wayne County.
Yeah, we
Okay,
gotta figure out that stuff
Look
out
at
too.
Stevens is leading in Wayne County by 20. They're coming to me.
Oh,
we'll go through
okay.
this. The wiggle room.
No, Pat, you're
What?
correct. That's the one thing that we're basically holding the floodgates
Okay,
back.
sorry,
You
folks,
know.
I'm navigating with the control room and the. Adam, can you try to find out what we expect for the total vote out of Detroit?
You're so funny. Told you I said hi. I'll bring the bottle of wine for y'all. Y'all just need to tell me what type of
We are
wine.
back.
Because your
Keeping
girl
a
likes
close
sweet.
eye on
So I
that
don't know if you
critical
like that Marlowe
Michigan
stuff.
Senate
You know, the
primary on
reds.
the Democratic side. You're looking at both
Or dry,
campaign
you know?
headquarters here for Abdul
But you
Sayed
hit me up and you let me
Stevens
know.
as well. There's a lot of action, except we can't see it because it's happening as the votes are being tallied, and we don't know what those results are yet. We are dying to know. We're going to be checking in with Steve Kornacki
Yeah,
throughout the night.
Jade, I
He
agree.
is joining us now from the big board. Talk us through it, Steve. Let's start with where we are statewide in Michigan, and you know.
You know, I could because I do have goth clothes
because
because I have clothes from back in the day when I used to be goth.
She's walking into the studio.
Then I would have to do like the eye makeup, the dog collar.
Steve, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, look, statewide in the Democratic primary, we're at
America's
half
not
the vote
going to
right
follow
now,
West
and
will.
that margin, again, we just
Europe
a little
is
bit more
already
just ticked
falling.
in right there, 3.5 points for Al Sayed over Stevens. I'll tell you what we're trying to figure out right now is how many votes we expect out of the city of Detroit and what kind of plurality we think that Haley Stevens can get out of that, because the numbers from
yeah.
Stevens out of
I
Detroit
be
so
watching
far for her
all
have
this
been
stuff
really
that's going on in
good.
Europe
I'm
and
just
like
looking
the
at it
UK
right
in
now.
that
It's
direction, man.
frustrating.
It's
We
just
can't show you
getting
in the
hella
board,
crazy, man.
Unfortunately, we can show you the
Brand
county,
new
but not within the county.
subscriber.
In
Welcome to the
Detroit right
madness.
now,
Thank you
Stevens
so
is
much
getting
for
69%
subscribing,
of the
Reno.
vote.
I
and Al
really
Sayed
appreciate
is
you
getting
guys. Oh my God.
27%
Y'all are
of
going to
the
make
vote,
me cry one
okay?
day. I swear
so
to God.
that translates right now into a
Goth
plurality
chicks
of
are hot.
nearly 25,000 votes for
I mean, I
Stevens,
used to be
and
that
there
in the
are a
back of the
lot of
day.
votes
I used to do
still
that
to
and
come
like
here,
punk
okay?
look.
Now,
And then I don't know.
a lot of
Somewhere
that,
along the line, I kind of
the
switched
vote
up
by
my
mail
look.
is doing some heavy lifting.
But you know, the left
in that
ruined
Detroit
it
number
because
I'm
it
giving
used
you
to be
right there.
such a
Again,
cool
that
thing
vote
to
by
be
mail
that
so
way.
friendly to Stevens. The election day vote, though, that has been
Your
counted
first time
so
here,
far,
Corn?
she's winning.
Well, I hope
Not
you
by
like
any
it.
kind of
We
margin,
always try to
you know,
have
she's
fun
getting the
here.
vote by mail by.
Sometimes, a lot
She's
of the times, we
winning
get
it.
off topic, guys.
And so we're trying to get a handle here on what we expect the final vote to be out of Detroit and
Correct,
what
Steve.
kind of plurality that could ultimately
We're going to end
be
up
for Stevens,
down a
right?
bad
Because
way.
right now she's trailing 27,000 statewide. But if she's romping in Detroit,
That's
if
true,
what
Paul.
ends up happening.
It's-
Okay,
we need-
and this is a place where
we need to figure
I should
something
back
out.
up a second. We keep talking about the election day vote powering.
Ooh,
Al Sayed.
interesting.
This is
15
the
months,
one place
0
where,
illegal
you know,
crossings.
it might not,
That's
it's not going to
awesome.
help Stevens like the election, like the early vote is, but she's doing, I think, so well.
I
with the
should
black
show you
vote
guys some
that
photos
she
of me
may
back
be
in the
able
day
to
when I was
do
a little goth
good
girl.
still with the election day vote there and really get a margin out of Detroit. Okay?
I'll tell you, I could
And
do
could
both
that
looks,
margin,
man. I could do
right,
punk, I
how
could
much,
do
you know,
God.
could that margin eat into this? What Al Sayed is leading, you know, by statewide right now. Other things that we're looking at, you know, other big sort of places that we're looking right now.
Thank you so much for
that
screening,
loom as
Danny.
key. Genesee County.
Bro, I
where
feel you.
Flint
I
is.
have so much
This is a
thoughts in my
pretty
head
big
sometimes
piece of
that
real
I'd be
estate. About
forgetting what
4%
I
of the
do.
vote statewide is
Like,
gonna
or
come
what
out
I
of here.
said.
This has, you know, outside of Wayne, this has the second
Make God
largest
great again.
concentration of black voters in Michigan. So again, what we're
I'm
telling
telling you,
in
like when I
Detroit,
first started
it
this,
applies
my
not
hair
quite
was
as
blonde with the
dramatically,
pink and
but
blue,
applies to
and I
Flint
had some
and to
people
Genesee
that were
County,
kind of
which is
iffy
kinda
about me
getting
because they
started
thought I
there
was
with the
like
vote.
left leaning.
23%
They're like,
that's in
I don't trust
Saginaw
people with,
County
you know,
here.
colored
Again,
hair,
is
and
a
I'm like,
substantial, not as much as
don't let
as
my
Flint,
hair
certainly
fool
not
you.
as
Like
much
I'm
as
old school
Detroit, but there
punk,
is a
okay?
meaningful
It
black
was. I'm bringing
population
it
there,
back, man. I'm
especially
taking
in
it
the
back.
Democratic primary. Quarter of the vote. Stevens there leading, you know, by a double
God,
digit
don't
margin.
check. Yeah, that would throw
Opportunities
people
for
off,
Stevens
man.
in these places to post pluralities that could really eat into what you're seeing from Al Sayed right
Danny,
there.
lots of
We're
love to
also
you.
trying to get a handle on what we've been showing you in a place like, you know, Grand Rapids, Kent County, you know, where Al Sayed
Making you
got
hungry.
huge numbers,
I had a burger today.
out of the
It
city
was
of
good.
Grand Rapids. That included the vote by mail in Grand Rapids, and where the rest of the, you know, the rest of the county and vote by mail is kind of trickling in.
Sure,
The
you
numbers
can do
sitting
that,
at
Ed, if you want to.
33%,
I've never
you know,
done that.
with 71%. That's got to go up for her. But if the variable in this, I
Who said
think,
what, Harley?
you know, really
Who said what,
is
Cindy?
what she can get out of Detroit and what, you know, what Wayne ends up looking
So
like at
994.
the end of this. And I just say that because,
Yes, Jay,
you know, pull it back up
USA.
there. This is what
I love
the
it.
county looks like, what Wayne County looks like right
How
now.
are you,
Detroit
Ed?
and everything
Tell
else that's been
Unfiltered. I
counted
said
so
thank
far.
you so
And you
much.
can see the advantage she's
I already
getting there.
thanked
And to
Iron, and
put that in some
I know Arturo
context,
probably knows
right?
I'll thank him, and I'll thank him
Keep
again
talking
tomorrow.
about this Gretchen Whitmer when she was elected
Being
in
God
2018
conservative could be a
in the Democratic
bridge to
when
reach.
she won the Democratic primary.
You know what? It
2018.
could
She
be.
got 44% of the vote.
You're
in
right,
Wayne,
CD.
right? And
CD.
you see where
It
Stevens
definitely
is running
could.
with that right now.
I'm telling
And
you,
again,
I'm like one of those
Wayne
oddballs
is,
where I'm like
you know,
punkish,
go blue in
kind
the
of
face
gothish.
in. It's 1/5 of the vote.
I throw people off,
statewide.
man.
So that kind of
Yeah.
a difference when we're using Whitmer as
Cindy's
kind
like,
of a
hey, don't
benchmark
keep
here
the
for
secrets,
Stevens,
man. You
and
got
we're
to tell her
saying
how to do it
she's
too.
hitting it in this county. She's close
I'm telling
in
you,
this county. She's
Ed,
close, you know,
Ed's really good.
maybe
He
Kent,
be
she's
giving
not
me
so
secrets,
much.
man.
We'll see. But if you're getting anything
Aw,
like this,
thank you. I
right,
love
in
my
a
mods. I
county
told you guys
where
before.
Whitmer
They're
did
like the
that,
best.
that
They've
makes-
given me
that-
such
as
great
they say-
advice
as they say at the horse
on
track,
things
that
to do
gives a
here
lot of sense.
and like what to like set up
so
and stuff like
that's-
that.
I mean,
They're like the
it's-
best.
we're
I'd be
trying to,
lost without them.
We're trying to get.
Because I told him this
the
wasn't
Detroit
only a
thing,
win
we're
for me.
working on
This
it.
was
We
a
wanna
win
get
for
handle
them
on that.
too.
But I said, whenever it was, an hour, 2 hours ago,
He's
if
like,
a
you have
bunch
to
of other
have the
things
power
could
of
kinda
grace,
connect for
Cindy.
Stevens and come into focus, it really could come down to Wayne, and it really could come down to Detroit. And I'm looking at this and seeing that opportunity for her.
Yeah, Dante,
So,
I bet
Steve,
you
I
they
know you don't
are.
have a
Because
crystal
now
ball,
she jumped up.
Based on how much we have,
It says
out of
26%
Wayne
in,
right
57 for
now, what do
Haley,
you
and
think it looks
38
like in
for
terms
Abdul.
of
But we need to
when
see the
We'll
overall.
have enough to have an even clearer picture.
Ed is
That's
a
the thing I
wizard.
know
He's
least
a
because
wizard,
I mean,
Harry.
Wayne's full of surprises
Yeah.
and full of disappointments, right, in terms of the timing. Again, what's in my mind, 2024
I love
Democratic
that.
primary,
CD.
5 a.m.
Yeah, I'm
20,
definitely like
Steve.
like my channel or my chat is definitely one of those things where it's as long as it falls under the First Amendment, you're Gucci. And my mods, like I said, I love them. You know, they're the best, and I kind of leave everything in their hands. So whatever they say or decide, they're like the final say. Because I have that much trust in them.
She has is about. Earlier, I think it was more than the gap between Abdullah Sayed and Haley Stevens.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there. 46,
Right,
4,
Evil?
49.9. It's 3,
I'm so
5,
excited for all of
and it's
us.
3, 7. And a lot of where that's coming from is,
I do,
you
Cindy.
know,
I learned
the
so
vote
many
by
things
mail.
from you guys.
You know, folks who
You guys are
who-
just
who,
so awesome.
Voted early, I think. And
Oh, hell yeah.
We see her getting some
Extras,
double. we just
morals
did one
before
county where she's getting
communism.
double
Morals
digits in
and
vote by mail.
values. We need to bring it back.
Put up a graphic. I think we did it a couple minutes ago, but of incumbents who are facing primary challenges. And there's an outstanding one in Michigan in the 13th district.
Yes,
Can
you do,
take us
Dante,
there,
and-
Steve?
and we
This
appreciate
is,
it here.
Sri Tanadar, obviously the incumbent here, up against Donovan McKinney.
Like, I know
Establishment
everybody's
versus
chat has
progressive. This
different
is
like
graphic.
rules and
Also
what they're
an
allowed
age-
to talk
an
about.
age story, I
But
think a
like mine,
generational story.
it's like
I
an
think
open
Tanadar is
forum. We
71,
talk about
McKinney's
everything and
34.
anything.
What's going on in that district? Because that's also a story of let's wait on Wayne County, right?
Yeah, Wayne and
Yeah,
Detroit.
you would
And
think
what
so,
you're
but
seeing-
I don't think a
remember,
lot of
we we've
people
got that
received
big
common
batch of
sense,
vote
you
by
know?
mail in Detroit.
Some
that
people got,
Stevens did so
you
well
know,
in
they
the
just
Senate
never
race.
picked it up or something.
It helped Tanadar, the embattled incumbent here.
Yes, Paul,
who
thank
in the
you so
initial
much for
votes
all
that had
your
come
help.
into
We
this district
appreciate
was
all you
trailing.
guys. You
That
guys
vote
just don't
by mail badge
understand
from
how
Detroit
much I
helped him. It
appreciate
put him
it.
ahead of Donovan McKinney.
Like the people that I had
challenge for
that's been with me
Tanadar
for a long
here
time, they know
is
how much I
that
appreciate this.
a lot
And
of
since
what's
a
left
lot of
here,
you are
largely
new to
what's
me,
left
it's like
here in Detroit is
this
going to
is
be,
how
as
I
you say,
usually
an
am.
election
If
day
not, I'm a
vote.
little more
Right.
like
And we've
like
seen
probably
those
giggly.
DSA candidates do
But,
best
you
with
know,
the
I
election day
definitely
vote
like
as opposed to the
I
mail.
appreciate all you
If
guys
that
and all your guys'
dynamic
help in
kind of
for making this
obtains
possible,
here,
guys.
then
Look at the
McKinney's got a
super
real
chat.
path.
You're my new
All right,
favorite.
Steve
Thank you so
Kornacki,
much, Jalen,
stay
for the
right where you are. We're
$10.
going to come back to you in just a few minutes. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you
it,
so
Steve.
much for
Thank you
helping
so
me
much.
reach
Let's
my
head
goal
out to
this
Sahel.
evening. You guys are
Before-
awesome,
Steve,
guys.
it looks like we just got a chunk of.
You guys are the best.
What I would guess to be election day vote in Wayne County. I just got 17,000 votes.
17,000 votes. How did they break? It looks like, well, how'd they break?
Stevens 52, El Sayed 44.
52-44 election day. That could be Detroit because that's what she seems
Yeah,
to be
see,
winning.
that's how I started. I started
let me
with
just reset this again. Just looking
Arturo,
folks
then
at
I
the,
ended up with
think that- I
Unfiltered,
think
then I
that's
ended
right.
up
Yeah.
with Tommy
That,
and them, and then
the
Iron.
Detroit-
Like,
Ooh,
Yes, they are
look
now
at
Little
the
circle.
super
up
chat.
to
You're my new
oh, thank you,
favorite.
Estrix, for the $1. Oh, I appreciate it, guys. Y'all
oh,
gonna
wow,
make
they're
me
really-
cry
yeah,
one day,
Detroit's
I
got a
swear.
ton here now.
At least you guys are not
85,000
making me
counting.
blush yet, because Abel loves to do that. He likes to
Based
like
on
clown me like
estimates, we
that.
had
I think it's his goal to see my
prior
cheeks get
to,
rosy.
The election.
Aw,
there may be another
Cindy.
10,000 or so mail
Girl, you know how
ballots,
much love I have for
we
you.
still expect from Detroit.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
I'll
you're
have
so
to see where
funny,
we are with
Abel.
election day.
That's usually
because
you with me.
I think that last update may have been substantial into cutting into that election day vote.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a very substantial one because I'm seeing now, right, 82.
Yep, Jay,
82.
we
Well, the
definitely
turnout, though,
are.
in
I
the,
think all of us are a Patriot crew
18
for
primary
the whole
and,
umbrella of all of
the
us.
City of Detroit has updated their website where they say election day is fully reported now.
Really?
You know it's true,
And
Abel.
so
You know it's
that's,
true. I think last time when you weren't here, I had told the story about how
That's about
you
85,000
made me
votes,
blush,
yeah.
and I think everyone was
Turnout
trying to
in
get me to blush.
2018
I was like,
in
he's
Detroit
really good at
in
it.
the Democratic primary was 93,000. So we are elsewhere going
But yeah,
much
I
bigger
appreciate you guys.
than that 2018 primary.
But right now we're just waiting
With,
to
again,
see who's going to
potentially
win.
these 10,000
And this is kind of like
plus
what we're going
mail
to do
votes.
when the
Yeah, it
midterms
would-
come.
if-
Whew.
which would just
I'm
draw
gonna be
it
tired,
level.
guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
have to
agree.
use up all that energy that I
so
have
not a ton
to make
taken
sure that I
out
have it
of,
going for us
out of
those
Detroit.
nights, because that's gonna be a late one.
And
Cindy knows, she was here when
do
I
we-
was saying
do we
it.
have municipal level, the inner suburbs?
like, he always
Do we have a
does. He's
sense of
always trying to
Wayne? 'Cause
make
there are some,
my face
there are
get
some
rosy.
areas of Wayne where Stevens could do very well as well. And do we have a sense if that's what's
But yeah,
happening?
right
Is
now
it
we're just
Dearborn,
waiting
Dearborn
still,
Heights?
waiting
You know,
for
where we-
I think that
Quinnipiac
was
to let
what-
us know if they are done.
I
It looks
think that
like
was
Mark
one that we're
Warner
still
is the
kinda
projected
waiting for.
winner,
Okay, they're coming to me here.
and that's
again
for
in a minute.
the
What's that, Adam?
Senate
I
primary.
said that's one we'll still have to kind of dig into. It's
Oh,
not,
Virginia.
it's
I'm
not
sorry,
all,
Virginia.
in one
Oh,
place,
no, this one's
but,
Virginia now.
We'll take a
Bert
look around.
Okay.
is the projected winner. What's up, Dave? Yes, you missed it. We were like at 2 something watching. I was like shook, guys. I was shook.
Ooh,
And
look at the
maybe
super
another
Aw,
one.
chat.
thank you so
You're
much,
my
Heavy.
new favorite.
You guys are so awesome.
Steve, we're told there's been a bunch of Detroit ballots
See,
that
Heavy,
have just come in. We've been
This
waiting
is
for
from
some
like
of
you
these.
and Cindy
No,
always
uh-oh,
talking
was
to
that
me,
to
and you know, like
Did Adam say it?
making sure I didn't like lose hope.
I apologize.
You guys are awesome.
Stress.
You guys are like my
Yeah,
little
we did. We
angels
just got a
on my
bunch
shoulder.
more from Detroit, and I'm looking at the Detroit results right here. That's why I'm kind of leaning over here. But we've got, we're getting close to done in Detroit right now. We got a big batch there, about 20,000
113.
of the vote, of the election day vote.
Honestly, I had it covered,
And
guys.
Stevens,
So I didn't see how many people were on
62
there.
in Detroit City.
But I was taking your guys' word for it,
'cause
'cause-
Stevens, 34% for
Aw,
Al Sayed, so a
Cindy.
28-point margin for her. But she might have just kind of that. might be
Yeah, for real,
about
right?
it for Detroit.
A bunch of them came in from LA, probably from China too, overseas.
Their turnout in 2018, a lower interest primary statewide
I think these are for the primaries. These are not like I guess like the official ones yet, because these are going to end up going towards the midterms, where we're going to see who's going to be running against each other during the midterms.
Stevens is doing well with the black vote.
But here's hoping that everything goes red. We're hoping for that red wave, man.
An issue. But that we're just
If we
trying to
pass
make
the
sure
SAVE Act,
that is
guaranteed red wave
for Detroit, or if there is some more still to come. There might still be some outstanding votes right there, but it's looking at a 28.62-34 margin there.
So Michigan,
right now. Again,
our House 4, it looks like projected winner was
Gretchen Whitmer ran in 2018.
who's the nigga? Oh God, it's like saying that word.
Out of Detroit. There is still though a ton more to come out of Wayne itself. These numbers
Brahman
we've been
wins
getting
second
out
place
of
in
Detroit,
Michigan. Yeah, that would be funny.
We were sitting there in the
It's a
20s.
pop.
We've moved north of 40%.
Yeah, we need to pass
right
that.
now.
Like,
there is a lot
these
more
people
to
need to stop
Wayne
playing
than just Detroit. It's 55-42. I don't know if you can see this, but if you wanted to look
And they have to
inside of
move to
Wayne
Kent City for
County,
their votes for real.
These are the inner suburbs, the other cities that are in there.
I feel like I'm doing something illegal. This is wow. Seeing Steve's notes, my God.
Okay,
is
thank you,
amazing.
Jenny, for stopping by and hanging out with us.
We're trying
You
to
have a
figure
great
out
night.
which of those, because the political kind of complexion of those varies dramatically. There are some big places in there that could be good
heavy.
for Stevens. We've talked
See,
about
Abel,
places
you're gonna
like
make me
Dearborn,
cry. I think you do it on purpose. I think you either want to make me cry on purpose or you want to make me blush on purpose.
Wayne at 42%, though, that it really is coming around.
So where are we overall, Steve? What's the statewide look like?
Yeah, there it is.
Here's hoping,
Dan.
Dan. Here's hoping.
3-point margin or so. This is now a little bit inside of 3 points. Outside
okay.
and Stevens,
I read it exactly like the movie where it says, today had tamale.
Places where,
Yep, we're MAGA strong, guys.
I think
Jay,
Stevens
we
could
are.
get something, good out of this for her.
Right.
With more to come. That might be true in Saginaw as well.
I'm
Oakland,
pretty late,
now
guys.
we're up to
Normally,
90%. Again,
I
look, now Stevens has
usually
done
stay
better
until
and
10,
better
but I know with the
as that
midterms
vote
coming
has
up and
come
all
in,
these things
municipalities
happening,
have come in late
we're probably
in
going to end up going
Oakland.
later and
Her
later.
margin now up to 5 points.
I'm trying to,
over
like,
outside. We said
prep
she wants
myself,
to get into
guys.
the 50s. She has now gotten into the 50s in Oakland County.
And then I'll have like other videos that will be dropping tomorrow as well.
The skew
Like I
here
have
earlier,
pre-record
think, was
videos for
toward
you
a
guys, and then
outside
I have this
favorable
show
type of
like
vote,
at night.
Municipality potentially.
And then eventually
We
I
still
hope
have
to
more
be
than
able to
half
do
the
this
vote to
more
come in
often for you
Macomb.
guys,
You're
like
starting to see
kind of like
Stevens
an all-day thing
pick
for you
that up a
guys.
bit. Again, she wants to get about where she is in Oakland, in Macomb as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
So
that
she might-
I think
let's
this
see as
is
that
he's just
remaining
showing
half
the
comes
people
in,
that
if
are
that's where it
running.
is. But we have so much in. Elsewhere in the state right now, we're now
Maybe
up to 56%.
just all the
again,
people
we're
like
less than
Democrats
half of
race.
Wayne. So again, just Wayne itself, if we suddenly
To
got
see who's
the
gonna
rest
win
of
the
Wayne County
primary
in,
from the
right now,
Democrats.
this 56 would come. We'd be at
56%
70% of the voting
in.
statewide.
Yeah.
We'd have a clear sense of it. So
Abdul's
really
at 49
coming around here.
and Haley's
Forgive
at
me, Steve,
46.
if you mentioned it and I missed it, but do we have, what do we know about Dearborn?
McMorrow is not even
So we did.
not even
we
really on the
had-
board. They're at like
earlier in the night,
3.7
we had a
still.
same-day update from
Right.
Dearborn. It was overwhelmingly.
You're
was
so funny,
exactly
Dave.
what you expect with Al Sayed. That's what I'm trying
New
to
York
find
City.
out. Is there more from
Yeah,
Dearborn, Heights, Hamtramck? Those are the three I'm particularly
Forrest
interested in
Gump.
there.
I love Forrest
that
Gump.
That were
That
honestly, and I
movie's
apologize.
funny.
This is the nature of Michigan elections. It's just it's decentralized. And
You know what? I don't know.
The vote mode.
It's risk.
reporting
I don't know
varies
how
so
people
much.
are not
This is-
proud
it's
of
a lot
our
this
country.
doing
Like,
results.
No
it's
need to
ridiculous.
apologize, Steve.
Apologizing for.
I mean, come on, you're lighting the world on fire. Come on. No,
Definitely
we're gonna
are.
check back in with you, Steve. That's
Cindy, we
it's
definitely
great.
are.
It's great, and we're getting closer. We're getting closer to clarity.
You know what, Paul?
Second by
I
second,
agree.
minute
Like,
by
I think I'm gonna be
hacking
super
through it.
antsy that day
Ryan
because
knows
normally
and Derek have been with
I'm a
us
person
all
that
the
moves a
time.
lot.
It's so
Like I have a lot of
interesting,
energy, so I'm like, got a lot of ants in my pants.
I know I've thrown a million
But that day is
questions,
gonna probably have me
that might
on
be
my
one
nerves
here,
like
too,
this.
is municipalities within Wayne. Do we have anything we can talk about there?
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
I mean, it's really tough to
These
say
are for
because
like
it's
the
really tough to
Democrats that
say
are going to go
what
up against the Republicans during the
I don't have
midterms.
expected vote for every municipality.
We are
in
the
Wayne,
storm.
and It's kind of tough to say. I do see in Dearborn specifically.
Yeah.
We reported that election day vote earlier.
What was
I
it?
do not see other modes reported for Dearborn, so I would expect other votes there.
wanna put up,
One of the other places
Dearborn
I was
up?
looking at was Canton Township.
Yep.
Like I see early vote and election day. I don't think it's
Are you staying
all
up
of it,
late, Jay?
but we would still be missing mail vote potentially in Canton.
Well, okay, stick on that because that's 100,000 people, and that should be. What do you see with you think? We
Yeah,
don't
definitely
have vote
anxiety
by
would be
mail?
off the wall.
Correct.
Okay, I'm curious what it looks
Unless
like.
they put it to the, pre-processing. unless that was all in that box.
11 from
Okay, so
100.
we
I mean,
think
it's
it
still
does not
good,
have
guys.
the
It's still
best
really good.
Stevens vote.
Yeah.
And what is it at?
Oh yeah, dang. They're
We have
just voting for
5,000
their
votes
demise
from
at that
Canton
point.
Yes, Canton Township.
See, they
Yeah.
thought that they were gonna
As
get
of
what they
an hour
wanted
ago,
when they voted
and
for
it was
Mom Donnie,
voting for
thinking he was gonna
Syed
keep all his promises,
74-20.
and
Okay, we definitely don't have.
they're finding out the hard way
Yeah, just to give you
about that
context,
one.
Canton Township, this would be in the western part of
Ain't I a
of
stinker?
Wayne County.
That's funny, Pat.
It's 100,000 people in that 2018 primary.
He's like, I'm not leaving
was
it.
won by, Whitmer basically got 50% of the vote.
Yes,
there.
definitely
Syed
like and
got
subscribe and hit that
38% of the
notification
vote. So it was
bell,
about a
guys.
10-point margin, a little more than a 10-point margin between the two of them. But yeah, again, that's a place Stevens wants to win tonight. I'm just trying to look here. How about like Livonia? Do we have anything
I
there?
think what it is that the fact that
I'll have to take
they're
these.
not
again, you
teaching
don't have
the
these-
full
I
history
know,
because there's
I'm
stuff
throwing these
that
at you like
I
that,
learned,
Tim.
in
like,
school
that's
that they don't teach
100,000
no more
people,
now.
That would be the
And there's
a
stuff
big
that
one
I
for
never
Steve
learned in school that I learned later on in life when I
with
did my own
lower
research. And I was
population
just
would be
like,
a
why
big
aren't we
one,
being taught
in
all
terms
this
of the vote
information?
that I
Like,
think
I think it would
Stevens
make a
would
big
get there.
difference to a lot of people. But
Taylor,
you know how it
60,000
is.
people,
It's kind of like what they do with Gone with the
would
Wind
be
and
a
all
big
these other
one
movies
for
that they
her.
put a big warning label saying, oh, this is what
the gross
happened,
point,
yada, yada. And it's
the
like,
gross points
you
all
don't
add
need
up
to
about
put warning
60,000
labels
votes.
on everything, you know?
Livonia, I didn't see
residents.
like a city page for.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of dependent on the county there,
Yeah.
which isn't breaking it out in a significant way.
Okay.
You can't have it your way. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it's funny,
and I'm just gonna
CD,
go through some of the
that
big ones to
Amanda
see
is
if we've got
requiring
more
IDs, but
that's
not
coming
for
in.
voting.
But I
Like,
think the thing that
hello?
we're seeing is kind
He even required IDs for snow
I
plowing.
think we just got a little bit more Kent. We did.
So at
Stevens
least you
is
go to
up
bed, it's around 3
34.
a.m.
We're doing that thing in Kent that we've seen in other counties.
You know, I'm
now.
really good at falling asleep.
looks like
Like,
Bay
as much
County's
energy as I have, like, if I were to go to bed
okay,
right
what do
now,
we
I
have?
just knock out like that.
Okay, yeah.
And
We
then
got-
I'll wake
we got
up
complete
super
Bay City.
energized in the
Okay,
morning because
this
I wake up
is-
at like
this is,
5 because of our
yeah,
chickens
just
and
north of
stuff like
Saginaw.
that we have to go
This is
and feed. So
useful
it's
to
like
have
I'm
this
just
thing.
naturally hyped.
Benchmarks. Whitmer,
Baby
18,
Joe, but drag queens in
54%.
school. Oh my God.
Biden,
Yeah, that
20,
was so annoying.
52%. I keep showing you the Clinton ones and then telling you.
Yeah,
why
they
it
definitely would
doesn't
blame
really
it all
apply.
on
So let's
MAGA.
go show you the Clinton ones.
Taz
We're just going
and
to show you
Droopy.
these two. But 54 for Whitmer, got her 52% statewide.
We'll see how it goes, man.
52
So
for Biden,
projected
got her
winner
53%
for
statewide.
governor
Look where
is
Stevens lands.
Jocelyn Benson.
53%. That's a very good number for her. She got that out of there. Completed counties. You are. I don't mean. I'm like interrupting you constantly. I can look for
That's
completed
true.
counties on
CD.
here too. That's what
I think like if they really didn't like it here, then just leave. But they won't because they know deep down inside that this is the best country in the world because they wouldn't have the same rights that they have here in other places. That's why they won't leave.
Let's go next door to Mecosta.
Yeah, Cindy, it
right?
was. But you know how
William
like they
County.
put like
Okay.
the warning thing about
Remember we
because it
showed you
says like
Big Rapids,
slavery
Mecosta
and
a
all
minute
this other
ago,
stuff,
okay,
and it's like you
Stevens
don't
not
need
far
to
from
put
here,
warning. It's
95%.
just like
Stevens gets 55%.
it's just getting
of the
ridiculous,
vote.
you know. You tell your kids cursive. I was tripping
Whitmer
that
got
some people
56,
didn't know how to do
2018.
that.
Okay, what did Biden get? 55. Where does Stevens
Like
get?
honestly,
55.
Abel,
She
when I
hit
was
her
working at
number.
this one
Okay.
call center in
Where else
Texas,
can we go?
and I had some kid when he was like
somewhat
coming to pick up his check, I told him to sign his name, and he was like, he printed it. I'm like, no, you need to sign it, and he's like, I did. I'm like, that's not signing, and I like had to show him, and he's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, how do you not know how to do cursive?
Okay,
And I felt so bad, you know, because like they stopped teaching it in school apparently. That's crazy.
Stevens gets 50% right here.
The irony.
Is this number in the ballpark of, well, okay, Whitmer got 50.
So you're learning
here,
more
Biden
now
got
than
55.
you did in
Might
your
be a little
years.
bit more coming
And you've been
in,
reading.
but
Yeah,
Stevens
you know,
just,
Jay,
again,
that's how I feel. I've been
catastrophic
learning
if you
so
miss
much
if
now.
you miss a
And
benchmark
especially
by a
with
couple
me doing
points
all
in
my
other counties,
research and
smalls, this we're
everything
just trying to
that
get a sense
it's
of
crazy
this.
how much they
In the
don't
range
teach
here,
you.
we're an overperformance relative to Whitmer.
Yeah, school definitely
in
didn't teach
Wayne,
them.
would get her there. We're almost done in. This is a big one.
You
This
have
is where
Rhode
I keep
Island
going. We're
red.
almost done in Livingston
Well,
now.
I have
Almost.
a big
There's more
rooster.
coming in, and clearly it's been getting a little
Okay,
bit better
so
for Stevens as
for all
it's
the
come in.
newbies here,
She's sitting at
all my chickens, like all my animals, are
46.5%
named
right
after
there.
either Marvel or DC
Again,
characters.
play our benchmark game. Okay.
So I have
Whitmer
like
got 61,
13
but
chickens
remember,
right now.
This was the outlier for Whitman.
I have
Biden
a
52.
That's my dog, guys.
And,
Hold on. I gotta tell her to stop yelling.
And
Hold on, guys.
Well, Whitmer got 61, Biden got 50, and Clinton got 38. And the Clinton one, okay. So really, if there's anything, so Biden got 50.
Sorry, that's my husky. She's like, she's always like
that 52%
feeling like she needs to say something.
translated into a 53%.
So I have a silky
total
girl
statewide.
and one
So we're
silky
getting
rooster.
52%
And
in this
he's so
county, and
cute.
it's
He's
a pretty big
actually
one here
in my
in terms
shorts. He
of
dances
Detroit. Getting
around the girls. He's the
52%
only
here was
rooster I
part of
knew that
winning
did that. That's why I
a
got him.
majority with a bit of
And
a
then
path,
I
right? So
have,
Stevens is under the Biden number.
I think
but
one
two
was called the
things.
Laced.
It's been
One
getting better
is
for her as it's come in. There is still more to come
Batum
in.
Silky.
And that 52,
And then
you know,
I think we
right,
have,
I think, you know, if you're
I gotta
her,
remember what these birds are.
you know, I think you're
I have like a
targeting
bunch of different types of
49 here or
chickens.
something.
I also
So
have
she
3
may end up
Polishes,
just a
which
little
they
bit
have
south
these
of that.
cute little
But
like
again, the question we're asking
crowns on
is,
them. It's
you know,
really
can she
crazy.
get numbers that are right in that
And then my other
range
rooster, he looks
where
like a regular rooster.
overperforming
I don't know what
relative to
kind he
Whitmer
is.
in Wayne County gets her there.
But he's
And
big guy.
Livingston's
He's a big
right
guy.
in, I think really is
So
kind of
yeah,
in
I have
that
2
range.
boys and then all girls. And then I have
nearly complete.
4
What else
ducks,
do we have?
2 boys and 2 girls. One of the girls is a white crested duck. The other one is a black Swedish duck. Then we have a Ruin and a, I think it's called a Cayuga duck.
93% in.
And then I have
And
3 cats, 3 dogs.
You know,
2 of my dogs are
yeah, you
Chigos,
forget
which
the
is a
Whitmer,
mix
there's
of a
the
Chihuahua
outliers.
and a
52
Beagle. And then my Husky,
52
which is the one that she was
the
barking right now.
Biden
She's a
number
baby
here.
still.
See if she can get
And then
that
I
a
have
little
3
further
cats.
north. But
They were
again,
like
I
alley
think
cats
part
that
of
we
this
ended up
is-
keeping
yeah,
when we found them
I
as
have a
kittens.
Okay,
2 of them are
okay.
bow tie
This is
cats.
me and Adam communicating
Where they're
again.
black and white, and they look like they have like a tuxedo suit on. And then
Okay.
one that looks like an Egyptian cat. She's all black. She's the youngest of the cats. And for now, that's it. Like I always talk on here, and I always tell you guys, like,
anyways,
you know,
yeah,
when I
she
move,
is
because I'm going to be moving to Texas.
Missing it there.
I'm gonna
And I
get
think, yeah,
goats,
it's gonna,
and for
get that- if you
so
say
you guys
52 was the
are
Biden
never seen
number,
the video,
it
but
might
you
be
guys
a
should
little
look
bit
it
of
up.
that,
I
you know,
showed
50,
everybody on here
a
a
little bit
video
shorter
of
there.
Billy Earl, which
Anything
is
else substantial
a
where we've
goat.
got-
It's such a funny video.
really got the
But I
full
was telling my
picture. It's just
crew
most of
that
these
I'm gonna
counties
end
are
up
still
naming
seeing
one of
a
my
lot of
goats just for
outstanding
them, Billy Earl.
Oakland.
It's not a Marvel
Oh,
name or
Oakland, I
DC
think
name, but it's
more of
still
Oakland.
funny. But I definitely want to get
92%
goats
Oakland.
and
There's Stevens,
turkeys and stuff like that. I'm gonna have like a host of a farm. Mind you, I've never farmed in my life, guys. This is me learning all this as I go. But that's what I have so far.
Let's do
But I
this.
definitely am
Let's
gonna
find
add
out
more pictures for you guys.
how much is left. I'm gonna call this one up. Pardon me, folks. I'm going through the.
I'm just trying to read you guys' chats real fast.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
So, Autumn, the DOJ is suing states that turn
think
them over, and they will work
That's
better
one
for the
way of looking
midterms
at this thing.
than the SAVE Act. Yeah, I noticed that they were doing that they were starting to
We think there's about 170,000
sue each other and
votes
get the
left
information.
in Wayne County. Okay.
Yeah, some of them don't want to. They're still fighting it to turn them over.
We think.
I did want to get a Jersey Giant, but that's a big chicken, guys.
Yeah. So we think there's 170,000 votes left to come, give or take, out of here, out of Wayne County, where Detroit, you know, Stevens may have gotten she may have gotten the squeeze.
You're like, I thought you were going to sleep, bro.
We're trying to see if there's a few more votes, you know, to come out of there. We're trying to get a handle to say on which.
Yeah, they're definitely teaching hatred and indoctrination to me.
We have outstanding vote from. But I would just say, as a rule, if you extrapolated this, you know, Stevens is leading by 13 points.
We should
right?
give them
She ended up
forewarning.
winning
My ex
Wayne
account
County by
is
13
super spicy,
points,
guys. Like, I
with
pop off on there a
170
lot
left,
more than I do
right?
on here.
The 17,000 plus
Like,
3%.
it's a lot of cussing on that one. But thank you for adding it, Ed. I appreciate it.
She would net 22,000 votes. 22,000. It'd be an additional.
She probably does, guys.
Plurality of 22,000
Last time I tried to show her off,
That
she
would
ran away.
essentially
All she wanted was my, because like sometimes I'll have
what
like
El
a
Sayed
platter
is
of
leading
veggies
her-
and fruits,
leading
and
her,
that she'll take them
leading
from
her
me. She'll just
by
eat them.
statewide right now.
He is good right now. He's
But that's a
sleeping.
huge if.
My chickens usually go to
That
bed
we're-
at
again,
around
she may
8:30
have
right
gotten
now.
her best number
Because I know,
out of
like, as
Wayne
the
already.
time
That's the
changes,
risk, I think,
they
with
go
Stevens.
later to
If
wake up and
Detroit is
earlier to go to
complete,
bed.
Did she get her best number? And is
Yeah,
that
Bobby
due
is
to
the
come
only.
south now
Okay,
with what's-
Bobby's the
with
only
what's
one
left there?
of my
Because I think
roosters,
when you
which
go
is
through
the
these,
white
you know, when
silky.
you
He's
go
the only
through
one
these
that's not
townships,
named a
when
Marvel
you go
or
through these
DC character.
municipalities
Only because he looked like he would
in
speak
Wayne
Puerto
County, and you
Rican.
just look at what
I don't know why I thought that, but that's how I felt.
Where
But he's such a
Whitmer-
cutie.
Yeah,
And I
you don't
never
see,
knew
you know,
that roosters
Southgate,
could do like a
I'm
little
just looking
shimmy
here,
dance
Whitmer
around
won
chickens,
big,
but he does.
or
He taught
won
my
by
other
any kind
rooster
of,
how
you know,
to do that,
Sumter,
which is crazy to see
10,000
a big old rooster do that.
population, very few votes. you know.
She's pod that the kids just want to go and mess around and learn.
Okay.
That parents want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
gonna come
Autumn,
to
that's how
us,
most of the kids are nowadays.
They're coming. So 2 minutes, folks.
I do want to get sheep though, Dante.
Hold on,
That's
hold
part of my list. And goats, definitely. I was originally going to have a cow. And yeah, I even looked into mini cows, but then when I heard what you had to do to them, because you're supposed to stick like this needle in them to like, I guess, gas them. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I figured goats are easier.
Is in second place right now.
So I'm going with goats. I've been watching a lot of goat videos, and it's always so funny to watch those.
Not endorsed by anyone is leading.
Romy beating, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I probably wouldn't cook my animals, guys. I've told people on here before that I have like a chicken cemetery from when my chickens did pass. I didn't eat them.
Okay.
I buried them, and they have little headstones.
Folks, I'm just trying to. So they want to talk about. I got to just.
They have a black and white cat with unique markings on her face. Aww. I'm so sorry, Danny, you lost your cat.
Sure. I'm just catching up on this one. Sorry.
Wow, Paul, that's very cool. See, I do want to get
Michigan
not only goats and
Yeah,
sheep,
I mean,
but
honestly, I've
turkeys
been
and
so bogged down in the
donkeys
Senate, I'm
and
just-
one horse.
I'm looking at it right now.
And then I was looking at
yeah,
an
endorsed by
alpaca.
Trump right here. Obviously,
But I
the
just
similar
couldn't
surprise
remember
is
if
we don't
it
have a
was the
picture in
alpaca
our,
or the llama that is known to be
in our
holding the
system,
knife.
you know, for Smith in this race. Now, 45%. Let's just
That's
kind of
cool
go
that you got a
through,
zebra, though.
You know, where this is coming from. All of
A hobby
this is
farm.
a completed county right here where Bay City is. And Hassan
Right?
gets,
They should, Pat, they should
crushed
reopen
right there
that, having like wood
in
shop, auto
Midland
shop,
County.
home ec. I think that would help a lot of
got
people.
half the vote in, and that's running about.
Ooh,
even
yeah,
right
it's
now.
peacocks.
Saginaw, Smith.
They
is way
sound
up
crazy
in
when they're
Genesee
like yelling. I
County.
thought it was
It's
cats,
consistent. I mean, you're
like
seeing it
going
across
like
all
crazy,
four,
yelling at
you
each
know,
other, and it
all
turned out
four
it was
counties
peacocks.
right
I
there.
didn't
So,
know
yeah,
they
this
made
is
that
one-
sound. It was
This
crazy.
one kind of blindsided us tonight.
That's interesting.
With the Senate going on. So yeah.
Can I ask you, let's speak about that. Talking about the Senate, let's go to that here. And this question about Steve. And I know
Aw,
you were talking
Cindy,
about that
I
a
try,
second
guys.
ago.
I really
You know,
do.
if you
I'm a
have to
big
check
animal
in
lover,
on
that's
Wayne
why.
County, where else?
I
is
know eventually,
Stevens
like if the
looking
shizzy
at?
hit the
Like,
fizzy,
walk
I
through
would
what
have to
that
learn
looks
how to
like
do
here
stuff
for
like
her in
that.
this
But
purple county that
since
we
I don't have to do it right now, I don't want
That's the
to.
thing I'm starting to
So I
see
tend
here
to
as we
just
take a
like
closer look. So Wayne
bury
County
my
now
animals. Like
ticking
my
up to
vets are
about-
funny because they're
Yeah,
like one of
I
my
mean, this
animals.
is
I
close to
didn't know
50%.
that chickens
If
could
there's
get
a
like
Detroit vote left, I don't think
obesity
it's
and
too much.
diabetes.
It does not look like there's much left.
My chicken did because I
So,
overfed her.
when you looked at this,
She
when
liked
you
bugs,
looked
and I
at
kept giving
Wayne
them to her.
County,
I didn't know you're supposed to
the
limit
best
it. Because I told you guys, I was new at this.
opportunity for
And she would
to
come
go
running,
big was in
and she would eat it
Detroit.
all.
So,
And
if you're
so,
outside Detroit now, and we were just
when
looking at
she
this,
would do that,
a minute ago, she was leading the county.
she ended up passing because of that. And so when I took her to my vet, and I asked my vet like to find out what was wrong with her to see if she had any chicken disease, so we could check the other chickens. They said no, she didn't have anything. And then they're like, "So are you gonna eat her? Because you know when we check her, we could just send her back to you so you can cook her." And I'm like, "No, she's gonna get buried." They look so shook.
The outside margin here.
They're like,
But then
"You're not
the
gonna eat her?" I'm
question
like,
is,
"Oh."
where else is she getting it
We
from?
named the puppy, okay?
Would she get that from?
Yeah.
Where would she make that
But my
up?
vet's
there are
used to
still
me
a lot
now,
of
so
votes
she
that are
gets
left to
it.
come here, like we're saying in Saginaw.
You learn.
and
I
in
would
Flint,
love
we're
to learn
getting more out
welding,
of Flint.
guys.
You know, if she's
That seemed like it
you know,
would be a fun thing
out
to
of Flint,
learn.
out of Genesee. But again, if she's running at this, if she's winning Genesee,
I
at
bet
this
it is,
margin,
Dante. And
not
that sounds
getting
like
substantial
something guys would do. I don't
double-digit
think women
margin
could
out
do
of it,
that.
You know, that's not going to translate.
I give men
into,
a world of
that's
credit
gonna
on all the
translate
stuff
with
that they
what's
can
left
do
into
that
an
I
additional
can't do.
3,000 votes or so, a plurality of about 3,000 more votes. You know, we were just going through completed counties. There are a couple places where I think she's clearly hit. They're not huge, but they're noteworthy. Where she's hit, I think, what a benchmark would be.
Okay, you got a lot of learning
There
from
are
trades. That's
a number
cool.
of other places, though, where it looks like she's falling just a little bit short of it, and maybe in need of something a little bit bigger than she is currently getting.
I use the
out of
eggs.
Wayne
I ain't gonna
County.
lie. I do
Again,
use
this
their
is one of
eggs.
those- I'm looking at Kent County here, where
But
Grand Rapids
it's
is.
more so like it's a just in
85%
case
right
thing
now.
because
She's
like
sitting at
if the shizzy hit the fizzy, I have
34%.
ducks and animals
we
that
talked
I
about
would
Waukesha
have
County.
that I can
Now we're
raise
at the,
and
almost
barter with.
80% of the
You
vote
know,
right there. Ann
but if
Arbor.
I don't have to hurt
One
them,
thing is,
then
as we say,
won't.
that last
I know
thing that
it's
gets
ironic.
counted there,
Ooh, and I would
you
want to
think
get a
in
pig.
Washtenaw
Only because I would
would
want
be
a
the
pig
vote
to
by
follow me
mail
around
from
snorting.
Ann Arbor.
Right.
Could that be a boost for
But
her
yeah, guys,
right
I'm a
there?
big animal lover.
You know,
So, Steve, how much of Wayne is in right now?
Well,
I also have a garden, and right now we're growing apples and
48%.
peaches.
So we think the vote that's left in Wayne.
I'm telling you
we'll
guys,
give
I'm
a
such
number,
a
'cause we
busy
did
girl.
just get more right there.
Like for all you guys that are new, like my old crew knows this, that've been with me. I like, you know, do this, and then I have a job, and I also go to school. I do my homesteading stuff, like my chickens, my livestock, and my gardening. I'm a busy girl.
She's leading right now by 8.5 points.
And I still feel like I don't do enough,
She wins
you know?
Wayne by 10 points. What would that be? That would be a plurality
Peacock's
of
attack.
16,000
You know,
votes.
turkeys
might
do
be
that
generous
too.
right
That
now,
tripped me out
but
when
if
I
you
saw the video.
apply
I love watching those
16,000
videos where the
votes
turkeys are
to the
chasing all
deficit
these
that
like
she faces
people that
statewide
deliver
right now,
stuff.
you know,
It's
that
funny.
leaves El Sayed still up by 12,000. And then we're saying, okay, look, a prime opportunity for Stevens.
Yeah,
on
you
this
see,
map coming right here.
you
like
get
in
me,
Genesee
Danny. I
County.
didn't
You
know
we're
that you're
friends.
only supposed to
Well, you know,
limit
with the numbers
like
she's
how
getting
many
right
like
there,
bugs you can
what, if she
give
nets an
a chicken. I
additional
think it's like
3,000 out
you're
of
only
what
allowed
she's
to give them, I
getting
think,
right now,
like
maybe she
5
knocks that
bugs,
down to
and I was giving
9,000.
them
I'm giving you one of the good
handfuls. You
places
know,
right
I would
here.
grab it and be like,
Maybe an optimistic number for her out of
and they would come running, and I was like, oh, cool, they like it. Let me give them more. Yeah, now I learned that I'm not allowed to do that. My doctor didn't know that chickens could be obese, but now she knows.
Opportunity, I think, with what's left in Macomb County, a tough one to get a handle
Oh,
on
they're
right
very
here.
territorial,
But
but they're
again,
so pretty though.
You know, Kent County, we did just get a little bit more of an update there. Now she's at 34.5.
Definitely pop. Fresh eggs are the best, and there's a big difference. So if you ever get farm fresh eggs, compare it to a store-bought one, and when you look at them, a huge difference. Now, if you guys get duck eggs are only good for baking. They make the best like cakes and like pies and stuff like that when you use them. It's so good.
Whitmer, right? 2018, we've been saying, you know, pretty good.
And I did chicken math, so I did my math all wrong when it came to chickens.
Right. Steven's sitting at 40.
So I get a lot of eggs. You know, most of the time I have to give all my eggs away because there's too many.
You know, we think this might be it.
That's why I do it. I think it's always good to be prepared. That's why I'm learning how to do all these different skills, and I'm trying to get in shape so that if something does happen, I'm good.
Is Wayne County with, you know, with about half the vote in and a lot of Detroit.
One thing I want to also do is I want to practice like because I have like camping gear and all this stuff. So like when the ish hits the fan, I'm trying to practice on unloading and like, you know, making it build it up and everything within a certain time frame just in case. But I definitely want to go camping. Like I went camping once, but it was technically not camping because I worked at a camp and I had a room. But I want to do camping, you know.
And it's been kind of holding true here has been that the vote by mail skews older just in terms of who takes the ballots.
Out of wood. That's crazy.
You know, but in a college town, right, like Ann Arbor, where the population, the adult population,
they're not good
so
to have.
liberal,
They're so pretty though.
The younger population, you know, it raises the question.
They do taste a lot better,
to see the kind of disparity there that we've seen elsewhere. But I think, you know, I think it's
Big Daddy. Oh, that's so funny, Danny.
Vote by mail, and that has recently been the last thing that comes in Washtenaw. But the idea that she's going to be winning that vote by mail by 50 points or something, I think demographically, no.
I'm pretty sure it does, Jade. I think that's why it was hard for me to do that with my chickens. So I know that it's definitely going to be a hard thing to do.
It might be started by the time Wayne County finishes counting.
Yeah, definitely trying to learn survival skills.
On that note, like tradition we have here, one last word or final thought in the third.
Okay, so it looks like they're going to be going into, I guess, we're not going to find out who's going to win. Probably till tomorrow because they're still counting stuff, guys. So we're going to leave it here for tonight, guys. Thanks you guys again so much for helping me reach my goal. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the, you know, the jewels and the super chats. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. And you guys have a great night. Remember, watch your 6 and you guys be safe. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel.